Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like
a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult.
Hello and welcome to a throbbing, thrilling, exciting edition of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. You're listening and enjoying Maffew with his lovely friends in real life, not just on TV, Jack and Ross.
It's so genuine.
No one can see through that at all.
They can't even see the gun at the table. How you doing, Ross?
I'm all right, Maffew. How are you?
Fan-effing-tastic, mate.
Yeah, don't do Nordic Spirit. That's what I've learned today. Don't have 2 coffees, then a Nordic Spirit if you don't smoke. Because I feel like I've had several Eckies, not the Eccles cakes from Wales, but the ecstasy biscuits.
So,
Oh, good. Good way to start a podcast.
as a non-smoker, what made you decide to try the Nordic Spirit then?
Saw people going like, oh, it gives you energy. It's way better than coffee. So I thought I'd have a coffee and try one before this mammoth podcast. And it's just made me feel like it's taken me back to my adulthood. Adolescence. I'm not with it today.
You're ready to go. Go.
Yeah, take
Sorry,
me to
sorry, Benjamin Button.
Take me to a barn somewhere, listen to some rave until 6 a.m.
Lovely. And then you'll do the Nordics. Sweet.
Exactly, aye.
I don't trust people when they say it's better than coffee. No, it isn't.
Nothing's better than coffee.
Nah.
Nothing. That's what I've learned today.
Yeah. It turns out people just drink coffee for the caffeine buzz. I'm like, no, I love the bitter taste.
I do it for both. You need the pick-me-ups in the mornings, but also that taste as well. Nice.
I'm a child because I enjoy the energy, but I have to mask the bitter taste with like milk and sweetener and all the things. I can't drink black coffee yet. I've tried to wean myself on, or the opposite of wean. I've tried to endure. Yeah, can't do it yet.
We'll get there eventually. We asked Joel his opinions, but he hasn't got a microphone.
It's been a terrible week in the office because Joel let out one almighty racial slur, and because of that, we had to take his microphone away from him. It was.
And we can say what we like about him because you can't hear him.
He can't say anything back, so Joel is a terrible boy.
Just unprompted, no reason.
Sat there one day quietly, just went, couldn't believe my
You know
eyes.
what I don't like? And he just yelled it for no reason.
Unpredictable man.
It was offensive and unique. One I've not heard for many years as well.
Yeah, it was one of those really old people at the Google going,
yeah.
they dropped their phones when they saw what it was.
God, it was terrible.
God, Joel.
So sorry, everyone.
Now, the triple jumpers have gone down to Birmingham to the Neck, I believe it's at, for some Insomniac festival or something.
Yeah, which means lots of coffee.
It's a gaming thing, I don't know
I was
what
so
it is.
jealous when they said in the chat, I was like, is anyone up for anything over bank holiday weekend or anything? And they were like, we're all down in Birmingham and we're going on a road trip. I was like, oh, love a road trip. I was like, you can call, because there's 2 separate cars. I was like, you can ring each other from the cars. And something about that just fills me with excitement. I don't know why.
Oh,
Life on the road, you know?
Drive to Grimsby.
Yes, I do, because I remember I helped everyone pass the time by narrating our own fan fiction. I read out several bits of fan fiction that I found online.
I read one of them.
Was it one that features me and Sam quite prominently?
Yes.
Yes.
You had a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Some news. Goldberg is an old man. That's not news, is it?
He's gone down in my estimation. It's Billy G.
Yeah. Is this the,
Asked by Tim Green, or I said Tom Green then, on the Nothing Left Unsaid podcast, never heard of it. It's something I forgot there. A girl beat my undefeated streak. I can't even remember. This is him pronouncing it. Asuka is her name. Some Japanese girl. They touted her as being one of the ones to have the longest winning streak. It just so happened that it culminated when I got there. Then it just so happened that every single wrestler uses the spear in their moves. Pretty ironic what happened when I got there.
The two are unrelated, though, aren't they?
Of course
in many
they are.
respects, yeah. I'm being a bit sarcastic.
the
there.
two.
Sorry. Yeah.
Then also, I think the 2 streaks are quite unrelated. I never really remember comparing it in my head to Goldberg's streak.
Only when
Yeah, I
she
mean,
beat it. Like, and by the way,
Or did they make a thing of it?
a little, not too much of a thing, but I remember it being made a thing. A little thing.
She lost a battle royal though, which apparently, remember that in NXT?
Oh, yes, Eva Marie eliminated her.
Eva Marie eliminated her.
Sure, it was Eva Marie.
Wow.
I used to make that a bit, don't forget.
Amazing bit.
Yeah.
Amazing run, Eva Marie on NXT.
Yeah, it was. Because they just lend into the fact that, we want to push this one. And everyone's like, no. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goldberg just said that. Eva Marie was apparently really hard to work with. That's my thing. I'm hard to work with.
And the spear I've never really seen as a move that multiple people can't do, like the super kick. Yeah. Was he the first one?
Goldberg, in my world of wrestling, was the innovator of the spear.
When did Rhino start doing it? Or the goal?
99.
Oh,
it's way
really?
after
Goldberg was
Yeah.
97, wasn't he?
Yeah, because obviously he's a former NFL dude, so it's just a tackle to them.
Did Mongo?
He used to do the knees, didn't he, and send them flying around.
Yeah, no, he'd do the get on the knees.
Oh, yes.
And then go, wee! They
Yes.
bounce, they fly over them.
Yeah.
Wasn't that how I would take
The reverse chop block, but from the front.
That's it,
Yeah.
yes. So a forward chop block.
Forward chop block from the front.
Up the sport.
Up the Nordic Spirit.
But also, Goldberg's isn't even rail, right? Asuka's was a rail straight.
That's another thing people
and
point out.
Goldberg's is like, we'll add 10 matches on in between 2 Nitros.
Yep.
Disgusting from Bill there.
Shocking behavior.
Shame on him.
Yeah. Jack Perry denies AEW apology claims. Oh, okay. So, yeah, the man himself said, for that, Perry repeatedly sent out apologies to Tony Khan in the aftermath, only to be met with responses from lawyers. Perry himself has directly denied these claims, as noted by Brian Alvarez, noted poo stirrer. So, yeah, Perry did not send out any apologies then.
It's a weird one because this whole story that Meltzer initially reported saying like Jack Perry's in Tony Khan's bad books after the whole Punk fallout and everything. And everyone's kind of gone, Meltzer's losing it because it's clearly a storyline. He's in New Japan, a company they work with. His whole gimmick's, I'm a scapegoat. And I would think, yes, that is true. But on the other hand, he's not in AEW at the minute. It's been quite a leave of absence. Like, it's been quite a while. So maybe he's just waiting for like the heat to die down or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay,
Wouldn't it?
yeah.
Didn't Tony do an interview fairly recently? I can picture his head on a webcam where he's speaking about how much of a fan he is of Jack Perry and what a good lad he is. Maybe not a good lad. I forget what the actual quote is, but he's not crapping on Jack Perry.
He's a good hand.
Yeah, not a good hand either. He's a fantastic wrestler.
He's pretty good.
One of the best around.
Yeah. Well, Jungle Boy I liked.
Yeah.
Luke Perry and AEW by the end is like...
Jack Perry.
What did I say?
Luke Perry.
Bollocks.
That's his father.
That's your father.
And his father is dead.
Yes.
I've heard that rumour.
Also, they've put him in the House of Torture stable, which is like a Bullet Club subset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that's what it was because I'm following New Japan. It's like, wait, there's Bullet Club split off stuff that's still going?
Apparently so.
Wow.
I don't know.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I just
On Raw this week,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
His cufflinks on.
That's it, wasn't it?
Yeah, he reminds me of Luis Suarez when he does that. When he used to remember that, Joel, when Suarez, Liverpool. All right.
So you can't hear, but Joel said yes.
Went, yes, lad.
Former WWE announcer Jim Ross was the man tasked with providing the ad reads for Skittles, a time when they were one of the promotion's main sponsors. So Jack's already laughed. If you heard it before, Ross was really, really over the top for his love of Skittles. God, can we do his impression?
Fruity, delicious, fruity. Oh, they're Skittles.
Yeah. Ross says, it was an ad lib. The Skittles people loved it. I can't tell you how many boxes of Skittles I got over my career. I could have supplied snacks for a children's home. It was all ad lib. It was our weekly sponsor, and they wanted to give a little personality, so that's what I did. Sometimes those ad libs work, sometimes they don't. Aw.
I always liked them because it was like he was really having fun. I was like, oh.
So often we hear Jim Ross having fun.
Back then, sometimes still, but not so much. Yeah.
It's that highlight of the show. It's like, all right, up next, a Triple H is going to beat me up again in my hometown.
Yeah.
It's like Paul Heyman's passion for Snickers is unmatched. Go back to I think it's WrestleMania 17 when he's reading out the Snickers advert. The passion in his voice. He really likes Snickers.
I saw a clip on Inside the Ropes channel of a bit of the Cody one that I'd never seen before, where he's talking about Randy Orton's passion for ice cream.
Oh.
He says that after a show, that's like his not cheat meal, but like post-match, and apparently he gets really cross if there's no ice cream. And Kenny goes to him like, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, and Cody's like, it doesn't matter. It's just as long as it has to be there.
Randy having a strop, does he like pound the mat like he's getting ready for the RKO?
ice cream. It's just so weird, isn't it? Randy Orton likes ice cream.
I had a 2.5-star match. Where's my ice cream? And the other big news, it's not been a great week for serious news. The Undertaker finally came clean about his whole fear of cucumbers.
Did he?
He did. He started off by saying, when I was a little Undertaker...
Okay.
Sadly, he didn't say my dad took me to the Black Parade. He said that his mum made him a whole thing of sliced cucumber in vinegar in a bowl, and he ate them all up in one sitting and was immediately vomiting everywhere. Oh, because you're not supposed to eat that many cucumbers at once if you're a wee Undertaker.
Why would you ruin the taste of cucumber with vinegar?
I don't like cucumber.
Oh, it's a lovely fresh vegetable.
What? Have by itself though?
Aye, bite into a cucumber.
What is it? He's walking down the street and
I've done it in the past. It's
Past those
lovely.
frat boys. Yeah.
Aye, the whole cucumber.
Just deep throat the thing and then walk off the frat
I'll
boys.
show
did.
these frat boys off on the street.
No, but honestly,
They're too shocked to say anything.
It's come back in with Bandit the hamster likes a bit of cucumber from time to time because of the moisture in it and whatnot. I'd chop myself a bit off and munch it down. It's a wonderful, refreshing vegetable.
I remember
I
when
have
you-
like chopped carrots and stuff like
I
that.
remember
but
when you
never
lost Bandit because I remember finding it really funny the way you called for Bandit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you please replicate
I
it?
don't know how I did it.
Oh, I remember you going, Bandit? Or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like
Bandit.
that. Bandit?
Bandit.
Also, it was nice. My mate said, I like seeing Ross take on Pacitti in the Who Can Name the Ruthless Aggression era themes. And I didn't realize you brought up the Frat Boys on Northumberland Street. I thought that was just a podcast thing.
It's branched out.
Oh, yeah. It's a thing. If you walk down Northumberland Street in Newcastle, you'll see gaggles of men under the age of 21.
Gaggles of men.
Frat boys.
Hair gel, black leather jackets. You've got to make your way through them to get to one end to the other. It's disgraceful.
The tea
They're
bag.
lighter.
The do-wopping, like...
They're lighter.
Yeah. Click it and sing.
Who's that cat?
It's a true scourge in Newcastle currently.
Then there's another group in like athletic varsity jackets on the
If they see each other, you better watch out, man.
Whoa.
Better start singing or getting out of the way. And that was the news.
Wow, was it?
A short one
It
this
really
week.
was.
Pled banter? Easter soon, you know?
Yeah. Favorite eggs, everybody?
Oh,
Favorite eggs.
Jesus
Your
Christ.
chocolate eggs you purchase from the shop. Do you have a go-to?
No, not really.
Me neither. No.
A really nice fan sent, it may have been last year or the year before, the Easter eggs.
Yes.
And they sent me, so grateful, obviously, I can't remember your name, I'm really sorry. They sent me a non-dairy one. And I think I thought, oh, fantastic, I can eat this without pooing myself. Whoa. I had one bite of it. I was like, have a break. It was inedible.
Why have you told that story on the podcast?
I'm so,
So sorry,
sorry.
love it.
So sorry. And it's a year ago. I've waited an entire year to go. I'm really, thank you very much for saying non-dairy stuff. Oh,
You start off by calling them your fan, right?
not anymore.
Not a viewer.
Not anymore.
And then you've taken their gift and spat it out.
Oh, God.
You referred to yourself in the third person 2 weeks ago. It's quite a streak you're on.
Maffew
Maffew will not be getting Easter eggs this Sunday.
You need to swap t-shirts, you two.
Yeah.
So do you still have them?
I mean, Kayla got each other one for Easter, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, as a gift.
As a
exchange
gift,
thing.
yeah.
Right, okay.
I last time I was home, I bought Easter eggs for my mum, dad, and brother, and my mum was like, "Oh, I didn't do it this year. I didn't think we were." It's the first time, and then I thought, "Oh, I was like, oh, don't worry, it's all right. I've just brought them in." And then I didn't even notice. Mums are so sneaky. She managed to sneak out to the co-op, and then before I was about to go home, she was like, "There you go." I was like, "Ah!"
Oh, man.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
so nice.
Felt like
It's
a
like
child.
a TV advert, that, isn't it?
For the co-op. Always there when you need
The
them.
calendars.
Yeah.
Jack's man battling through the snow of March and early April.
All the news broadcasts, like, the government's recommend you do not go outside for any reason. The worst storm to hit England in 50 years.
But Jack wants an Easter egg. I must make it through.
No, I didn't even ask her. I didn't.
It's like Stallone in Rocky IV of the Mountain.
Why has this become like demanding? Get to the top. Easter.
She's lost her fingers, but she's got an egg for her son.
She comes back through the front door, clothes her ripped, she's crying, gives Jack the Easter egg. Jack takes one bite and spits it out on the floor.
Inedible.
Oh, the Mars bar!
Non-dairy. Bleh.
She has enough energy to open the door and then fall. Like Greg Valentine. Oh.
Oh Jesus, that was good. That was good.
really good,
that was
good.
I'll go back to disliking each other.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
The Hall of Fame. In condescending order from last week, Rhea Ripley's Dominic Mysterio t-shirt.
Yes,
The custom-made one she had.
it was. Yeah, Dom with all the koalas.
That was
Or like the
all
same,
chlamydia,
the
that's
same
right.
koalas, but 3 times, and it was just
No,
quite,
the different ones.
Yes.
Come on, man, gotta go.
and it was just quite wholesome.
The mysterious Greg's line. As seen it. Oh,
I've
no.
lost. I've lost to the-
that was last week.
I've lost to the Greg's line, which we laughed at for being crap.
It was a really boring pick in the end, wasn't it?
Mr. Manis didn't see last week. They haven't said anything to me. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, 36%.
Oh, I saw a tweet. I thought it was from the guy, maybe. So like, apparently I've ruined Matthew's Hall of Fame. So sorry.
I blocked them, so wouldn't I? Mascot during a minute's silence, 54%. Very well deserved.
Bit of improv from Ross.
An on the fly pick, yeah. I think they were nominated years ago by you.
It sounds like something I'd pick.
Yeah, but I don't think they won.
Mustn't have won.
I remember you nominating
You're saying the same joke again, but louder.
I remember you nominating the crap match, Man of the Match awards,
Oh, that was good.
like the
wasn't it?
curry.
Yeah. I definitely tried to put the boiler mascot in.
I remember the old footballers as well. I say old.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
From the 70s and 80s.
It was great. So I just reminisce about the Hall of Fame.
the look of it.
Look at them all, yeah.
Oh, they were rough. Oh,
Stylish at the time.
Hey, they worked down the mines on the weekends and whatnot.
you can tell.
Or during the week, I should say.
All that asbestos to be eaten. Anyway, Ross, what have you got for us?
There's no easy way to say this one this week. I'm going for Rhea Ripley's stink face on Nia Jax. It's the psychology behind the move more than anything that really gets me wanting to put it in the Hall of Fame. It's the fact that Nia is loosely affiliated with the Samoan dynasty. Obviously, Rikishi is famed for the stink face. So Rhea's taken the move from the dynasty and done it to a dynasty member. And I think that's just tremendous in-ring psychology. So that's the only reason that is going to be my nomination this week.
And you have to wonder how that's going to affect the Bloodline's mindset heading into WrestleMania.
Yeah, Roman Reigns will be second-guessing himself now.
If Cody wins, it's all down to Rhea Ripley's arse. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Cody might do it.
That's disgusting, Ross. That's so obvious. Have we got a video?
We probably could. Well, we could. It's fan footage, isn't it?
Oh, no.
After the
No,
waking up,
Joe's been told off, hasn't he?
I think I woke up on.
Yeah, we will see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think was it Saturday morning or Sunday morning? I woke up and someone was like, Rhea Ripley. It was on about a tweet there from somebody saying, "Oh, you're on about gooning on the podcast." Now Rhea Ripley's done this.
We did mention gooning quite a lot last week.
I clicked up and then that's what I saw. Yeah,
we collectively.
Yeah,
still not sure what gooning actually means.
Someone's tweeted me a definition of it. I've had various comments on the. Yeah, I know what it is now.
What is it?
It's prolonging one's edging but so much and so intensely that it transforms you into a state of like idiocy, and then you're a goon and you're gooning.
I remember Dan's colour system now.
He didn't want to be named. He didn't want to be named.
I remember Daniel Heppel of Cultaholic Wrestling and his colour system.
Go on.
I can't remember what it was now. Just remember it was red, green, like your traffic light system. He's going to come barging through that door like the Kool-Aid guy now, isn't he?
The Goon-Aid
Goon.
If we're doing it properly, it'll take him an hour to come through.
Then he looks like Randy Marsh. That picture of Randy Marsh.
Anyway,
It's a spooky ghost.
Thank you for that, Ross.
Cheers, Maffew.
Well, he's going to win, so I don't know what the point is now.
Oh, will he?
Yeah.
Joel, stop saying those things and bring up this week's thing.
Oh,
the lovely Matt McKnight, who's a lovely person.
I like Matt McKnight, but
Yeah.
this seems to be another Matthew Animal-based pick.
It certainly is. Bedfordshire. Dateline. 23rd of March, 2024. Black Bears at Woburn. Safari Park ride on swan pedalos. Unrelated, but doesn't pedalo sound like what Booker T would call a nonce?
I was just... for some reason, my brain, when I saw the word pedalos, went, oh.
Don't go near him. He's a pedalo. The four young bears, Harvard, Maple, Colorado, and Aspen, enjoyed riding on the pedalos at Woburn Safari Park in Bedfordshire. Is that the entire article? Because I don't know what else could you say.
What else could you say about
Here
that?
they
It's
are.
nice, isn't it?
The bears were, quote, immediately intrigued, end quote. That's not deserving of a quote, Mark, is it? By their new neighbour and wasted no time in investigating it.
You know what?
Is this? They're having to write. They've got a certain amount of word count, so it's just nothing. It was great fun watching them ride the swans, said some guy. All right, cheers.
No, you know what? I was skeptical at first, but that is quite nice. It's quite
This is a
heartwarming.
limited version of the story, it says.
I was going to say, I want to see video footage of the bears riding along.
Yeah. I want to see if they like help each other on.
You have to subscribe to their Patreon to
Yeah,
see
how
more.
did they get away from shore? We don't know. It's no video. It's not real, is it? That's just AI.
Originally from North America, they can go up to blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they've
We'll
got
see
nothing
Kate
there.
Middleton on a bench in the background somewhere.
Two pairs of
Kate Middleton with a Unabomber.
two pairs of siblings there, the bears, apparently. Just
Oh, that is
further down.
fascinating.
Yeah. The four black bears are two pairs of siblings. Harvard. Okay, well, yeah, we know the names.
It's repeating stuff now, aren't
Yeah.
they? But yeah, just die.
It's better than last week's.
It's not quite as good as the wanking walrus from last year, but it's, it's a welcome return to the animal picks. It's going to suck if you're not watching the video version, but oh well, sucks to be ye. Well, that's what I've got. What have you got for us, Jack?
I didn't come planned with one, so I'm trying desperately to think of a wrestling-based one. Well, Ross went for a wrestling-based one as well.
Yes, I did.
I'll go, I suppose... I'll go for a certain line from NXT this week, a line of dialogue.
Okay.
Because it really showed the kind of transparency of NXT's writing process. Because this whole, we'll talk about it later on in more detail, but Tony's going to invite Ilya to dinner, but not at the restaurant. So we're like, where's this going to be then?
I hope you actually know, because I couldn't work out what they were saying.
I replayed it. I was like, what's he said that? He goes like, really can't. But later on, when Luca Crucifino turns up to Ilya Dragunov and says like, the Don wants to invite you to dinner, and Ilya, because now they need to re-hammer the point home that it's going to be in this different location. So Ilya says, in a very unnatural way, he goes, yes, I am familiar with the restaurant. So my pick is, yes, I am familiar with the restaurant. Hopefully, also the irony of me nominating that will boost its, chances in the Hall of Fame. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, all right. All right. Look,
I've just got to be honest, man.
last minute, I didn't know what to do. It was a funny line at the time. Can't wait to talk about it later on. You nominated a line of Gregsy's?
That was different. I had bad info.
All right, I'll nominate Rhea and Shayna Baszler, and Shayna wants Rhea to do this thing face on her. Wait, do you see that? The sequel, the follow-up? You not see that?
No.
Oh, I'll nominate that then. I've
What got...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is great. This is going to split the vote.
I won't.
The dueling stink faces.
I'll stick with the crap one because it feels a bit unfair to Ross's pick, but I'll mention that...
Oh, I'm ready to take you on.
All right.
It's,
Well,
I will
Ross is
say that ass did not meet face in Jack's nomination.
No. So what happened is you've got Rhea now in the next match of the house show loop or whatever is facing Shayna, and Shayna voluntarily sits down in the corner and like goes, "Come on, man." So
I didn't see this bit.
And then Rhea goes to do it, and then Nia interferes and cuts her off for heat. So great heat as well. Everyone was like, "Boo!" We want to see her in her face. That's what the fans were saying, presumably.
I love wrestling psychology.
All right, I'll go for that one then. I'll go for the failed sting face on Shayna Baszler. Or Shayna Baszler welcoming the sting face. There we go.
So how are we going to word this? Successful stink face.
Shayna Baszler welcoming stink face.
Okay.
The stink face.
And I'll just go Rhea Ripley stink face as Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like Godfather and Godfather 2, isn't it? I've not seen 2.
It's like Home Alone 3 to Home Alone 4.
Oh, no. Home Alone 4 was
Oh,
bad.
hey, as I say things we can't take back. Yeah, and somewhere in the middle are 4 black bears on swans pedals. Not actual swans, Maffew, get a grip.
It was a nice story, that, though, because bears can swim. But they're just doing it voluntarily. They just say, we'll have a ride on this one.
Yes, they had a good old time, like you will have if you go to patreon.com/cultaholic and vote for one of them.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
Haha. This week in wrestling, SmackDown. A mysterious and handsome luchador cost Rey Mysterio the opening match against Santos Escobar. It's Dirty Dom.
It's really good, Kavorka, because the LWO were banned from ringside,
That's
but
right.
Dom is not part of the LWO, and he also hates Rey Mysterio.
Certainly does, and it means that Wade Barrett got to do the old British thing of going, "Who's the how's Rey Mysterio in the ring and out the ring?" And Corey's like, "All right, shut up, man." And he obviously takes off the mask, goes, "It's Dominic Mysterio."
Could have been mistaken for Dragon Lee, because he is obviously the new Rey Mysterio, but smaller.
Obviously,
Is that what they went for a few weeks ago? What did they say? They were like, it's like
yeah.
Rey Mysterio, but newer or smaller or
No,
something
I don't
like
think there was a
You look
but. It was
like-
just you're the new Rey Mysterio.
you look like
and
a
then he kicked him.
Rey Mysterio fanboy, and they push him over like a
that. Oh, it was a
nerd.
really good shove, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Angel Garza. What was I going to say? The match was fine, I thought. Rey Mysterio, I thought he injured himself properly at the start where he slipped off the ropes, but I think it was just storyline.
Yeah, it was so funny because like Corey Graves started by saying, "Oh, Rey Mysterio is back. He wants revenge on the horrible things Santos Escobar said about his dodgy knees." Seconds later, he slips, and they're like, "Well, I guess that's it then. Yeah, he was right." And he just talked about how old Ray is and how worn out he is, how the metal in his legs are rusted, how his bus pass is expired, and all this stuff. One slip. It's like he's what? He's 50 now, at least.
Must be.
He's been wrestling since he was -3.
I had a
Shocking that.
taxi driver the other day who, when they ask you what you do, and then if they used to watch wrestling, and he was saying he asked if he was like, I guess most of them have retired now, and I was like, and then the 2 he asked about were Randy Orton, and I was like, more of a limited schedule now, and he went Rey Mysterio, and I was like, he's a bad example. He's like a freak.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I agree because he was doing some cool stuff here. I like the doing the announce table bit where Ray did a running seated senton in the timekeeper's area, which basically went head over arse on the outside. I'm going, yeah, still great. So I reckon he heard the stuff they were saying. He goes, oh, you doubt me?
Stem cells, isn't it, lads? We go down to Mexico, get our stem cells done. Apparently that's what Ray does these days. Who was I watching? I was watching Mammy on Logan Paul again. I don't know why I said again. I was watching Logan Paul again, but Mammy was on this.
It was a good episode. I thought I'd watch it again.
Yeah, she was on there. I think they'd mentioned Ray and his stem cells and whatnot. I think it was that. I can't remember. I heard it somewhere. It might be fake. I don't know.
How was the X-Pac guy? Is he all right?
He seems all right.
Yeah, good.
He seems all right, him, you know. I know nothing about him apart from the fact he looks a bit like Sean Waltman. He used to do drugs. That's the thing that gets brought up.
Yes, he's he recovered addict, isn't he? Yeah.
He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Good interview, though. Really good interview.
What did it?
Good. She used to be a soccer player in Australia. That's what
centre back.
she gets better and better as the
Proper soccer or Aussie rules?
soccer.
Oh.
Because she's like, sorry, football. And they're like, we're American, yo.
Cowabunga.
It's like, oh, sorry, I almost forgot.
She's got to have been a centre back or a number 9.
Yeah, I
Or a
reckon
goalie.
target, man. You're Romelu Lukaku type, I reckon.
Holding people off.
Yeah.
Wings out.
Shoulders and shit.
Arse out. Wings.
Kenny Dalglish got the greatest arse in football history. Did you know? It's been
Really?
officially voted.
Kenny Dalglish?
Yeah.
I can't even think of
Go
it.
back and look at those little shorts. Joel knows what I'm talking about, don't you, Joel?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he says.
I'd probably go for Eden Hazard. Or, what was he called? Ivanovic.
Branislav Ivanovic. Oh, yes, he was a proper duck,
All
wasn't
those
he?
Chelsea players with their massive arses.
Is that
Wow.
official about him?
Yeah.
Well,
Kenny Dalglish
Right.
won some sort of award for his arse. Because he was a centre forward and used to sort of back in and use his arse, but also used to wear the little hot pants shorts. Anyway, there was a lovely lucha, angry lucha, mentioned it last week. Rey Mysterio doing his West Coast pop over the barricade.
Yes.
Another fantastic.
Oh, that's what it was, of course.
Fantastic
Sorry, yeah.
example of angry lucha, which is one of my favourite things these days.
Angry Lucha.
Yeah. Just,
I'm
"Oh,
some man,
gonna
I'm going to hit a lucha move.
Smash your face in. Tope. And it was a good finish because after Dom gets involved, we get a 619 from Escobar, which is Rey Mysterio's maneuver. And then a Phantom Driver. Aye.
Yes.
It hints at another match, you'd say.
I would say so. I
like
liked
Phantom.
it as
Sorry.
I liked it as an opening match and the little twist with Dom as well.
Yeah. I like Phantom Driver. He's almost as good as Ghost Rider.
I prefer Skeletor, me.
Backstage, Bailey thanks Naomi for her help last week. Bianca Belair interrupts and says Bailey isn't truly sorry for her past actions. She's just sorry they're catching up with her. They argue until Naomi breaks it up. After break, Naomi tells Belair that her feelings are valid, but Damage Control can't be defeated alone.
I agree with Bianca. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you booing her? She's right.
She is right.
I can see it from all perspectives here. Bailey saying friends are hard to come by, as they would be when you've been an arse for several years now.
Kenny Dalglish, yeah.
Yeah, Naomi hasn't been around for much of that arseness. She's like, I remember Bailey. She was all right. And then Bianca's fully justified because Bailey was an arse to her. I don't know why I'm going for that, but there we go.
Yeah, it was a good story.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying where it's going.
Likewise.
But what will it mean for WrestleMania?
I think they're going to go for the tag team titles, aren't they? Naomi and Bianca.
Oh, it won't go well.
Someone's going to break that up.
But then Bianca's threatening Bailey, isn't she? In this one saying, everything coming your way you deserve. Actions have consequences. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.
I wouldn't mind if Bianca turned heel. It seems like she might after this story. And I think she'll be good. She was
don't
good
think-
heel in NXT.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to turn heel exactly. I think she's going to turn like justified heel.
Like Drew.
Like a Drew.
She will.
Yes.
Yeah, she'll turn Drew.
Which
Wait.
means she's going to turn Brett.
Yeah.
She'll turn Brett and she'll turn Drew.
Wow.
Yeah. She'd be the grumpiest, most justified person on all of the wrestling. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller beat the Good Brothers with a dirty pinfall to advance in the tag team qualifying tournament. I think that's what we call it now.
Yeah, Good Brothers spread too thin. They're in 2 tournaments.
They want all the gold.
Yeah.
They want to be at Stand Deliver and they want to be at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they know it's Mania coming up. So after Mania is always the cut. So now they're working.
Can I just say, they got no reaction at the start of this match, but then Carl Anderson gets... an example of that is Carl Anderson getting a golf clap for the plancha thing over the top rope that he did. Is it a plancha? I always get mixed up.
Plancha over the top rope.
Yeah. But then Gallows does this massive choke slam where he hurts his knee. I don't know if that was legitimate or not. It didn't seem to be on NXT. And then they just start working like there's never worked before. I thought the effort put in by the Good Brothers was like, I don't even know. I've never seen it before from them.
Their whole thing's being too
true.
chill and not caring.
Yeah.
What was going on?
But after that choke slam from Gallows, they were going everywhere. Machine should have been disqualified. That
Yeah.
crazy lady. She did an arm drag on Waller and didn't get her team DQ'd.
Yeah.
And the other heel stole one in the midst of the Good Brothers flying. Literally flying around the ring. Yeah, I've never seen them work like that for ages.
Yeah, years, literally years. Yeah, maybe in the boneyard.
When they were both murdered.
One of them certainly.
Carl was murdered.
Gallows got thrown off the roof, and Carl took a tombstone on the roof, which later got set on fire. So yeah, he probably did die.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got
That
better.
match, man. The bit
But
there's
got some stem
There's
cells.
a bit at the start of that match where they're both talking trash to each other in a really southern way, and AJ goes, "Your wife know you're out this late?" And Taker goes, "Yeah, she does." Fair enough, right?
Yeah, it's a good comeback, yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
she does.
I'll put here, Austin Theory looks AI generated.
He does.
It's actually because he's so perfect, Maffew.
Yeah, and boring at the same time.
Oh.
It's weird how it's happening, isn't it?
Oh.
I'd look like Austin Theory. I could. I don't care if he's AI generated.
Graves says the OC want to get back to their ways of throwing arms and tipping elbows. Wade says, I hope they also drink. Graves says that's what the tipping elbows bit means. And Wade's like, oh, sorry, we speak English where we're from.
Yes.
Get him.
Wade is on fire. He's really good at this role. Booker this week shouted "yeah" and "what" a lot, so they're both good in their own way.
Yes. Booker T's the good brothers of commentators.
Past few weeks, Booker's since he come back from his medical thing, he's really been loud. Like he's gone for it.
That's the thing we missed from the news, because that story came out last week about Sami Zayn being upset about the reaction to him being the number one contender.
Came from Booker T, right?
Sami did an interview where he's like, yeah, I'm surprised that made the news because I told Booker T that while sat next to him on an airplane. So Booker's obviously taken this very in confidence conversation they had.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
And
Oh,
spilled the beans, yeah. Sammy does an interview. I forget who it was with, but I saw it on the timeline yesterday. Sammy was like, yeah, I was surprised that got out. Me and Booker were on an airplane. I was sat next to him.
Who's the source? Who could it be? Melted in the luggage bit above.
He could fit, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's a very short man.
But a very hench man.
see, if you were Sammy in that position, would you then message Melton and goes, hey, Booker T's just been Booker T took the biggest poo I've ever seen in my life. Just make up any really lame news story that might actually get through.
They had to ground the plane.
ATC, we have to pull over.
Oh yeah.
It was me.
Yeah.
Did it spin around in the aisle afterwards?
Shuck it.
The next match is actually there's a video on Bron Breakker.
I really liked it. It was a different
Oh,
presentation.
sorry. Yes, there was.
Certainly was. It's a bunch of stats, make him look even more of a freak than he already is. Wow, Steiners and numbers. Where do they get these wacky ideas from? But no, it worked really well.
Is this Scott Steiner story?
No.
It was like Scott Steiner says that Bron needs to stop stealing his moves. I think he was probably joking because it's his nephew.
I hope so, yeah.
Damn
He's
it,
gotta
Booker T, will you shut up?
He's got to be kidding, right? I guess.
He got, was
It
it?
has to be, yeah.
Yeah, he did the thing from WrestleMania 9 this week, didn't he? Braun on NXT. When he's in the Doomsday Device position, does the...
reverses it.
Yeah.
Is he at WrestleMania 9?
It's either Rick or Scott at WrestleMania 9. It's in that match.
It's been ages since I've seen it. But yeah, you're right, guy.
He did that this week. But yeah, this would, it made me think it's like the actual prototype in a John Cena sense.
Yes.
Yeah, good comparison.
I like his little catchphrase at the end. Bron Breakker. A new level of performance. Like he's some sort of supercar.
Yes.
Supercar. So it's the way you said that. The next match is Io Sky versus Naomi, but Io doesn't arrive with the rest of Damage Katal. We cut backstage and see Io beating down Bayley. Officials break it up and Io heads out for a match, which she wins thanks to interference from her stable. They beat Naomi down afterwards and Asuka misses her. No, she doesn't. She hits her. So Belair runs out to help. Eventually, she gets overwhelmed as well.
Yes.
Oh, see, I don't think she's turned the heel. She's like, well, I'm still going to help you, even though I don't agree.
For now. Or was she
Right
helping
now.
Naomi, not Bayley?
She was helping Naomi, yeah. They're going to go after the tag team titles. I'll say it for a second time. I thought Naomi sold the mist really well. It should be done that way every time.
Yes.
Because some people just go, oh, it's just a minor inconvenience, not
Yeah.
this acidic stuff
Right.
that
Yeah.
came from the
Right.
bile in her stomach.
Did Taker get missed by Tajiri once? I can still remember short
He did,
hair
and he-
Undertaker.
It was
with
really early
green-
in the match as well. So
Yeah.
Undertaker wins. He's beating up Tajiri.
Why is he wrestling Tajiri? It was a hardcore title.
Yeah,
Right.
Me and Tom have only just watched that a while ago. It's Undertaker's been like just 0-1 Undertaker, a bit lazy, whatever, a bit past it, looking rubbish. He gets the hardcore title from RVD and starts putting out these bangers where he's putting over Taz even. So like Taz has got the Kataja Hajime on him, and Undertaker's walking around like he's got a big backpack on. And then he has a match with Tajiri where Tajiri looks awesome as well. It's like well, I forgot about this. But yeah, so
I've just got a vivid memory of short hair Undertaker with green mist in his face.
that face, he thinks it's a cucumber.
But in the match, I just thought it was two lasses doing all their moves perfectly. I thought it was good to see Naomi getting a lot of offense in there against the champion because, like, her returns just fell flat pretty quick for me. Like, in the wrestling bits of it, not the actual, like, the storyline with Bianca is good, but the wrestling bits, you got a job reference a few weeks ago, fell flat too quick for me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good reminder. I mean, as you said there, she did the splits banzai drop.
Yes. Oh, great Kavorka.
Well, that's what I was thinking as well. But yeah, she is just part of a bigger storyline right now. So, you know, maybe lost the shuffle, but it is the build up to WrestleMania after all. So.
Yeah. And she did lose with a distraction as well.
She did.
And Io nailed the moonsault for the final fall.
Over the moonsault.
One of the things that Triple H is good at since he's become head of creative is that, like, with Vince, it felt like each feud was in its own box. But Triple H's do all bleed together a bit more sometimes, or like, not all with each other, but sometimes like extra people get involved because he kind of tries to make you think, well, how would they react to that? And then it does happen. So that's good.
I agree with
It's
that.
like Goodfellas, you might say, if you're Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
You got this movie? Oh, that was news. Yeah, Kevin Nash compared the ending of Raw to a Scorsese film.
Oh, okay.
What a shame Joel's not got a microphone. You can see him itching.
What's your favourite Scorsese film?
Beep. Joel, we're recording the podcast.
Would you agree that it was
that
like a
beep in, right? Okay, thank God.
Was it like a Scorsese? You film boys?
Well,
It was good. It was cinematic.
I've
It
only
was just-
seen like 3 Scorsese. I don't know.
I thought more specifically the bit last week when the camera followed Sami Zayn
That was like Scorsese.
and then came back. That was very, long shot.
That was like
Goodfellas
Goodfellas,
that go
yeah.
through the back of the thing's nice, but
I've
I
only,
like that Scorsese's become that's cinema, that, innit?
Yeah.
Western cinema is a Scorsese, but if it's in the East, it's a what, Jack?
Kurosawa.
There we go.
Yeah, Kira Kurosawa. Or Edward Yang, my boy. Sorry.
Your boy.
Yeah, I prefer my Taiwanese cinema to my Japanese cinema.
Oh,
actually.
do
yeah,
you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well.
yeah. Cool. Seen one film. It was excellent.
I'm glad to hear it. We see Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis chatting backstage while Paul Heyman watches in the background like a little creepy creeper.
Did you see him? It took me a while to see him, and then when I saw him, I had to rewind. I was like, oh, he's there. Did you not?
What segment were we on about here?
Yeah, I actually don't remember.
Exactly.
I have no notes on him.
He was really. It's the most subtle of all the
I have
Triple H
anything?
background.
Who's in the
people
foreground of
gone.
the shot? I missed
Cody
this.
and Nick.
Cody and Nick.
Can you find it, Joel? We won't put it on the screen, but if it's
Cody and Nick.
yeah, Cody's just chatting with Nick Aldis. Like
I've not written this down.
It's just
No,
one of-
I haven't. Like, are you
don't-
sure this happened?
I don't think they say anything.
Oh,
It's
there
like,
it is.
It's like one of the links where it's like just and later on tonight and Cody's here and all that stuff.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's not written.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
right,
Heyman's
Yeah,
lurking, yeah.
have it- yeah,
He is
yeah.
spying.
Can you see him from there?
The title is Paul Heyman Spies on Cody.
Yeah, it's just there. No, it's just there.
It's right there.
There we go. Don't play it on the actual
Don't play it on the
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah. Oh, cookies. Oh, it's not as subtle. It's not as subtle as I.
He sort of leans out from behind
We're bringing
big
a lot of
storage
time
bin.
for this, by the way.
It's at the start of the video.
It's crucial.
It was right at the start. There it is. It's an advert now. Oh! It is there. It is there. It's called Paul Heyman Spies. Stop.
It's like Ghostwatch.
Wait.
It's not, it's all
We reviewed the footage. He's not even there. Oh, it's a fake video. Oh,
You can see
we
him
got
leaning
pranked. Whatever. There's a brief shot of Heyman looking. Yeah, we'll move
Joel, I
on.
just like to apologise for my outburst there. I'm so
Move
sorry. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
But yeah,
no.
I guess he would do that. You know, he's the wise
It's
man
not
of the
worth
tribal chief.
screenshotting and putting online.
There it
It's
is. Bottom row.
There it
Row.
is. Oh,
There he is. We can
Get
show
it
that on the
get it on the
podcast.
screen.
Yeah.
not. Hold on for that.
Look at him. The little weirdo. Yay.
That was so exciting.
Zoom in, Joel. There he is.
Enhance.
Hey, it's not as subtle as I thought it was. I was like, lads,
Where is he, Jack? I can't see him.
You know what I've realised? I've mixed it up with what on Raw, I think, where Drew's talking to Heyman in the background. Yeah.
That's not real, is it?
What do you mean?
What?
He's
Joel's
going
just
further
got-
away. Oh, it's getting bigger.
Joel just says that's not real, is it? Why is it not real, Joel?
What do you mean?
Because the Haven's not real.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
He
yeah,
is
that's what he's doing.
That was not
Do you mean in general or just in his image?
Well, it's obviously mid-motion. There's a bit of blur on it because Cody's moving.
He's a fast creep.
that
Yeah.
video was fake. We just
Yeah. Right. That was good.
This is exactly what they want for these segments, by the way. People stopping going, that was Paul.
The Drew one on Raw is good though. So I was like, what?
That
He told
one's
him for?
That's the one that I've made
More
a
than that
horrendous
later, though.
mistake. Yeah.
Backstage, Belair tries to wash the mist out of Naomi's eyes. Tiff Strats walks past and mocks them. Toodles.
Yeah.
What's she doing at WrestleMania then? Out Tiffy Strats?
Whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that could be true there, Maffew. But, you know, there's so many matches on the card, it doesn't look like she's going to be in one.
If she's not, I'd like to see her do something the week after, on like the Raw SmackDown after Mania.
Can we have
Winning
two
it down.
sets of hosts?
Yeah.
I know that's just NXT, isn't it?
Hear me now.
Yeah, maybe Tiffy's going to be the
Have they
host.
announced a host for Mania? Is there a celebrity or someone?
Well, they were going after Meek Mill, but then the Puff Daddy stuff happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, are they affiliated? Like,
There's a line in a rap, it was on the timeline again. I don't know much about it, but there was a line in a rap where he was doing... I don't want to say anymore. If I speak, I get into trouble.
Yeah, that's Joel's job, not yours, Ross.
wait a minute. Oh.
No, we'll move on.
Okay.
Kevin Owens complains
Google
to
it,
Nick.
it'll be
I
fine.
know about the P. Diddy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Do we need to take that out? Is that libelous?
Well, we've just said the P. Diddy stuff.
I'm sure. Everyone knows what that is.
I don't think you listen to this. Kevin Owens complains to Nick Aldis about WWE's favourable treatment of Logan Paul. Pretty Deadly interrupt and complain about not being booked for WrestleMania. They argue with Owens, who challenges them to a tag team match next week, implying that he'll ask Randy Orton to team with him. Orton appears behind Pretty Deadly and agrees. They walk off to hang out on Orton's bus, but Owens runs back in and knocks both of them out with one punch.
Elton Prince stole this segment for me. His selling of Randy Orton's shock appearance was fantastic. Him trying to sort of like find common ground with Randy Orton because apparently Cowboy Bob wore a similar jacket. He's like, oh, we can be friends. And he gets knocked out by Kevin Owens. Good segment, but I just wish there was more Pretty Deadly on the show. They're just entertaining every time on.
Same.
And speaking of entertaining every time, Kevin Owens here. The way this like we faded in and they're already talking about stuff. It's Owen and Nick, and Owens is mad. He had to find out what he's doing at WrestleMania via Big Pat McAfee. Nick says he's a sponsor. Owen says, "Okay,
It was Logan. It was Logan's podcast.
Was it Logan?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it was
thanks.
Logan.
Sorry,
Yeah,
God.
even worse for Kev.
all these white Americans, the podcast all the same to me. Nick says he's a sponsor. Owen says, "Okay, I'll give you 20 quid if you let me know what's happening."
yeah.
That's
And
all
I
nice.
liked at the end when he's like, "Randy, did you see it?"
Yeah, I was gonna, Randy. I did it again. Yay.
One bit we missed out, by the way, was Jade's promo because tonight on SmackDown she's making her first appearance.
Wait, tonight?
Tonight, because this goes out on a Friday.
Oh, I thought you meant they said on this show that it was tonight. But yes, this week.
This week, tonight, SmackDown.
What's she
Friday,
gonna
the
do?
29th of March.
I mean, I'm happy, but I didn't have any notes, so I don't think I had.
Just excited.
I just thought it was
Yay.
an interesting time for her to make her first appearance.
I'm gonna.
Just before WrestleMania, right? Well, that's how they've been doing the SmackDown before and after Mania. Is to like, oh, all the other stuff that's been building up that we're not going to put on WrestleMania, we'll put on there. So
I mean, this is the SmackDown before WrestleMania.
bollocks, you're right.
Oh yes, there's that very.
Sorry,
last one.
time's difficult.
I'm gonna. I'm not going out at Easter weekend. I'm gonna stay up all night to watch Jade Cargill's first match.
Naturally,
Yes, of course.
eating a chocolate egg that your mum died to get. Sorry, she's not
Watch
dead.
the-
She's frozen in
watch
one of
the-
those giant ice cubes.
Watch the earlier bit of the podcast. If you'll have just skipped to this.
Oh, yeah, be like, wow, they're quite flippant about that. Jesus. We see footage from last night of AJ Styles being interviewed in his home gym, which he's obviously using a lot at
Yes.
the minute. He goes outside to investigate a car horn, which turns out to be LA Knight.
What do you mean by laughing at my writing?
It's just investigating a car. That sounds like a horn being card. And it turns out it's not a car horn, it's LA Knight.
It is a car horn.
He's beeping the car
He
horn.
was through the
No,
window.
no, LA Knight was going. Yeah. I reckon LA Knight didn't even have a car. He walked there. That sounds like LA Knight pretending to be a car. Oh, it is. They brawl in the driveway until police arrive and arrest Knight. He says he'll be back if AJ doesn't show up to next week's SmackDown.
Nothing against the police. He respects the police, though. He says nothing against you boys.
They're always quick to do that. If it's like ring security or local whatever, it's all right. They're getting attacked. They're getting beat up because the local wrestlers anyway. So the police is like, I respect you.
Yeah. Austin didn't. He wouldn't mind throwing a punch at a police officer, though.
Just one.
Yeah, yeah. There was a bit of this that I really didn't like, which was then on commentary, they're like, at this point, we lost our camera footage, but luckily we've got the police, the dash cam. And then the car pulls up, you're looking at it from that point of view.
Yeah.
Then it cuts immediately to a
I know,
WWE
right?
camera. I was like, guys.
Yeah, don't worry, the police were there and also the local press
I was like,
with their 4K
Borash? I don't know who it
and the
was.
lighting guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, this looked a bit rubbish.
I thought it was good. What the on-body footage, whatever it's called.
No,
That bit was good.
If they stuck to it, like what Jack said, if they stuck to it, it's just like, oh, all right, well, that went nowhere quick. Oh, luckily, we've got the police camera, and it was just that direct feed, that would be fine. But they have to cut.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not, no.
At least they gave it a go. It's outside the box.
It was different. Yeah, it was different.
We've
It was
been
half-
starved of that for many years.
The TV
Yes.
product has started to feel different, and that's good.
And I don't know who it was in one of our chats here at Cultaholic HQ, but someone said AJ Styles is entering his Macho Man WCW era. And my God, with the beard and the
dyed
arms,
black beard.
unbelievable. His skin is going to burst soon. It is.
Yeah, he's looking real jacked, brothers.
And it's nice to see that Wendy's doing well. Wendy was there calming down her
was
husband on
there.
the lawn.
Encouraging him to move. Everyone seems to know where he lives.
And he's such a tiny little woman.
She wasn't when they first got together. But now he's gotten bigger. Have you gotten shorter? No.
AJ's just eating his children from their own respective dining tables. That's how they do it in the Styles house, so they've all got their own table.
Yeah, my wife.
You took food off my wife table, my son table, my other son table, my other son table, and my other son table.
He got 4, hasn't he?
It's like Noah's Ark.
I mentioned Noah's Island on the Twitch stream this week, and some people in the chat were like, Noah's Island. Do you remember?
What's
Remember
Noah's
Noah's
Island?
Island? Cartoon from back in the day. It was a polar bear. He was Noah, and he lived on a floating island with all the other animals, and he was like their captain, like steering the island.
Oh, the Epstein of his day.
Carry on with the wrestling.
I can't remember Noah's Island.
Noah's Island, yeah, he's a polar bear.
They've all been removed from the iPlayer. They'll never be shown.
Importantly, though, AJ Styles declined to press charges against LA Knight.
Oh,
Get
yes.
in the way of them eating,
And
obviously.
Knight was released from jail.
Yeah.
To clink.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be good if he turned up like Dominic Mysterio this week? LA Knight, I mean.
Yeah.
Having spent a few hours in jail.
Shouldn't AJ have, in the Attitude Era, AJ wouldn't have declined. He would have pressed charges, and then LA Knight would have ridden a police car into the WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That seems the logical wrestling way to go.
Yeah.
Never mind. No?
Yeah?
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
did you stop?
Because I was actually just thinking, like, well, how would that work? It's like, can I borrow this police car? Of course you can.
No,
LA
no,
Knight.
he steals it. 'cause it's
No,
wrestling,
Steve Austin
yeah.
just stole. Yeah, that's it. We just let that happen.
Never really had any consequences for stealing all those vehicles. I like them. I think my favorite one's when he's driving the ambulance because
Yeah.
there's a shot from inside the cabin and he's proper like,
Yeah.
grappling with the wheel. Austin was the most entertaining driver of every
He
wrestler.
really
ever.
was.
Yeah.
And out those cars like GTA. The Street Profits defeat the AOP to advance in the tag team tournament.
Hey, the Street Profits are fun again. I can't believe it. I got emotional when they came out in their silly babyface clothes. I was like, yes, come on, boys.
Yep. The best heel faces in SmackDown.
Now they're just faces now.
Yeah.
Oh, their faces.
Lashley even cracked a smile. He was like, oh, they're mad. Nice one, Bob.
You reminds me of my sisters.
I love my sister.
Yeah, they tortured me.
I just think the AOP need to get out of this Final Testament stuff because that moment where Tez does a plancha over the top rope and he's caught by either Akam or Rezar and is power bombed into his tag team partner. I just thought, just do that, everybody. You don't need to stand there behind Paul Ellering.
Yeah.
Just throw people around.
NXT AOP was like the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were great.
There was a good hot tag from Angelo where he took down both of the AOPs with a plum I've written down in my notes. Very nice indeed. I thought it was a decent finish with Tez getting the roll-up after Dawkins bashed one of the big boys away. Because that's what Dawkins does. He bashes those big boys.
Yes.
Aye.
Very nice stuff. It's a shame the Final Testament are already like comfortably losing and stuff.
Yeah,
It's not working though, is it?
No.
Corey Graves said last week, didn't he? We're not sure what these fellas are about. But they're here again.
Yep.
They're mad about something.
Paul Heyman speaks to Roman Reigns on the phone and confirms that Cody Rhodes has turned up alone.
Yeah, Roman's only in the car park, but he rings him. Okay. I guess it makes Roman seem important.
Of course it does.
Okay, fair enough.
And here's the segment. Roman Reigns makes his entrance without the rest of the bloodline as agreed. Cody comes out alone, and Roman calls him a fool. He says Cody can't be the face of WWE because he's an idiot who thinks with his heart. Roman mocks Cody for aligning with his little brother, Seth Rollins, and admits that Seth once stabbed him in the back. He'll do the same to Cody sooner or later. Cody brings up the Shield losing to the Rhodes family and references his time in the Bullet Club, so he's no stranger to factions and betrayal. He might not be able to trust Seth, but can Roman trust The Rock? Roman calls Cody a politician, making endless promises to please the crowd without delivering. Cody says they both grew up in the wrestling industry and wanting to be the next Bruno, Hogan, Austin, etc. The next generation will probably grow up wanting to be the next Roman, but Cody's fine with that because he's the one who will beat Reigns. Cody offers Roman a handshake before Mania, but Reigns just leaves the ring. Jimmy and Solo come out to the crowd to stand alongside Roman, but before they attack, Cody is joined by Seth and Jay. And that ends the show.
They both knew. Neither of them really did the agreement.
Yeah.
Because Cody said at the start, if you came alone, I came alone.
There we go. That was very nicely
so he
worded,
told you
yeah.
straight away. I thought it was good points from Roman about Seth not being able to be trusted fully. Good from Cody. Good from Roman again, calling Cody a politician who doesn't deliver, because that's what he's done so far. If you want to be truthful about the situation, that's what he's done so far. My other main note from this was the fan shouting at Roman right at the end of the segment. You need a room full of strangers to acknowledge your bitch ass. That's so effing cool.
Yeah.
All picked up word by
She's
word.
right there.
She was really-
middle of the frame. Couldn't have been framed more perfectly.
She was really relaxed when she said it as well. She's like, got a drink.
so effing cool, man.
Great.
Yeah, you
and
rule, woman.
Roman smiles at that point, but I don't know if he was corpsing or if he was like
He's only
directing
doing
it.
okay,
yeah.
Cody, you got me.
But it was
Like
just
Charlotte Flair when she loses.
if it was a corpsing, it was the less obvious one this week. Apart Renee in AEW. Do you see that one?
No.
Nick Jackson goes, "Where's Marvez?" And he's better looking than you. And she goes,
That wasn't a laugh. That
It
was,
was
that was I'm gonna punch you.
"No." The camera had to like zoom in and cut it out of frame. It was the classic.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh,
Yeah.
damn it. Well, thank you, Jack, for doing my job for me.
I think it was a good thing to do, though, having like Cody have his reinforcements, though, because it sort of foreshadows night 2 a bit for me. So I think bloodline rules will be a thing on night 2, and then Cody just having the people there in the background, some of which we might not expect to see.
Oh,
Oh.
what Dustin?
No,
Oh right. Okay.
we'll talk about it
Billy
on Raw.
Graham.
Oh, because that's it.
Because that was in the news. Was it in the news? Someone going like, "Oh, keep your eyes on the things in the background because they might mean something."
Oh yes.
That's just Jack every few minutes on this.
Yeah, I was having. No, the trucks.
Yeah.
Look, I see.
Whoa.
That was a way too dramatic noise for me realizing. Sorry, but no, I really liked the segment, and I also liked Reigns, as you said. Oh, Cody's a politician. Hey, want your kid in Cody's entrance? Oh, he loves that. It's rubbing it in, but Cody going, yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm a babyface, but I'm not a stupid babyface. So yeah, I brought back up too.
He's not like Sting, his hero.
Exactly.
I've got an itch to scratch from the podcast for building. It's been building for many weeks. I've been mentioning this, how Cody Rhodes says hello to people.
Go ahead.
I need to thank at JDE. Oh my God, God, the Nordic spirit. J Dog Low on the Twitter machine, who sent me this over the weekend, who found the clip in question. This is how Cody Rhodes, once I get in the right place, this is how he says hello to people.
Can you zoom up so you see that's
Oh, it's actually him. Wow.
So there we go. That's what I've been mentioning for many weeks without finding the video.
Who is it coming in?
I don't know. Is it Bianca? No, she's there.
Hi.
Don't know. Until the American twang at the end sounds like my nana. Hiya.
But it's a good greeting from Cody.
A good greeting from Cody. I agree.
The itch has been scratched.
Yeah, another great segment on many of them in the build-up to WrestleMania. And we look at Collision. No, we don't.
Yay.
Don't. No.
Let's work. Let's work.
Let's work.
Don't be happy.
Oh.
Okay.
Be sad there was no collision.
Okay.
Oh.
Think about the colliders out there, you dick.
No, no. There's going to be more than enough wrestling over the next couple of weeks. So
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes opens the show and asks Chicago what they want to talk about. He says they're in the awkward period before WrestleMania when the time for talk is over.
That's the biggest lie for this episode of Raw.
It's a good way to start Monday Night Raw. Cody brings up Roman, calling him a politician on SmackDown, but he actually does keep his promises. He talks about going to a fan's wedding and a kid's birthday party, as well as inviting the wrestling club to WrestleMania, which is funny because that's what Roman Reigns was making fun of him for. Yeah. Thanks, Cody. Making yourself look good. Cody says he acts like a champion because the real champion isn't here.
Whoa.
Shot back.
He respects Roman, but he hates his guts. He understands if Roman hates him back because it's Cody's fault that he and The Rock couldn't have their wank fest at this WrestleMania. This was not censored.
Well, the Americans.
I like to think that we taught him that.
The Americans are quite blasé about the word wank. They don't really. It doesn't really mean anything there to them. I don't
You
think.
wankor.
You wanker. Yeah.
I think Chris Jericho calling us all that at Insurrection one, yeah? You Newcastle wankors.
The same year Bischoff went, why? I heard of Mad Cow season, but I didn't know Fat Cow season was in session.
What's their version of wanker?
Gooner.
Yeah.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's censored goon?
Hey, you
on Raw?
asshole. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I don't think they would.
Jack off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack
off.
Fest.
Yeah.
Festival full of people called Jack.
All right, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah, it'd be good. Cody rallies the crowd and gets them to point at the sign together. But then The Rock interrupts. The
Oh, it
crowd
was
are-
unannounced as well. Everyone went
Exactly.
mad.
So it's funny, isn't it? Cody, you're great.
Yeah.
The Rock's here. F
Oh,
Cody.
in fairness, they were booing The Rock by the end.
I got you, of course they were. Eventually, chant CM Punk. That
Yes.
was funny. Like, oh, okay. Oh, they're in
Yeah.
Chicago, right, Maffew? Don't be dumb. Rock doesn't get on the mic.
Because they must hate The Rock more than most cities because he screwed their boy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before he could screw himself. Instead, whispering something to Cody and leaving.
Tonight,
Ooh.
I'm going to make you bleed.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
So when...
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Meow, meow, meow.
I
meow,
lip-read
meow,
myself.
meow, meow. Ah.
So when... So later on, when Cody's been all secretive about what he said, why? He said he was going to make me bleed later on. Wanker.
That's what he said. That's what he said at the end. I said, I tell you 2
Yeah.
hours ago, mate.
It was weird. Anyway. It was effective, though, I think.
Come on, shut up, bitch.
Yeah, it was a good opening set because Cody, as you say there, he was just saying everything that Roman said to him on Friday, but he goes, I need to pretend to be the champion because you're not here, you dick. So it brought it round. It was good. Thoughts for Seth Rollins, though, because he's obviously the champion of Raw. I know it's a different feud. I know that Cody's fighting someone else, but, you know, that Raw does have a champion, and he was on Raw.
And it is building the tension that they talk about, going, you can't trust Seth Rollins, you know? And Cody's like, yeah,
Well,
I
do you
know.
reckon that was on purpose, then?
He is a
Because Cody's not dumb.
slippery
Cody's like,
snake.
yeah, I know he might cheat on me, but guess what? I'll beat him up. Again. Make it 4-0. Jackie Redmond tries
Like
to
a
interview...
what?
Like 4-0.
4-0.
Oh, right.
Because he's beaten him 3. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Jackie Redmond tries to interview The Rock as he comes back through Gorilla, but he doesn't reveal what he said to Cody.
He says, go and ask Cody what I said. So
Yeah.
she does, and Cody doesn't tell her.
Yeah. It's hard
Which
being
is
a-
good, but it sounds funny when you sum it up.
hard being a journalist in wrestling, isn't it?
Apparently, if you're not making it all up in your head. In the JD's clubhouse...
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry, I mean asking Booker T. Rhea scolds Dom for interfering in Ray's match on SmackDown without letting her know first.
Sorry, mommy.
Priest and Balor want JD to finally take care of Ricochet. Rippy tells JD to just win. Dom tells her not to worry, he'll make sure of it. I actually like that the camera showed Rhea Ripley, and the crowd went, yeah, Rhea Ripley, and the crowd panned to like the rest of the JD, and they went, oh. Thought it was nice.
It was a very good segment because when Rhea's going like, oh, communication is key, Dom. Later in the night, something happens which proves that Dom's maybe whizzle-wazzling her.
Oh.
My God. It's another like
Oh.
Heyman-esque appearance or Drew and Paul-esque appearance.
I'm excited to find out what this is because I'm not actually sure. What it is.
I know who it is, but I'll not ruin the surprise when we get to that point of the show.
I want to know what Balor got in his dart throw because
Yeah.
his reaction was like, yeah. And Priest went, yeah. So what did he get?
33. Sorry.
Oh.
I don't know. I gotta thank everyone who sent me the Becky Lynch episode of her last meal because she did mention once again. She didn't say that properly. She was like chocolate from Ireland.
Legally distinct from Irish chocolate.
Irish chocolate.
Not as good.
But one of them is the Turkish Delight Dairy Milk, which I thought was very, very controversial.
Yeah, that is a weird choice.
Yeah.
James from Triple Jumps just come back from Istanbul and brought back some like actual Turkish delight from Turkey. It's very different.
Is it actually a Turkish
It
thing?
tastes like your grandma's perfume.
Well, I don't know if it.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if it's. It is different. I don't know if ours isn't really an authentic representation of Turkish delight because
I never thought of Turkish Delight as actually from Turkey.
Well,
'cause
I don't know what their version's called, but it's like it hasn't got like the jelly in. It's more just like a
Right.
block of really sweet, sugary flesh. Like the texture's really weird.
So you have to go all the way to Turkey to get human flesh. Turkish
all right.
Delight.
It's all right though. We're not bad. It was all right. I tried the normal flavor, but there was also like lemon and stuff.
Lockham.
Oh.
I don't even know.
That's what it's called in
Yeah,
Turkey.
that's what it's
huh?
like. The cubes.
Lockham.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Reading a brief history of Turkish Delight.
Thank you to James. There. He also saw Fenerbahce's stadium. Lovely.
Good for him. Dom tries to interfere in the match, but the referee ejects him. Ricochet wins with a shooting star press. When we come back from the break in this match, the camera at ringside held an uncut shot for 1 minute 46.
Oh!
That was my live reaction to watching that.
It is really funny. Just, we've been, I don't even know what the word is, just living through the Kevin Dunn era, the latter days of Kevin Dunn's dictatorship of WWE and the production.
A dictatorship.
It is funny watching the reaction to just not Kevin Dunn stuff.
Yeah, but to be fair though, the more I think about it, this doesn't really get done that much in other wrestling promotions. They are really trying different stuff.
Yeah.
The only other one I can think of that used to do mad stuff was Lucha Underground, but that was more towards the Kevin Dunn side. That was like super edited, stylized stuff. So I can't really think of a promotion that's doing it this deliberately. New Japan might hold the same camera angle for a while, but that's like more of a sportsy looking
Right,
thing.
it looking more like sporty is what I like.
But they're trying to do more. WWE here are they're trying to do stuff to make people go, ooh, and I don't mind it. I think it's good, yeah.
So
It's definitely
the
better than
drones
Kevin
in
Dunn.
Puerto Rico.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it is better than Kevin Dunn.
Obviously, yeah, the match was nice as well. Like Ricochet springboard 450 into Ray's knees. We've got Canadian Destroyer, Spanish Fly, yeah, all the good stuff.
He got nay pop on his way down to the ring, but by the end of the ring, everyone was going radio rental just because of the moves you've said there. The highlight of which for me was the reverse Rana off the top before the recoil. Yeah. He does some sort of twiddly-do transition in the air, which is fantastic.
There was a move. I can't remember if it was like, was there a Poison Rana in that list of moves?
That was a reverse.
That was reverse Rana.
Poison
yeah.
Rana. And JD sells that like he does like I can only describe it as like the pack sell like
Yeah.
that. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good match. It was just it's two guys who the crowd don't really want to cheer that much or cheer for.
Yeah. And then Ricochet hitting a shooting star press on a standing opponent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
The
then
timing.
And then
Oh, okay.
Pat really broke that down in his post-match analysis. Did you see?
He did.
Drawing
Little
all
squiggly
the
lines.
Yeah, he draws it really thick, like 5 times.
Next time WrestleMania's in Chicago, put Trevor in the main event. That's what I learned here by the end of the match.
Yep.
The crowd bloody loved him, more so than other places.
Yeah. You know who else they like? CM Punk arrives and says he'll be at WrestleMania. His arm might not currently work, but his mouth does.
Cody Lingus.
He also makes a naughty joke about his wife.
Yeah, April.
what he meant?
April knows what I'm
I didn't
talking
get-
about.
Oh, I didn't get what like.
I didn't either. I had to get
Oh.
Fraser, a child, to explain it to me. I was
Fraser's
like,
23.
yeah. Maybe older, yeah. But I was like, hey, what does he mean there? And Fraser was like, he means... So he says,
Cody Lingus.
my mouth still works. April knows what I'm talking about, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Unless they just enjoyed heated debate at home. Just have a nice
Yeah,
cutting.
hey, I never shut up me.
He's cutting promos on her on the living room. He's sat on the settee. with
We're
his
going
legs
to
crossed.
Mindy's for tea. No, Phil, we'll go there every bloody night. I want somewhere else. No,
Do
Mindy's.
you see on Twitter, Drew went to Mindy's.
And it was bloody closed.
closed.
wasn't it?
Ah.
What a mug.
He was like, what kind of business closes on a Monday?
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, yeah.
The song coming to shut up the.
He was fuming.
Punk says a lot of people talk about him, mentioning Reigns and Rollins. Although one person who hasn't mentioned Punk is The Rock. Drew McIntyre comes out and Punk wants to fight. Drew reminds him what happened last time they were in the ring together. They trade insults. Punk says he's never had to put another man's name on a t-shirt to sell it. Drew says it's ironic that Punk is straight edge because he spends most of his time in rehab.
Whoa.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was my old one. But Drew calls Punk his muse because his hatred for Punk motivates him to get better. Punk tries to goad Drew into the ring, but Drew says he knows what people from Chicago are like. He's going to come near him because he might have a gun. so CM Punk goes on the floor and says, all right, come on. But instead, Drew sits cross-legged on the announce table and wants Punk to have a front row seat for his big win at WrestleMania. He's always been the chosen one, so Punk asks who gave him that nickname? Who chose him?
What paragon of good virtue chose you?
Surprised they let that out. But Seth Rollins interrupts and says, Drew
I
and
don't
Punk-
think he...
I don't think that was planned.
I think he just said it.
Well, apparently the report was that a lot of this was just, all right, here's the idea of it, go out there and just throw bombs at
Yeah.
one
and you
another.
could
So it's
tell,
like,
and it was
all right, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't feel like very, you say a bit, then I'll say a bit, then you
No.
say a bit. They were talking over each other at some point. They worked really well.
It can
Bullet
easily-
point club, baby.
It can easily go wrong, but these two are good enough that it didn't. But
Exactly.
yeah.
He asked the crowd if Punk should be on the commentary for their match. They chant referee, but Punk admits he can't be objective when he hates both guys so much. Seth says Punk never crosses his mind, calling him a non-factor, but he likes the idea of Punk narrating his finest hour. It's about as close to a word title as Punk will ever get again. Punk agrees to commentate because he'll do something they could never do, make them both interesting. Punk's music plays, but Drew says he shouldn't get the last word. So as Punk walks away, Drew calls him obsessed, but gets hit with a super kick and a stomp from Seth. Bloody lovely, this.
Yeah.
It was... I was on edge watching it because I was like, Punk's getting actually annoyed. Because Drew's probably had the better of the one-liners. And I was like, oh no, Punk's... Because then he starts saying stuff that, the golden rules, like, don't bury your opponent because when you beat them, it means nothing. But he starts saying stuff like, with your lifts and your boots and stuff like that.
In fairness, though, all Drew has done is He's literally got a picture of him. It's like CM Punk's grave. I was like, I think we're allowed to.
Yeah,
let
yeah,
that
yeah,
slip.
yeah.
No, the lines about the biceps were so good. Like,
Oh, I was gonna say,
trying to
yeah,
get his
yeah.
t-shirt off because he's got little arms and whatnot. And
Yeah, it's how I get this shirt off with my biceps. Something you have an issue with.
If I was like a wrestler and they were like, yeah, we're going to do one of these loose promo things, you can just say whatever you want within reason. You're having the segment with CM Punk. I'd think, oh no, but Drew just probably got the better of it.
Like,
he
I'm
was
not
so,
scared of you.
so good.
like it started well when CM Punk's like, "Oh, you a Scottish warrior in a kilt or an internet troll in a skirt." I was like, "Oof, here we go. That's a good." That might be the only written line potentially.
Yeah.
But then from there, it is just like they all went with it because I think they were taken aback a bit by the referee chants from the crowd. I don't think they were expecting that. So Rollins is like, I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah.
His counting arms a bit sore there.
Do you want him to commentate something you won't be able to hear if you're there live? Like,
I think Punk kind of improvised his way out of it quite well by saying, like, I can't be objective. I hate these both too much.
Yeah.
part of me was, well, that'd be perfect for this then. 'Cause
Well,
you
yeah.
hate them both the same.
True.
That's great.
Yeah.
An unbiased ref.
Austin did that with Cade and Taker. He just beat them both up.
Yeah, that match stunk.
Yeah.
Punk also said, hey, Big Pat, I don't listen to your podcast. I listen to the experience in the drive-through.
Oh, no.
And people are going, oh, no, I can't believe CM Punk is also not a paragon of virtue because he's some different podcast than me. It's been
word.
furious online for people.
Has it?
Man. Oh.
I mean, I'd like to think he listens to Cornette for his wrestling takes and his historic stuff rather than his...
He is getting
kind of-
old.
Yeah, true. But he's a
Reckon-
punk, Maffew.
Do you reckon we'll be listening? We're, like in 10 years' time, we're in our 40s. We'll just flick on the experience and go, "Yeah, Jim, you're right."
No. No.
97-year-old Jim Connon, he knows how the world works.
It'll be like a current wrestler or something. It'll be like...
Dax Harwood will be back on the scene.
it'll be Dax Harwood's podcast. That's who it'll be. Yeah.
I didn't think much of that. You can listen to a podcast and not agree with everything they say.
Yes.
I think it depends if you put any value into what these people say or do. And I'm like, no, they're all wrestlers.
Cornette did a series, right, of like podcast episodes where you could sync up an old match and press play and he talks you through what's going on. And I loved them. I thought they were really good. And then he just stopped doing them and does all this bollocks.
He gets way more interaction
I
if he just says
know.
about stuff like AEW. I agree. I like listening to Cornette when you would hear him talk like at the Smoky Mountain or, hey, we're going to look at the 86, 87 tour. And I was like, oh, fantastic. He stops doing it now because he gets 10 times as much hit by going, I think Kenny Omega bad.
He did a run. He did a run through of like, it was either Austin Rock or Austin Brett, one of the big WrestleMania matches. And at one point, it must have been the Brett one because Austin's getting battered, and he pauses it and he goes like, Brian. He compares Austin. He's like, I didn't realize he was like Ricky Morton. He's selling his ass off here or something like that. And I was like, I've never noticed that before. And I was like, yeah.
But I've no interest in what Cornette has to say about life and
No,
stuff. It's a
no.
different. He's a different universe away from me now. It's like hey, Dad, do you want to listen to BTS? Listen to Skibidi Toilet, Dad. Give me your thoughts on that.
Skibidi toilet.
Skibbity toilet.
All the kids love it.
Skibidi.
You've made that up.
No, I haven't.
Skibidi
you don't know
Toilet.
what Skibidi Toilet.
No.
Every week I bring you some. I'm like Brum, but with like current affairs, gooning, Skibidi Toilet.
What are Skibbity toilet?
I don't know. I don't want to
don't
know
know.
this. Upstairs, introduced
ready.
the Triple Jump guys introduced me to a new song.
What is it?
Sticking out your gyat for the Rizzler. You're
Oh,
so
it's a good one, that.
because it's got the word skibbity in it. You're so skibbity.
Ah.
You're so Phantom Tax. I just want to be your Sigma. Carry on the podcast.
Can the kids
thing.
just go back to speaking English, you know?
No, Ross, don't say that. No.
Sticking out your gyat for the Rizzler.
What was our equivalent back in the day?
We didn't.
We didn't have them,
But
did they?
Newcastle's dialect's too strong. It
It's its own
overpowers
thing
the
anyway,
slang.
yeah.
It overpowers it.
I just meant like in terms of popular culture when we were growing up. What was happening on CITV that we took to our own vernaculars?
Wizardora.
What did we? I
Yeah,
don't know.
what was our skibbity bee?
Oh, it would have been Peter Andre going, hey,
Insane, yeah.
It's insane here, eh? Like, I'm going to boil like a kettle.
Oh, like oh no, they're all Geordie ones. I was gonna be like Waxer or whatever, but
Yeah,
it's all up here. That's pure Waxer.
It is.
I'm going to be
Peter
thinking about
Andre,
like,
innit?
yeah, early 2000s,
Just like new
2000s,
words.
like dialect. It was all text speak. You what, mate?
Yeah. Well, you were too.
Yeah. Ooh woo. We get Nakamura video promo. He says it's unfair that Jey Uso gets his dream match at WrestleMania, so tonight he's going to turn that dream into a nightmare.
Shut up, Shinsuke.
Nakamura's
sure you
just
will,
the
mate.
villain of
You
the
lose.
week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You lose too many big matches.
We sounded like the House of Commons there.
Order. Later, Jey cuts a promo reply and says tonight Nakamura's going to get woke oos.
What does that mean?
I read the way it's typed up there. Get woke.
He said that.
I was
didn't
going
he?
to wake him up, but like,
No,
you're
'cause
going to
he's
get
been-
woke.
He's
said
been
that.
he's been sleeping on him for way too long. So he's like, you're about to get woke, Goose.
No, he said that.
Yeah.
I didn't just type
No
that.
more Cornet podcast for you, Nakamura. Jimmy's all interrupt. Jimmy says no, they woke up.
Yeah, he says that you're not where you've been sleeping on. I've got the quote written down as you've been sleeping for way too long. You're about to get woke. Oof. So
Why?
I didn't realize he said that way.
He did, yeah. He said we're gonna get woke.
Sorry.
We're gonna go to some rallies.
Speaking of up-to-date words, Candice LeRae fakes an injury and uses the ropes to get a dirty win over Ivy Nile.
yes.
Indy Hartwell isn't impressed.
Indy looked sad,
Oh,
but the poison pixie continues to get more poisonous.
It's not poison picks anymore.
Okay.
That would ruin the presentation if she went back to those angel wings. Pixie wings, sorry.
I bet she does for a special entrance though. She'll
I
get the
hope
wings
not.
out. They'll be like dark purple or something evil.
evil colours.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, she goes, "Nyah." So you know she's eating a wrong one.
Yeah. Someone overran earlier in the show, though, because we've got no entrances for this match.
Yeah, and it went almost as long as the long take from earlier
Oh really? It
during the JD Ricochet match.
was a shame for Ivy now, but at least it wasn't a clean loss, and and at least Candice is doing something interesting.
Yes, it was a good 1 minute 54.
I like this Candice. The first bit of character she's shown since the Way days.
Yeah, I was like Indy being like, "Oh no, don't be like that," and win every match you've had.
Yeah. Come on, Indy.
Yeah, stop being such a
Indy.
virtuous. What's he said?
Paragon of virtue.
Paragon of virtue. That's the
Indy
one.
got another mention on CM Punk's Instagram story. He did that story mocking AEW's All In Attendance thing, and said like, "Oh, the Chicago delegation would like to thank all 80,000 fans for coming to Raw," or something like that. And then said, "Just kidding, ha! But these are the official numbers." And then he put number of hot dogs with ketchup on 1 Indy Hartwell brackets.
Is he saying that's a bad thing?
Oh,
I think-
because
yeah,
she's an indie wrestler and they
No.
get paid in hot dogs.
No, because then Chicago, in
mustard.
Chicago, apparently it's like forbidden to have ketchup on hot. It's like taboo to have ketchup on your hot dogs in Chicago. Chicago style's like mustard and gherkins.
That's American cuisine.
That's Chicago cuisine. Type
ketchup on your hot
Joe,
dog.
Could you
Whoa.
please type Chicago hot dogs to say there'll be no
They'll
ketchup
rinse
on.
us for beans on toast. Hey, don't put your ketchup on your.
They can shove their mustard up their assholes.
Exactly, and it to have
That's
as
a
much
Chicago
meat on
hot
it as
dog.
the hot dog.
That's a Chicago style hot dog.
Like someone's been sick.
What the hell? Where's the meat?
It's buried underneath all the
Where? You can't see it.
yeah.
Paul Heyman was more visible in that shot before. With
That dirty mustard. Ugh.
Yeah. I think it looks all right. You know.
What's the green stuff? Not the big pickle.
Dunno.
The more green stuff.
I'm getting hungry.
for that.
I think it looks all right. You know. But
Joel, can you find out what the green stuff is?
I
That
don't know.
viscous substance.
Americans love seasoning more than love food.
I don't know if I'd be. I don't know if I'd be a fan of Chicago pizza though. That seems a bit far for me.
Topped with yellow mustard, chopped white onions, bright green sweet pickle relish, a dill pickle, sorry, I've not got my glasses on again, a cum dragon, and tomato slices or wedges. Peppers are on there. God, there's a lot on there, isn't there?
Celery
Dash of
salt.
celery salt. Okay.
You got to be questioning the structure
There we go.
integrity of the
Underneath,
bun.
well, the thing you were saying, the canonical recipe does not include ketchup. There is a widely shared strong opinion among many Chicagans.
Chicagoans.
What? That's not a real word. People from Chicago and aficionados that ketchup is unacceptable. A number of Chicago hot dog vendors do not offer ketchup as a condiment. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, do you know, I think that's pretty good. I quite like that.
They don't have ketchup, but they do have salt.
Hey!
Very good.
Hey!
I love there's 100 things on it, but hey, no ketchup. That's disgraceful.
Make Chicago have a bit of, like, got quite a lot of character there. I like that. I think it's good. Right.
Miserable.
If they had character that would offer ketchup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all you need, ketchup and some fried onion.
Do you think that's going to be like a bunch of Chicago YouTubers going like, oh, we're going to try and get ketchup from this vendor. He's getting mad. Get out of here. Backstage, the New Day and DIY bicker about each other's tag team names and WrestleMania chances.
Let's just
But
fun
in the
loving boys.
background,
Go on.
Oh.
Woo! Heyman and McIntyre in discussion.
Oh, this was the one.
there we- yeah, sorry, I'll turn the page. Awesome Truth arrived, and Truth was so excited to watch the upcoming match, New Day versus DX. In the background, we see Drew talking to Heyman.
And he thinks Pat's JBL as well.
Yeah.
With Miz and Truth on commentary, DIY versus the New Day goes to no contest when the JD arrive and beat everyone down, including the Miz, who tries to save the day. Truth is surrounded at the announce table, and the JD throw him into the ring. He fights back, but the numbers game is eventually too much.
Commentary was a rough listen. Our Truth being our Truth is very nice because our Truth is a lovable idiot in many respects. But the Miz trying to be our Truth Oh no, not for me, thank you.
Yeah.
That's the tomato sauce on the hot dog too far.
Yeah, there we go. He needs to be the straight guy there.
Yeah.
He's,
Well, yeah, he was being. Yeah, if he was just also a bit baffled by truth, he needs to be the bridge between truth and because he knows him and he's his friend, but also not join in too much.
yeah,
I
also
agree.
reality.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the action was fine in the match, and the crowd were in it for the beatdown on truth because it was heartbreaking.
Yep.
Yeah. When he started to fight back, there was a big reaction then, and then he got overwhelmed.
Yep.
That's all I say about
That's all I
that.
got. Yeah.
Commentary ruined it for me.
Yeah. Backstage, wacky Jackie Redmond asks Cody Rhodes
Oh, sorry.
what The Rock said to
I
him.
nearly put smelly Kathy Kelly as well, but I didn't do that.
Smelly.
No, I didn't recognize Kathy at first. She was wearing like a red headband. I don't know. Oh, that sounds really innocuous. It made her look very different.
She was wearing clothes.
No, I made it look like a different person.
Yeah,
all
like
right?
Akira Tozawa.
Yeah. Anyway, this was Jackie. Sorry, this was Jackie.
Yeah. Gunther is interviewed and says deep down, Sami doesn't believe he can't beat him at WrestleMania. And none of the nerds in the crowd do either. In fact, Gunther doesn't think Sami can beat Bronson Reed tonight. And then he says, well, what are your thoughts on Sami? And he goes, I don't think Sami can beat Bronson Reed tonight. He says it again.
God, he's so flippant.
Yeah.
I want to give him a good slap.
You probably like that.
Yeah,
Match with
then
Vinny.
I get murdered in return. Yeah, it was just a very good promo. Again, I don't know what else to say about that, apart from he's very good.
I'm excited for this match.
Me too.
Yes.
Andrade wins a singles match against Giovanni Vinci with The Message.
Yeah, he calls it the message.
Yes.
Yeah, this was a match where like it's two guys who are both amazing wrestlers, but neither have got much going on right now.
Perfectly summed up.
Yeah. Andrade will in the future though if his dalliances with the Judgment Day continue.
Yeah, he got half a jobber's entrance at Andrade, which I thought was a bit of a surprise. But then I guess something went really long. So
CM Punk.
there's a drop kick to the face of Vinci coming off the top rope, which made me go ooh ooh ooh. Both lads just nailed everything. Andrade almost got all of his stuff in there with the Three Amigos aside. That's the bit he missed off, which was a shame.
There was a jobber entrance this week. I've remembered it's on NXT. There was a jobber entrance who won, but we'll get to it.
Guess we will.
Is the jobber entrance still a thing? Is this what we're learning
Oh
this week?
yeah.
The jobber entrance as a concept is now dead.
I thought this week was the exception that proved the rule to me.
Ooh, what a fascinating debate.
I hope that's a big question.
Oh God, what will it'll be Mania related,
Yeah,
won't
of
it?
course. Yeah, we want people to click on this. Dom and Rhea head to the ring. Ripley says Becky Lynch isn't giving her enough attention because she continues to fight week after week. Rhea could have easily attacked her last week, but no. She's been respectful, but now she's getting impatient because Mania is right around the corner. Becky interrupts and accuses Ripley of never wrestling on Raw. Ripley asks why she'd do that before the biggest match of her career. Yeah, duh. Becky says Ripley posts her ass on the internet for attention.
No, it was a fine stink face because it's the Samoan dynasty, right?
While Becky busts her ass to prove
No,
herself.
don't emphasize bust.
That's in capital letters. We did don't look at that.
Rhea Ripley.
Your Honor.
Yeah,
Your
it's in
Honor.
capital letters. Yeah, what's he going to do?
Rhea Ripley. Oh, did I put it in capitals?
De-emphasize the words.
Did
I put it in big letters.
Did I put it in capitals?
Yeah, it's in capital letters. Becky tits her ass to prove herself, says Jack.
And she busts everywhere.
The long game in wrestling is about survival.
The goon game in wrestling is about survival.
Coming back. Oh, no.
No, okay, no, all right. I didn't spell it in.
When
all
you're
right.
not the chosen one anymore.
Yes, good point.
Ripley says Becky is a cockroach because she's hard to kill, but not impossible. After Mania, Becky's daughter will be calling Rhea Mammy. Becky gets angry and says that's no joke. Talks about how her dad never got to meet his granddaughter. She says after Mania, neither of them are going to be the same again. Dom gets in Becky's face, so she drops him with her right hand. Ripley and Becky brawl until referees pull them apart.
Oh, those cheeks were wobbling.
Oh,
Dom's face.
There's a joke.
Dom's facial cheeks.
He took it well, that young
He
lad.
did, didn't he?
who did she first do that to when everyone went, Jesus?
Who, Becky?
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
No, see, I just remember she learned it from Lola. She went up to him apparently before the first time she did it and went, can you teach me how to throw like a class right hand? I guess he's the right person to ask.
Yeah.
That was another thing from the Logan Paul Mammy interview, saying how Dom's just knackered all the time, but that has this schedule that he keeps up. And they're all very impressed with how tough he is, which ruined the veneer somewhat.
Oh, so you sometimes wrestle as well? Is that what she was going for?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
He's on every show,
I
isn't
can't tell what veil of reality we're in
It's
right
the
now.
travel and the miles, the money, the miles.
God, yeah, he's on like every show.
Yeah, he always does something physical, like getting spaffed in the face here by Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I thought the promo was a little bit meh up until the "I want to listen to your daughter call me mammy" line. Then from then onwards, it was like, oof.
I like
let's,
that.
let's go to WrestleMania.
No, don't bring up my family.
Where do you think that fits in amongst our rule of because she's not American, but she got annoyed. But I think
She is now. Becky
she?
Lynch is an American citizen.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's why she took offense this week of all weeks.
got the old
She's
dual-
really American because she met Biden the other week.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, their politicians are old.
They should be doing podcasts.
I was a crap.
Theirs are as well. Though. It's not-
Yeah. So, looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Chad Gable speaks to Sami Zayn backstage and wants to talk about last week. But Sami says it's fine that nobody thinks he can beat Gunther. Gable tells Sami to focus on his match with Bronson tonight and to get his head out of his ass. That is emphasized.
Yeah.
Sami agrees and thanks Chad for the advice. Sami then loses to Bronson after getting distracted by Gunther's presence on the stage. Sami is fuming backstage after the match. Gable says if he wants to win at WrestleMania, he needs to try a different approach. Sami agrees. Listen.
What's the different approach? Yeah.
Joining the Alpha Academy?
No, they never
Surely
win.
not.
They lose all the time.
They're a joke.
Yeah, I don't know how that would actually
They
help
lose
things.
every week.
Unless they're in
They lose
NXT,
every
where
week.
Akira Tozawa is presented as a legitimate wrestler, which is
And
very nice to
Otis
see.
is a creep.
He is a creep.
My dove.
Sorry. But the second segment with Sami and Chad backstage is where Andrade and Dom are having a secret meeting after what?
It's like, where's Wally on Raw,
Hey,
isn't
they're in
it?
the background. Joel, find the video. They're having a conversation in a doorway with Dom and Andrade. After the little bits of Spanish they were speaking to each other, Rhea Ripley saying communication is key, but he's communicating in a different language to another man.
No, wait. So you think that Dom's going to betray Rhea for Andrade?
He watch.
And who's Andrade married to?
He watch,
And who's-
body lad.
Oh, she's going to beat Rhea. And she was on one of the trucks.
So was Brock Lesnar, though. Lesnar was on the truck.
Oh, right, okay.
When someone shared a picture of, I don't know if you've seen the grayscale picture of Rock and
Yes.
Cody. In the background of that one, someone zoomed in and it's Lesnar on a WrestleMania truck. So those WrestleMania trucks probably don't mean anything. But apparently they do.
Shut up, Ross. We need the hit.
There was a news story a few weeks ago that they were open to trying to get Brock back in.
Oh!
Oh, okay. All right then.
Thank you, Ross.
Who was that? Joel, shut up.
It's like a fridge door opening.
Or a scouser pondering. I don't know where they're going with this. It's very nice to see. Very tantalizing because Chad's just saying like, this different strategy sort of stuff. Then he's just telling Sami to get his head out his ass like he's some sort of coach, but he also wants to fight Gunther because of his daughter. Where's it going?
Would you? Who's
It's going
side?
to convince him to do a three-way match, have a better chance of beating Gunther, and then Gable wins?
I think Gable will.
Fit in Sami?
They could take him out. Yeah.
I think Sami will follow whatever Gable's advice is, be on the cusp of beating Gunther, and then Gable will like pull the ref out the ring or something because he can't stand.
Shush!
Because he has to beat him and he won't be able to stand
Yeah.
it. I think
Yes.
that would be good.
Yeah.
Imagine how hated he would be as well.
Yeah. I'd be...
I don't know what.
Serious, non-comedy Chad Gable.
Oh, yeah.
We waited years for this moment.
I know. It seemed like such a no-brainer.
Get Kurt back in the fold. Here we go. Be his Bob Backlund.
Meanwhile, Bronson Reed beating Sami Zayn. It seemed convincing, but not convincing enough like, Sami, you're a loser. It's like, it was Gunther who helped a little bit. It was perfectly done.
It
was.
Not enough to make it go, why did you job him out? But enough to make it go, take your eyes off Bronson, he'll squish you.
And I think it was the right result for Sami's trajectory at the moment for him to get proper knocked down before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
As for the match itself, though, Joel, I reckon some might call it a bit Ron Seal.
Ron Seal does what it says on the tin.
That's why you put the thing in there, Joel. Yeah, you put it in there real good.
I think of the things we've said about Joel this week, he's not going to do any of the things we ask.
Me and Ross did a non-podcast video the other day, and Ross included a Ron Seal in that. So look out for that.
And you did it in the Guess the Theme.
Did I?
You
Did
did.
you watch it, did you?
I did, yeah.
Are you impressed at how good I am at that?
Yeah, because my mate had done it, and he said, you did it. And he goes, all right, I'm going to trance you. And there was a good 5 I couldn't get.
Was it the Ruthless Aggression one?
Yeah.
I was shocked at how good I did on that. Like, because
I knew the A-Train one. I was
Yeah.
with you, because producer's going, it's JBL, isn't it? He goes, no, it's not. It's a different noise.
Oh.
But then I went, wait, what is the noise in JBL's entrance? Because the
Ding,
A-Train
ding,
one's
ding,
the
ding,
noise of the
ding.
traffic lights, or there's a train coming. Like, what's JBL's
the
noise?
stock market bell.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I've never really thought about it too much. It was like a Texas thing, or it's
Sounds
attached to
like
a horse.
It does sound like a
car.
train going past or whatever. Yeah.
But it's actually right.
Dun-dun.
I never really thought about it until you said, no, what's the difference between those two things? He goes, I have no idea.
A-Train's got something in the background which is how you tell the difference.
God.
This is what you get right when you're in the top 2% of WWE listeners every year.
That's what Pete was saying. Like, the reason why you win this is because these are all your songs you've listened to.
And Owen was quite favourable because he picked all the ones before. They were pre-2006, which was my dropout year.
I was with you. And Tori Wilson's theme.
Yeah.
I'm like, that goes way harder than I remembered it going.
I just need some space to call my own.
Yeah, that one.
Just a corner of the world where I can be alone.
I remember I had Judgment Day, what was it, 03?
Right.
On VHS, and Lillian Garcia does a live rendition on that.
Oh.
As a teenage boy, I watched that pay-per-view many times. I'm not going to say why, but I was a teenage boy.
Psychology of the matches.
Yeah, it was Lesnar Big Show stretch, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, where Brock hops off the thing.
Of course, it's a great match, that.
And the Intercontinental Championship Scramble thingy.
That's right.
Was it Christian who won that one?
Yes, he did, with Battle Royal.
And Tori Wilson had a jam-up match.
Me and Ross have done another one of those, which isn't out yet, but you'll have to wait and see who wins.
What's the topic?
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania themes.
Oh, yes.
So you crack addicts and your weekends. And
Leave me alone, all right?
I might try and get it pulled from the channel before it goes out because I'm not happy. I was not impressed with my performance.
If the Guinness World Records fella is watching, I should say his actual name. That would be a bit better, wouldn't it?
Mr. Guinness.
Dom Punt, to give his full title.
How do you know his phone? What?
Because I've been messaging him. I'm going to try and break a world record for naming wrestling themes.
Are you really?
I'm trying to get it organised, yeah. So I'm going to say it in public so the wheels get in motion, baby.
If he listens to the podcast.
Do you still
He
watch-
imagine if he did.
He did years ago. That's how me and him got chatting.
They got in the comments.
Yeah, years ago.
Wow.
2021.
Do you,
For longest podcast.
do you still watch mine and Ross's video? You'll never see who wins. Is it the one going for the world record or is it the other one?
Anyway.
What were we doing?
Jey Uso's getting ready for his match. Seth Rollins tells him something doesn't feel right
a bit
tonight.
of belly
but
there,
he and
sorry,
Cody have Jay's back. Thank you for showing us your belly.
Oh, God.
Jimmy and Solo try to interfere in Jay's match with Nakamura, but Cody and Seth cut him off. Cody and Jimmy brawl at the back, while Drew McIntyre runs out to hit the Future Shock DDT on Rollins. Jay wins the match. That's a nice main event. Nice way to set up. But wait, Cody continues to beat down Jimmy backstage. Solo tries to help, but Cody fights him off, only for The Rock to attack from behind. Rock beats up Cody for ages and ages and ages and does some effing and blinding as well. They end up outside in the rain. Cody is busted open, and Rock gets out a weight belt for Mama Rhodes. Rock tells Cody that this is a lesson about hard times and shows Cody's bloodied face to the camera while the spirits of Steve Austin and Cena watch on from the truck. One hell of a segment.
Unbelievable. Them allowing, well, I don't know if they've allowed it, but Rock swearing and then that becoming allowed.
Yeah, apparently they said a few weeks ago, he's allowed to say it if they know it's going to happen and they can bleep him out.
Have you seen the bit of The Office where David Brent's like, well, I'm my own boss. So if I'm in bed and I think, do I want to go to work today, David? No, you don't have to, David. And he's like, that's me talking to myself. I'm not in bed with another man called David. but that's kind of what The Rock can do here. Am I allowed to swear? Yes. Yes, I can, if I want.
Because it's what people do, like adults do when they're fighting it. They don't go, oh, sir, would you mind just, this is my era now. It's not your era now. Let's have a duel. They effing blind, don't they? So it's really adding to it for me at the top of the card. Because Cody got some in as well, like last week, didn't he? He was allowed to say, what did he say?
Can't
Whatever he said. He was
He
allowed
said
to
the
do
S word.
But that line where Rock's on about your daddy spoke about hard times, The Rock is going to learn you about hard times. This is what happens when you F with the final boss. Yeah. Oh, I was like, yes, wrestling's back.
Man.
Is it for children anymore, wrestling? Is it still?
Well, no, because kids need to have the adult's permission to buy the network. So that's why they do this. To get
This
all
is on the
adults in.
USA
The adults have got all
network,
the
though.
money.
This was on the USA network.
Oh,
Raw.
This feud feels the
damn
most.
right it was Raw.
This feud feels like the most, slightly unhinged, dangerous feud for so long in WWE.
Yeah. The one issue I saw some people complaining about, and I'm like, oh, we're going to complain about it here. And I heard it. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're all right. The match is Cody versus Roman. That's the thing we're doing at Mania.
Yeah.
It's not Cody versus Rock.
That's okay, because
Rock's the Roman's subordinate.
that's
isn't
part of the story as well. Maybe that Roman's being overshadowed by The Rock. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's all right.
I'm all right with it as well.
Yeah.
If he does it every week, then all right. But, we've only got another week or so.
We did
to
have a
go.
massive long promo on SmackDown, to be fair, with Roman and Cody.
Is it gonna? I'm trying to think. When does The Rock go off to? How long is he going to be on screen for?
Yeah, when's he going?
Because it seems like he's setting up more feuds than can be resolved in just this one tag match. You know what I mean? Like you'd think there'd be a match with Rollins, a match with Cody.
Yeah, you're like, he's going to do Mania, and he's going to leave, right? But then it's like, maybe we'll get Cody Rock SummerSlam, but...
It could always just come down the line, I guess. Rock Roman's still got to be the big one for like a different time, just not this year. Correctly.
Get their wankathon in there somewhere else.
Exactly.
Wankfest. Wankathon.
WWE.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
Wankathon. That's gooning.
Rock and Roman going at it. All right, come on.
I'm so disappointed that we are now a podcast that exists in the world of gooning. I don't like it. Don't know what it is still, even though I know the definition.
Planet
Can you
Goon, just live
turn?
on
You
it.
know how your phone listens to you? I was on the
What?
reels the other day, and there was a video. Right?
A lad just gooning
No,
away.
no. I was scrolling through, and it was a lady, right? And she's got the phone right up close to her face, and she's trying to go, "You want a good goon, baby?" And I'm just sat there, and Kayla turned around, and was like, "You what?"
I know your phone listens to you. I'm like, uh-oh.
Everyone's phone listens to them. I don't know how you turn it off for the Instagram reels.
Oh,
It's tailored to your own stuff, innit?
scary, man.
And I've not
That
been
explains a lot.
Googling the gooning. Googling.
Uh-huh.
What about this promo though on Raw? The rain really added to it. I
Oh,
thought,
it was...
Yes.
Again, people are like, cinema. It's like, oh, stop saying that. Oh, it did look cinematic.
and the fact there was no cuts. I was going to say this. Do you remember when Roman Reigns got flattened by some scaffolding in lockdown?
How could I?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine, right, if the direct, whoever was in charge back then was in charge now, how this segment would have potentially happened. All the camera cuts, all the pre-recorded stuff, all the different angles, just taking you out the moment. The fact this was just one constant shot made it for me, apart from the
Yeah.
swearing in the rain.
Like Scorsese.
I feel like Alanis Morissette, the swearing in the rain. Is that affiliated to her? I don't know. Making stuff up now.
Yeah, it's like rain.
The Nordic spirit is wearing off.
But yeah, hell of a segment.
Yes.
Match was all right.
Match was fine.
What
yeah.
match? Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was like a sleeper on purpose, though, because everyone's going to always go back to that Battleground 2015. Name redacted and Seth Rollins in the main event. People's just going to remember The Undertaker coming back, so we don't need to try too hard.
Oh, yes.
Ah, yeah.
That's what they did for here.
Yeah, well said.
And everyone was saying, like, one of the best Raws in so long. Maybe one of the best ever, some people were saying.
Cinema's back, baby.
I don't think it's one of the best ever, but it was very, very good.
Yeah.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
everybody.
I think
Especially when we have NXT to watch now.
Oh, can I get a soft drink?
Of course you can.
When are we having the break?
Now. NXT. Dijak beats Sean Spears, who couldn't use his chair because that rascal Joe Gacy had stolen it earlier in the match.
Brilliant.
Yep.
He's like a snack. A human snack, that Joe Gacy. He slithered in,
Yep.
took the chair, and slithered back to where he came from.
There must be a hatch under the ring that leads back up to the roof.
Yeah.
No, he got out. He was mocking him from the crowd, wasn't he? Never mind. It was all the way down through the earth and back round.
The match I thought was good. Dijak just doing his stupid stuff for a man so big, like taking the German off the top rope with the flippy bump to boot. Dijak going what-ish with a series of big chops, which got the crowd wanking themselves silly. I wrote down in my notes for some
Gooning.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not gooning,
Yeah.
just wanking.
Yeah,
Just-
rapid fire.
Just your ready salted.
There was a lot of kickouts in the match, like when Sean Spears kicked out of the sit-out choke bomb thingy. I was wondering if this was some sort of WrestleMania matchup because there was that many kickouts. But then Dijak just looked strong and jacked in defeat.
So Dijak's, I missed a few weeks ago the podcast. Is that when Dijak turned face, or is he just a face? Is he just sort of melted into a face now?
He's just a man who does. He's not turned face. He's just a man.
Yeah, he's just not as annoying as the people he's beefing with.
When he later on, when he was just chilling on commentary and that, I thought face vibes. The crowd love him as well.
He's just there on commentary like,
Yeah.
every little face.
What was Vic saying? Like, you found my can of Coke or something, and he just replies with a
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Booker starts to like have a go at him, and Vic's like, "Whoa! He's actually really scary, Booker. So please don't." Yeah, Booker's scared of no one,
Right.
apart from the boogeyman.
yeah.
That's only normal,
Yeah,
natural. It's the boogeyman. But yeah, now it's tickled pink by this. It's this bog standard NXT, lots of bumps, opening match. Good to see.
Have you seen Maven's video where him and Booker go through the grocery store segment?
No.
No, that's good. Booker just laughing and just had a good time. But there's a bit at the start when he beats up the bald guy he thinks is Austin.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Do you remember this guy's name?" And he was like, he could have been just a local guy. Just worked some guy there.
Unsuspecting dude who came into the shot.
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez watches an earlier video package of herself and scoffs at how naive and gullible she was. She doesn't hate Lyra or like her. She's just the woman currently holding Roxanne's championship, which she'll finally take back at Stand and Deliver.
Scissor me, Mother Roxanne.
Whoa.
Because she had scissors.
Right.
Which I thought was hinting at her going to cut her hair, you know, to go with a new heel persona. But no, she cut her pictures.
Yeah. Of her with wrestlers. She's not a mark anymore.
No, she's not a mark anymore. No. I like the line where she's like, "I'm my own hero now." That's all I've got to say about it because she just sounds too nice. I don't believe any of it apart from that I am my own hero now.
I found it a bit scripted. Like, you can tell it's scripted, but I mean, I'm not against scripting a promo if someone's not at the level where you can do the Drew CM Punk stuff. So fair enough. But yeah, she's got nice voice syndrome.
Down with you, Jack. She needs a mouthpiece.
Do you think?
Yeah.
She's got lovely teeth.
Hey.
Nah, she needs the thing that Kane used to use. That will help.
Oh, yes. Lyra.
I got all the photos of. Various superstars are nervously waiting to audition for the role of Stand and Deliver host. Hank and Tank have prepared a Taylor Swift cover.
Anti-hero. No, it's Cruel Summer. It's all a love story, Hank.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
They do so much cocaine, those two.
Yeah.
Tank's really brought out the Kavorka of Hank.
Yeah.
Like a few weeks ago, and I'm devastated we never found it, where Hank says, "I like my coffee black."
While Brittany Reese tries to hype up Edris Inofe and Malik Blade.
She's doing dips on their shoulders.
Yeah. Or as Booker calls him, Malik and Blade. Andre Chase emerges from the audition room and thinks he nailed it.
He effing nailed that S.
Yeah, he's not The Rock. The metaphor,
But the main eventers do continue to swear on all programs, which is good.
Yeah.
The metaphor confidently walk in next, proclaiming that the real stars are here.
Hear me now.
Yeah, call it off. Just give it to them.
Aye.
Even against Andre, I think the metaphor win.
Yeah.
And they did. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Thea Hale takes on Jasmine Nix. At ringside, JC Jane steals Andre Chase's towel and throws it in the ring. But Riley Osborne catches it before it hits the mat. The match continues as per the rules of combat.
Yeah, if the towel doesn't hit the floor.
Hang on.
It's like cricket. One hand, one bounce and all that. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know that was a rule.
No, I
same,
don't think it's ever been a rule.
I don't think it would have counted anyway because it's surely got to be their second who throws it in, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the ref could have just gone, no, the towel's not been thrown.
At least Riley was there.
Oh, I better get the towel.
Oh, but it was a proper, his English laddiness came out. Lads love to dive and catch stuff, right? That's just a
That
rule
is
of
true.
laddishness.
We are
And
lads.
he let it come out a bit and then had to remember that he's meant to be like a CBeebies presenter.
I'm surprised because he's supposed to be like fit and athletic, but also useless. So I'm surprised he didn't take a bump from the towel. The referee is confused and ejects Chase U. Thea tearfully confronts JC on the apron, who slaps her.
Now, this bit here, this feels like we've gone back a chapter.
Step back. Yeah, exactly. That's what
We've
I
already
thought.
done the breakup. Why is she crying? I thought we were friends.
She
Why
should have
is she
been
doing
like,
that?
I hate you. Yeah.
Last week I thought, or 2 weeks ago I thought we were
Right.
friends, but now I know we're not.
Maybe that bicycle kick scrambled her brain a bit because that was class. I loved that.
It's
Is Jasmine Nix also like Rhea, a former soccer star?
Jasmine Nix is the new Tiffy Stratz for me in terms of her being the future.
Yeah.
Because you watch her, Scott. No, if you watch her entrance, right?
You have a big call out Booker for perving on it. Why do you keep staring at the screen, Booker?
If you watch her entrance, right? I'm trying to describe this. She's on her back, right? Her head under the bottom rope like Ric Flair after he got knocked out by the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
When he was
okay,
just
right, okay.
selling like
But
that.
somehow she grabs hold of the bottom rope and pulls herself up, and she's like a flump.
It's like Becky Lynch's escape
That
from.
was a good compliment compared to a flump.
Becky can do it as well. She uses it to escape from like bridge and pinfalls. And
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But how do you use the? I understand if it's the middle rope and you've got abs and whatnot, but to use the bottom rope and get up from a prone to a stud position. Oh,
Really strong toe biceps.
toe bar.
Yeah, like the bends of your toes.
Like Bugs Bunny doing the...
Yeah.
Aye.
Oh, she also shows some good charisma in that entrance because she goes, "Come here, cameraman." No. The camera has to zoom in and then come back.
It's like Big Graham on Dogs Behaving Very Badly. I don't know. What a show that is. Love it, Big Graham.
I watched my first episode of Pottery Throwdown recently.
Which series?
It was the final of the most recent one, I think.
Not seen it yet.
I won't spoil anything, but there are tears. And they treat the tears, if you make, is it Keith?
Keith.
If you make Keith cry, that's like a Paul Hollywood handshake.
Yeah, that is
Like,
the equivalent, yeah. Keith Brymer Jones.
Keith Brymer Jones.
Pottery Man by day, punk rocker by night.
He's in a band.
He's in a band, does punk rocker.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Also, winner of the second ever Pictures Royal Rumble. Because I was doing my random Wikipedia thing. And he came up. And I was like, well, he's going to win once Ross sees this.
He has got the body of an old-fashioned wrestler because obviously he sits there doing his potting all day. So when he stands up, he's like that.
Like on Anderson's strategic muscle.
He's got massive shoulders and wears like big punk rocky jackets. So it looks like, who's that guy from the cartoons who had like a suit on with massive shoulders? And he's just like,
Oh, did he have a little pet?
I think
know
so.
it.
I can't remember who it is. Is it on the Wacky Races? He's got massive.
Oh.
Is it the funeral guy? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
wait, yeah, it is. It's the one in the creepy coop.
Creepy Coop, I'll take your word for it.
There's the big ogre, like Lurch looking one.
Oh, okay.
He's
yeah.
like Lurch, but if Lurch did weights.
But he just always wears a big jacket with his big shoulders. When he cries, it's always like,
For some reason, I used to support the Lumberjack, like as if like a football team. Like when I'm watching
No,
Race, I'm like,
I did
I
as
hope the
well.
Lumberjack wins. Who did you like?
No, I like Lumberjack because
Did
he
you?
had buzzsaw for wheels, and I thought, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, and he had his
You
raccoon.
could drive over anything with that.
Did you support one of the wacky
no, I
races?
was just a fan of the race altogether.
Joe?
Never liked
just the sport.
when Penelope Pit Stop used to do well, it used to annoy me.
Oh, do you know what the cavemen were called?
Yeah, the Slag Brothers. Yeah, but Slag's like a type of clay or something. I don't know.
Slags.
Oh, it's the Slag Brothers. They'll slag
Slags are
anyone.
Anyway, the best Kimura lock.
Moving on from slags.
Best Kimura lock in wrestling history was applied in this matchup,
certainly
lads.
was.
She's got a good Kimura.
And it was the snap at the end. Great Kavorka. And what, again, it's shades of the main roster because what a tangled web Shawn Michaels has spun here.
I think I likened her to Pentagon in
What?
the notes there.
You
I'll
have,
go
yes.
through all the
That's just
run-ins
the way you
and
said
yeah.
that was very colourful.
Yeah.
JC brawls with Thea and is joined by Kiana James and Izzy Dame.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Fallon Henley and Kalani Jordan make the save, and the babyfaces clear the ring.
Yep.
And she broke her arm.
Several ladies all involved in the same storyline, but on different sides. Which way will it go?
It's a 6-woman tag, something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
probably that makes
something
sense.
like
Yeah,
Kick off, baby.
Pretty sure, yeah.
yeah.
Do you
But-
think we'll have to do that one? Yeah. okay,
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure,
Me and Jack will be live on Twitch for Stand and Deliver.
I'm looking forward to it more than most of WrestleMania.
It's going to be on Twitch because we didn't want to risk the WrestleMania notification not going out, is what I've been told.
Fair enough. But do watch out for us on Twitch. We'll put out reminders on social media and that.
That's done. So Booker laughed for some reason at the end of the Hell Mask. Vic asked why, and he goes, "Well, it's Stand and Deliver season." So Booker goes, "Oh yeah," and Vic says, "Yeah, that's one of your sound bites."
Oh!
Yeah, he did.
Any thoughts? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Booker. You've got nothing to say.
What?
Yeah,
That was a bit more Austin.
Yeah, right. Throughout the episode, we get a 3-part video package on Kamala Hayes versus Trick Willie.
Prime target.
CM Punk, thank you. CM Punk, Randy Orton, DIY, and Cody Rhodes all feature and give their thoughts.
Yeah, I've not gone fully into all 3 bits, but like, we can just talk about them now, I suppose. In one,
I've got the
in one
highlights
lump.
here. Glad we got to see it was John Cena's fault again, because that is the genesis of the breakup between Trick and Mello. Again, seeing Randy Orton and CM Punk both avid fans of NXT and knowing exactly what's going on is all the vindication we need for doing this segment of the podcast. Uncle James, we met. He took Trick in, and isn't that nice?
Oh, yeah.
Big Uncle James. I like the presentation. It reminded me of Super Bowl 2000 there, Maffew, where Booker T went back home. In the build-up to his match with Bigger T.
I was thinking, where's this going? Why would we go Super Bowl 2000 again? It's like, oh yeah.
I liked the Trick's training. He did a bit of a Rocky training montage, running up the steps.
A bit, yes. It was exactly
Well,
the
it was-
same.
yeah, it was, yeah.
But it's in Philly. We're going to be, good.
Yeah. Really nice. It made me. That's got to be the main event if they're putting this much.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
And with apparently being Mello's last NXT match before he goes to the main roster proper.
Apparently so, yeah.
I forget who reported that this week, but it was a thing.
Makes
But the third best bit after knowing that Randy Orton and CM Punk both watch NXT every week is NXT icon Tommaso Ciampa calling this possibly the biggest match in NXT history.
Oh, come on.
Which made me think, did they take an interview he did about one final beat and then put it in here?
I don't know which way this match is going to go because
There's a 2019 calendar behind him.
all the signs are excellent. This is going to be really good. But I don't want it to go into. It won't be like one final beat because it's not going to be like cinematic. But I don't want it to, like some of those Cole Gargano matches, even though they were largely good, you could argue there was too much.
Yeah, the
towards
first time
strength.
they did it I thought was really good, but then that second go around, it was like, okay, guys, can you tone it down a bit?
I wonder which way this is going to go.
It's probably going to be more of that.
But Trick doesn't really wrestle that style. He's more like basics, not basics, but like, do you know what I mean? Like he
you.
doesn't do like the super
Super
juniors
indie.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it could be really good. I hope it's really good. They deserve it.
I'm looking forward to it. They deserve it. In the gym, the AA are hyped up ahead of their match to qualify for Stand and Deliver. And as we said beforehand, in NXT, things are different. In NXT, the LWO are gods, and Otis is a pervert.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, yeah, my dove. Stand and Deliver isn't our site, but tonight is all about love and Miss Lash.
Stop that there. Whoa, she says.
That was his line from the promo. He's obsessed with
Then
Lash
he
Legend.
keeps doing a bit of
He fell
that.
asleep on his keyboard.
And I think while he's doing his, weights, I think she slaps him on the arse, Maxine. Like a friendly, yeah.
Kinky. But the cavalcade of Otis to say that about Miss Lash right in front of his dove.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I think they're just pals. Maybe.
Pointless segment, though.
Yes, it was. But also, it's the first time I watched it in live NXT in ages.
Did you?
'Cause I was like,
You stayed up?
I went, oh, what time is it? It's like, it's nearly 1. Oh, Christ, what have I done?
NXT o'clock.
Yeah, it's NXT o'clock, so I thought I might as well stay
It starts
up
at
now.
midnight in a minute,
Oh,
doesn't it?
midnight, yeah, whatever time it was, yeah. But I was just there, unexpected. You only get caught up doing something. It's like, it's midnight. That's really bad, that.
When do our clocks change? Is it this weekend?
I don't know.
Might be this weekend. Is it this weekend?
Oh, on a 4-day bank holiday? Oh. Again, is it
Ructions.
an extra hour in bed?
No, I think it's the one last.
Sugar.
Yep.
At least it's on. Well, then at least it's on a bank holiday, I suppose. More time to recover.
But I will not be watching it live ever again because I forgot how many adverts about the network are on the network. And they only have a certain amount. So it's like, what's up, Steve Austin here, smoking skull session. It's like, I'm never going to watch you again. I'm not going to drink beer again, thanks to you, Austin. Anyway, Lola Vice says she would not be challenged for tonight, which is answered by Natalia.
What?
The Natalia pop is now a thing.
Yeah.
She couldn't even cut a promo that people were going that wild.
I was genuinely happy for her because she always gets nowed on the main roster in terms of reaction. The crowd were like, "Nah, see, yeah."
She's the GOAT.
Bugger's reaction, though, in the midst of what's been made explicitly clear is an open challenge. He sees Natalia and shouts, "Why is she dressed like that?"
Why is she dressed like that?
He is just... He's just allowed to be Booker and no one telling him off. Nadia admits that Lola is one of the fastest rising stars in NXT, but it's time for someone to put her in her place. Lola catches Natalia in a sleeper, but she fights off with the support of Carmen Petrovic at ringside. And then Natty wins the match with a roll-up. Sorry, I got a bit of burp.
Surprised that Natty won.
So am I, yeah.
I guess that Lola will win a rematch, maybe.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's an MMA lady we're talking about here in Lola Vice.
Yeah.
I like the shoot hurricane that somehow Natalia kicked out of, but then again, I think the spirit of the shed would have been pulsating through her veins after that pop.
Yeah.
There was a nice... What do you mean?
No,
It was
it's
such
true.
a loud reaction.
It actually was.
There was a nice counter out of a sharpshooter attempt into an ankle lock with a grapevine by Lola. And that's all my notes for this match. It was fine elsewhere.
Quite like Natty's roll up as well.
Oh, yeah.
She jumps both legs, wraps them round, backwards roll.
Yep.
She's nothing if not a technician.
Also, I thought maybe Natalie was so blown away by the response that she really rushed her promo. Because to me, it went, "Wow, you're really talented." I'm gonna beat the S out of you. It's simply I've missed a bit because sorry, man, I'm burping too much. I shouldn't drink.
Done the cardinal sin of
Sorry.
drinking fizzy pop on a podcast.
Just nothing there.
Did you ever get your sneeze out after last week?
Oh, yeah. It was bad. Oh, dear. Now worse is it when you can't get a sneeze out?
Yeah.
It's just on the drive home.
Oh, no, dangerous.
Off a bridge.
I love you.
Is that a Cornish? Oh, fantastic.
Big Richard.
Have you seen who Soft Pro booked now after booking Les Battersby? They booked Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley.
He's back from the dead.
Oh, my
I know.
God.
We
I
need
used
to go. We
hate him.
No,
Wrestling's so unrealistic.
Oh, he's a heel. He cuts a heel promo.
I bet he does with that stupid voice.
Hello there, I'm Ashley.
It's deepened a bit in his
Has
age.
it?
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah,
I'm not dead.
It's just him on his phone to hype the event, and he's like, "I'm coming for you, Les Battersby." It's amazing. I might go. It's unreal.
I had a famous American wrestler who may be booked for Soft Pro. I won't say the name because they might actually watch this.
Wait, you
And-
got them booked?
No. They were saying have you had a Soft Pro? And I went, yeah. But if you do get booked, don't be put off by the fact that it's a 6-year-old soap star that's higher in the poster than you.
Oh,
or
yeah.
got the bigger name. And they were like, really? Is it? Yeah.
It's a Manchester thing.
Yeah, it makes sense. If you go, I don't understand. These people are gods over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how Fred used to put up with Ashley so much.
What was their last name? That family? They were the Butchers, but
West.
No, it wasn't West.
I can't remember. Ashley, Fred.
Hindley, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah. Fred Bundy.
What
We'll
was
move on.
Fred Bundy. I say. The car's broke down. No.
I saw that was on my reels, just a compilation of his noises.
Yeah.
And Ashley was stood next
Ted
to him.
Bundy?
No, Fred Bundy from Coronation Street.
Was it Walker?
Yeah, she's dead.
I can't remember.
Joel, can you please Google
Fred.
Fred and Ashley Cardi?
What a character Fred is, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
He would make it in wrestling with those noises. It's basically Otis.
Oh, he's put double.
What's on it?
Oh my god! Look, I know. Charles is telling this on Coronation Street under pressure.
He's trying to type in Coronation Street and just put in Corey.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it.
Am I searching?
Fred or
Fred.
Ashley? Yeah. Elliot. Fred Elliott. There he is. I see. Great.
Because he's just Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, he is.
But no one knows what it is now.
Especially with
so
his
you can rip
butcher's
him
hat
off.
on, he looks like an American Southern gent.
Oh, he's
I
dead.
never thought.
Yeah,
you know
he
he's dead.
died,
He only died like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, the best photo.
Great
that's
character,
the,
man.
that's the photo they used as a picture, Harry.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
That's disgraceful. And then, but Ashley's the one they've booked in Sov Pro, and Ashley's character I think died, so he's back from the dead.
Ashley's voice, man.
He says,
He used to
he says the
suck.
same, but Ashley.
Helium before shooting those scenes on Coronation Street back in the day. His voice was so high.
Joe, can you search Ashley, please? Corey
No one
Ashley.
cares about this one.
Photo.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, you're normal looking.
He's deep.
That's not funny.
His voice has deepened a bit now, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like that.
Yeah, proper like that.
Yeah.
Ashley Peacock, though.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
call him Ashley Network in the UK. Sorry. An angry Sean Spears is leaving the building after loses to Dijak. Joe Gacy throws his chair back at him from the roof where he lives.
Get him down, he might jump.
Yeah. Obafemi steps on the chair and glares menacing up at Gacy, who says,
Oh, sorry.
I do like how Sean Spears was like, Gacy was not on my radar when he was getting stalked last week.
Yeah.
Why do wrestlers, if I was a wrestler, I'd watch the show.
Oh, I would dissect it.
Yeah.
It's like sports teams. You've got to watch the footage of your previous match.
Yeah. How did he not know Gacy was stalking him last week? Like a snack on his belly again.
he knew, but he's ignoring him, so he gets the hint.
He's Mr. Truth. That's his gimmick. Mr. Truth.
Who?
Sean Spears is Mr. Truth. So why is he avoiding the truth by not watching the show back?
Well, he
He
lies.
can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Cowabunga, dudes. So Ruggers catches a wave.
We're back to
Please,
2021, everybody.
Please read this word for word, Matthew, please.
No, it's actually what she said. All right, I'm going to do my best. Nothing beats the crest of a wave.
No, say it like they say it.
Oh, how do they say?
No, you have to do the high
Nothing beats
pitch.
the crest of a wave. Everything is flowing and gathering momentum. It's just beautiful. But when it can all come crashing down with such an unbelievable force, which perfectly describes what Blair Davenport did last April. Don't be fooled by Saul's carefree beach life personality, because she's pissed off and wants revenge on Blair next week.
Yeah, I gave up after a while.
Yeah.
Blair is interviewed backstage and channels, thank you, Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
She hates sand.
And honestly, Joe, she goes, she's like sand. She's so annoying. You can't get rid of her.
Yeah, she's going to put Saul back on the show. That's not what you do with sand.
Well, no, it'll get everywhere, won't it?
Yeah. Saul Ruckus says she's going to get revenge on Blair, injuring her ACL by taking her soul. All right, Blair, which...
There's a bit of Star Wars Episode 2, right, where everyone like hates it, and it's used as an example of why it's a bad film. Because Anakin's there with Padme, but Anakin's
I know
like,
Padme.
Anakin's older now. It's not. It's
Everyone's
not,
like, yeah, I know. I'm with you so far.
It's not that inappropriate because Anakin's now like a sexy boy, like he's older.
How much older?
Probably like 19.
year old.
No, he's like, he's an adult. He's played by a different actor now.
All right.
He's like 19 maybe.
This is a good 10 years in the future.
yeah,
from what
yeah.
I've seen,
But Padme looks the same. But
7-year-old Anakin.
well, at one point she goes, "Haven't you grown?" So it's a bit weird, but yeah.
dear.
They end up having twins, Luke and Leia, of course. Anyway, Anakin's like they're on this. He's like her bodyguard, and they're on this like sandy beach, and he's like, "I hate." It's meant to make him look deep and sexy, and he's like, "I hate sand. It gets everywhere." What does he say?
It's coarse.
It's coarse.
It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
It's not soft like you.
Oh, a Jedi says this.
Yeah. Well, Jedi's are meant to be celibate, but Anakin's an evil one, so he breaks that rule.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they didn't really go into it in the first
Yeah.
films. Apparently, it's like, you've got to be a Jedi and not get your end away.
I guess they've
and
just gotta-
Anakin's just horny. So
I guess they've just got to like goon in their X-wing to get rid of the urges.
I can't be a worse place to do it, really.
Just in the cockpit, like the cockpit.
And what about What about in the old one where your lady's dressed in the costume?
Leia.
Well, it's Jabba. He's not a Jedi.
No, Jabba.
Jabba betrayed the Jedi Order.
Leia.
I'm getting mixed
Leia's
up with friends,
not
aren't I? Just Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Ross gets Rachel to dress up like her, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Leia.
But why does she dress like that in
She's
the
been
original
as
one?
captive. Jabba's made her wear it.
And that's not sexual?
Yeah.
No, but Jabba,
she's been
Jabba the
kidnapped by
Hutt
the
is an
bad guys.
evil
Jabba doesn't have
slug.
to be celibate.
No, Jabba's not a Jedi.
No, Jabba is a big thing. I like the idea of Jabba the Hutt being a Jedi.
My only
Doesn't make
exposure
any-
to
Yeah, what's he
Little
gonna do?
long.
Can you come over here so I can hear you?
Jabba was he was presiding the pod race on the one ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like a local celebrity of Tatooine, isn't he?
yeah. He's like beatboxing Spider-Man of Tatooine.
I don't really get Jabba's role. He's just a powerful gang lord.
He's just a gang lord,
Yeah,
like,
right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
Making them bitches dress up. I didn't realize that's why she's dressed like that.
Yeah.
Being held
I
captive.
love explaining Star Wars to you.
Also, Leia's not a Jedi, to be fair.
Oh, so she doesn't have to be celibate.
She's a princess. No, yeah.
Oh, what? Fair.
She ends up with Han Solo.
What's a boy to do?
But yeah, Obi-Wan, total virgin, man. Yeah.
Well, that does shock me because he's just so calm.
Yeah. All that gooning, man.
He must do the gooning.
Don't look, R2.
Obi-Wan to jack off.
Oh.
Alright, Hilly Dragunov wins the
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Qui-Gon Jinn. There we go.
Hilly Dragunov wins a singles match against Stax. Backstage, Luca Crucifino asks Tony V if he should run out and attack Ilya. Tony says no. Invite him to dinner instead, but not at the Italian restaurant. Somewhere else instead, reserved for special occasions.
Honestly,
Cynical
like
is what I got from it. The cynical? I couldn't understand what they said.
Like Ross, I rewound it and I was like, what's the word? Because Tony says a word. I thought it was like, yeah, it's like, it begins with an S or a C.
It sounded like cynical. Let's take him
Synagogue.
to the cynical. That's what I thought
I know,
initially.
yeah.
And I was like, it can't be the cynical.
Tony's not Jewish.
What do you mean in the synagogue?
Yeah. I don't understand what he said, but it seemed quite important.
Yeah, we need to know the name of this place.
It hasn't been fully
The
revealed yet.
Cinnabon.
He's not.
Cinnabon.
No, he's not going to Cinnabon. We're going to my
I thought
class
you were
here.
serious. Let's take him down to Cinnabon.
Yeah. We're going to see, oh, mates, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Let's make him eat carbs for the first time. That'll get him. Oh, yeah, that would be happening at the pasta restaurant.
Do you think that would be like, we have ways of making you talk, Ilya? Never. Like I said, no. I cannot resist.
You know, Back to the Future where the photo.
have found my main weakness.
He just have to stand the lyrics for 100 pounds instead of,
I watch my family eat the Cinnabon all day, and it tears me apart inside.
You know the Back to the Future where the picture of Marty starts disappearing.
yeah.
His abs just stop fading. Oh no!
no.
One opened here, didn't have Cinnabon Bean, the old Cinnabon.
Did it?
It's
not
on near
been.
Monument.
I don't know if.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's weird because if you went, you'd be so full, but it's a dessert. It's not a. That's not your proper tea, man. Anyway.
The match, Stax and Ilya. I thought Stax kept up with Ilya all the way through. It was his best singles match to date, as far as I can remember. There was one massive thrown power bomb from Ilya, which looked fantastic. Stax working the hand and the forearm to stop the H-bomb.
Yep.
Good tactics. I thought the crowd were pretty quiet, though.
I was going to say, not much pop for the understated Russian.
But there was a lovely dragon suplex on the run. Does that still make it a dragon suplex if it's on the run?
I guess so.
A cum dragon suplex.
Come dragon
Call that in
suplex, we'll
business.
call that then. But yeah, I thought it was a decent match for who was involved.
Yes.
Yeah. Booker said, you're asking for trouble going to a rival's barbershop or restaurant. You should try Starbucks instead.
Okay. Fair enough. Thanks, Booker.
I love Booker. What happened to you, man?
I keep burping on. Mike.
The Wolf Dogs are joshing around in the locker room. The Good Brothers interrupt them on a traditional 2-on-2 tag match at Stand and Deliver. But if Alpha Academy somehow manage to qualify for the match, they'll pin them and take the Wolf Dogs titles. The champs are confident that if one become a triple threat, because they'll beat Otis and Tozawa tonight. All right, in front of me.
Yeah.
Stand and Deliver, two things Gallows and Anderson can't do.
Oh,
How dare you say
they did
that
on
after
Raw?
SmackDown, yeah.
SmackDown, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, one possible match a year.
They're working
Okay,
really
yeah.
hard on
Stand and
SmackDown.
deliver.
Yeah, well done.
The Good Brothers want a traditional tag match to Stand and Deliver. Traditional. Missionary, baby.
Yeah.
I like Braun gifting. Oh my God, I'm going to stroke here.
Go on, man. You got this.
Braun gifting Baron a bottle of fake tan, which was labelled The Sun.
Yeah.
Funny.
This is just the sun.
I'll let you.
The tan's just the sun. I got a little bit confused by the Good Brothers because they went, we want it to be 2-on-2 because if it's not, then we'll pin the weaker team and take your belts without having to pin you. So they don't want it to be a 2-on-2. I don't know.
I think they were saying they'd win either way, wouldn't they? Because they are that good and flippy and hard working.
Anderson popped me.
Lies.
Popped me a little bit, Anderson, in this one.
What do you
If
do?
that's not too sweet, then what is? Too sweet me now. Got a bit more intense.
Braun popped me in his retort to that when he's like, ooh, yeah, woohoo.
Yeah, that was good, yeah.
Stupid virgins with a hand signal.
He's Team WCW, not... Oh, no, wait. No.
Well, Scott was in.
Were the Steiners in NWO?
Rick wasn't, was he?
Scott was.
Yeah.
Oh, not Rick.
Scott turned on Rick. Rick was never in NWO.
That's why Braun doesn't like the NWO. That's why he doesn't like it too sweet, yeah. It all makes sense.
Yep.
What doesn't make sense is what happens next.
Ridge Holland comes to the ring and has an announcement. He thanks Marty Jones, William Regal, and Shawn Michaels for helping his career.
3 very similar wrestlers.
All old. But he can't run the risk of hurting somebody else or himself anymore. The crowd applauded this.
Yeah. Fair play, Ray. Just call it quits.
Ridge has heard the whispers and comments about him, and it's affecting his personal life. In order to be the best husband and father he can be, and because he lacks physical and mental resilience, he's decided to step away from ring indefinitely. He considers himself extremely lucky to have set foot in the company, and thanks all of NXT. The crowd chanted, "Yeah, thanks, Ridge."
They don't chant, yeah, thanks, Ridge.
Yeah, whatever,
Thank
bye.
you, Ridge.
So he's called himself.
What the hell was this?
He said he's a rubbish wrestler. He's aware there's a perception that he is a rubbish wrestler who hurts people, and he's stepping away from the ring indefinitely. Either this was a legitimate retirement speech. If it is, fair play, all the best. He gave it a go. If it's not, and this is Sean Spears' gimmick at play of the truth, and he's realised what the truth is about him, and he'll somehow come back as a fantastic wrestler who doesn't hurt people. What's that about?
Yeah, I was waiting for a punchline that never came.
Yeah.
And he has been added to the
Alumni
section, thank you, on the website. But there was a report saying, no, it's just part of a storyline. But you're like, what bloody story? What is it going to be? I'm back, but I'm not as dangerous as I used to be.
Is this
in
like-
the sport of pro wrestling.
I've been training really hard.
No, I've been training less hard. I'm going to be going soft.
Will he come back and be a heel, turn heel, unlock his vicious side? This is Sean, I think it was Andrew who said this. It felt a bit lost my smile. It's another Sean thing, self-insert. Not quite the same.
Yeah, but people cared about Sean in 97. It was weird because it's like, okay, fine, we're still harping on about the fact that he was the real life stuff. Don't need to go into it again. But then it got turned into a TV angle, and I think they went, nah, we're not going to do this. But we are kind of doing it. Like, I don't care.
I feel bad for Ridge because I thought his delivery was quite good. I thought he was quite good. It was just the script and the situation didn't help him at all. So I don't
And
know.
the storyline leading to it, where it's like, oh, I'm a wrestler who hurts people, but I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But I am that guy sometimes, but I don't want to be him.
It doesn't make any sense.
Kept mentioning
Don't
rugby as well. Just like in rugby.
I'm a washed-up old rugby player.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Ross said it.
care. Joel again said something. Joel, we love you, mate, but
I'm going to get cancelled about being on camera.
for something you've not said. Thanks to their power of editing. But yeah, so Ridge, I don't know where this is going. I don't really care.
I'm intrigued because how do you come back from saying, oh, I'm not very good at wrestling? I know you all think I'm not very good at wrestling. I'm going to retire.
I think they'll won't he be like,
Don't come back. He's retired. What do you mean? How's he come
do you
back?
think he'll just do a heel thing? Like, now I don't care what people think about me. I'm going to injure everyone.
If that happened, yeah, I'm going to hurt people in the hurt business, which is what we do here in wrestling.
They're
Yeah,
not-
okay, fine, do that. But right now, I'm like, all right, bye.
They're not really around much anymore. They've all gone their separate ways.
I know what that said.
Oh, if he came back snapping the neck of Big Body Javi.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I do
In
that every week.
kayfabe, I mean, I don't actually mean legitimately hurt the guy.
No,
You know,
in real life.
if you just rip through the people who like we're not really using at the moment.
This seems to be another example of like similar to Von Wagner, where like just let them be a wrecking machine, but Sean can't do that unless
No.
unless it's Braun. I don't
Sean
know.
was never a killer dude who destroyed people. So.
Except in the 96 Rumble, when he's just eliminating giants left, right, and centre. Weird.
Lyra Valkyria says there are two paths in every story.
Bore off, you virtuous. What did I forgot what CM Punk said now? That moral
Paragon of
paragon of
virtue.
virtue. Yeah, piss off.
It's a really old expression. I don't know why it gets brought up now.
He loves D&D.
It certainly does.
I'm thinking of Paladin. Carry on.
But speaking of nerdy stuff, Lyra says there's a wrong path and the right one. Professor X and Magneto. Some House the Dragon people. Yeah, that's
I've
what
not
I thought.
watched
That's
it.
what I thought as
Yeah.
well. Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wank.
Oh, hey, here he is, the lad himself.
Annie Wank.
Aye, Annie Wank as well. Anakin Skywanker.
Annie Wank Wanker.
Wank Vader. Right.
Darth Wank.
Yeah.
Jar Jar Wank.
Now this is wanking.
Wank Wars.
Big Champ drives Lyra to make the right decisions, like not listen to this podcast. Unlike Roxanne Perez, Lyra brings up Roxanne's anxiety attack last year and says the belt deserves so far better than her. What? The title broke Roxanne, and now Lyra is going to do everything she can to keep her away from it.
Why she was scared of ladders, Maffew?
Yeah, she couldn't climb that ladder.
God.
She lost,
God, that's
she lost the title due to a mixture of exhaustion and anxiety caused by Meiko Satomura.
And then Shawn Michaels be like, I can't put you in the ladder match. Please, Eddie. No, you'll have an anxiety attack. Please, I won't. Takes off glasses. All right, then. Doesn't win the match. Complete wank.
Yeah. Indie won it.
Yeah.
Weird.
Dijak's on get commentary for Delightful Hudson versus Josh Briggs.
Josh Briggs, jobber entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Briggs wins and has a stare down with Dijak, but Oba Femi appears on the platform. Oba says both are very worthy opponents, so he wants to defend his title in a triple threat at Stand Deliver because he knows that people want to pay to see people climb the mountain.
He
and
is
he
the
is the mountain.
The mountain.
I'm the mountain. I'm strong. Anyway, what do you think?
Really enjoyed Booker T again at the start on commentary because Dijak's laying out this like baseball analogy for him and
Bottom of the 10th.
yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
It was how he beat Sean earlier on.
yeah, there were big hitters and stuff like that. And then Booker T's like, what you talking about? What's going on here? And Vic goes, it was baseball, Booker. He's on about big hitters with the bats and stuff. And then they're going to the just Booker having to have things explained for him again on commentary was fantastic. Shoot Hurricane Rana from Duke after a Samoa Joe Uranagi in the corner. He can do it all.
He can.
And he did the Dusty Rhodes flip, flop, and fly as well. Baby.
Yep.
Sorry, baby. That's what Dusty would say. Yeah, it was just two massive lads doing massive moves to each other for the most part.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know what else
Dijak
to say.
yelled, if you had a Twitter, I'd rinse you to Josh Briggs. Hey, why doesn't Josh Briggs have a Twitter?
Why doesn't he, Maffew?
Oh,
You
no.
saucy bitch.
I don't know. I'm just asking questions. So, yeah, I think Briggs is doing his role well, but he does need better gear.
Okay.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
lost his nickname this week. What was his nickname last week?
I don't know. We just call him JB.
Yeah, JB. He had a nickname last week.
Because he's a singles
The
guy.
Force
now.
are wankins.
Yeah. It's him. Oh.
The metaphor I'm messing about in the production truck.
Sorry,
Now-
I was going to say, I can't believe that JB actually won that match though, after the storyline last week. It is a bait and switch because Duke was like, I want to wrestle. And then Abel was like, why
good
didn't
that.
you win a match next week and it could have North American title implications?
Oh, God, and then he didn't,
And
yeah.
he bloody lost his match.
She lied to him.
I know.
No, he just didn't deliver.
Didn't win, yeah. He
Oh,
stood, but he didn't deliver. Bait and switch.
The metaphor I'm messing about in the
Oh,
production
Ava
truck.
was absent this week. She wasn't there at all.
Oh, no. How? Oh, well. Dar announces that they're officially supposed to Stand and Deliver.
Hear me now.
It was good that them working out how the cameras work in the truck.
Oh.
And we went back to the Kevin Dunn days for a few seconds as we went through every camera available.
I thought this was another Shawn Michaels thing. This felt really DX.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Go on.
Didn't they do that?
Yeah.
I know Austin used to but he was just anarchy.
Yeah.
But DX used to do it in like a prank way.
Yep. Ariana Grace says she's picked out the perfect dress to make Gigi Dolan a proper lady, but we don't see the final result yet.
I can't wait. They're really dragging this
I'm in
out.
suspense.
I know.
I hope it's fancy.
What's happened? Because when Fallon won that match to make Tiffany her ranch hand, next week, bang, it was done. This is taking a while.
Big dresses take a while to get made, I
Yeah,
imagine.
That's right. Yeah. Real work for real effort. It'd be really funny if it's the exact same shirt she's got, stuff's got now, but it's like slightly tweaked, and she's like, no, it's ruined completely.
Got one pink bow on it.
No! Rancid, Kelly Rancid, to give her a full name, interviews Ilya Dragunov backstage, who has an injured hand from his match.
How did you tell he had an injured hand?
Mine hand!
He was all like, oh, my hand!
Yeah.
She was splurting blood.
Just how he was holding it like this.
It's only, it's only stacks in there. If that hand doesn't play a role, if that's healed by Stand and Deliver, that's bollocks.
You know, like Jeremy Beadle.
No.
Now, Americans watching or listening to the podcast, Jerry Beadle was a TV presenter from the 80s and 90s predominantly, who had a famously small hand compared to his other hand. I don't know why.
Well, he was obviously born with it. I think it was some sort of...
Sorry, Jack.
Didn't get it stomped on. I think it was in one of my blogs I was writing when I did my big walk, and I mentioned you because I said that.
Oh no!
I said that you
the Jeremy Beadle of wrestling.
Called you the Jeremy Beadle of wrestling.
There we go.
Yeah. Not because of the botches. Yeah.
I prefer the Mandy Dingle of wrestling.
Yeah.
But I'll accept it. He admits that the family have done their homework on him. Luca Crucifino arrives with Tony's invite to dinner. Oh, okay, at the restaurant. No, the other place.
The synagogue.
Yeah.
No, the synagogue, Cinnabon.
Senegal. The Senegal, maybe.
In Senegal, that's where it is. He's got to get a flight now.
But yeah, then he gets the envelope, and because he's got an injured hand, he's opening the envelope.
Can't open it.
In the middle of opening this envelope, which is made of paper. Oh!
I'm sure someone from the crowd. Did you hear someone from the crowd? Help him, Kelly.
Oh, no, I didn't hear.
I'm sure.
It's just like, turn it down a bit, Ilya. You open a bloody paper envelope going, oh! I used
to love Ilya. It's just like NXT is just bring out the worst.
You're still living.
He's good in the right place.
When he's wrestling, but then he's like sometimes does the Amdram stuff in the match, and you're like, oh no.
When he's sharing
I love you, Baron Corbin.
When he's sharing the ring with like very, very, very effortlessly charismatic people like Trick and Mello, then he looks like, I don't even know, just amateur dramatic society performances. But when he's on his own, he's good.
Yeah.
But what was in the envelope? Because he was shocked.
I know.
Tony nudes.
Acting glasses.
The dong of NXT.
The dong of NXT, is that what you said?
Yeah, for Tony's nudes.
The dong.
Hey, Tony, your dong. So lovely.
Star Wars episode 2, but I've not even seen episode 1 yet.
And in the bit where Tony's telling Luca, like, go and deliver this invitation earlier on, Luca says something like, oh yeah, isn't that the place where you are? And they do the classic like, hey, no, don't talk about that. So what is this killing field that he's going to lure Ilya to? I'm scared. Senegal.
Cinnabon.
Yeah.
Main event, the Wolf Dogs beat AA, denying them a spot in the tag title match at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, they battered on Anderson like that.
They absolutely did. Fraser and Axiom, the Good Brothers, and the LWO run out for a big brawl to close the show.
Mm-hmm.
Tozawa being treated like a proper wrestler, as I mentioned
Certainly
earlier. He was
was.
taking on both the Wolfie D's at the same time. Then the match goes a bit Ronseal because the Wolfie D's are throwing around the smaller Tozawa like they would do, being big Wolfie D's. The assisted cutters made a comeback. I don't know if they all went away, but it's been a couple of weeks since I've seen one. They were both very good. Otis was also looking good in there with a couple of taking down both WDs with a double backdrop.
You did?
It did, I'm getting confused by my own notes for some reason.
I was almost surprised that they didn't. I don't think they would have beat them clean, but I thought it'd be like a DQ just to get them in the match. But no.
Or Vic, on when the Caterpillar was happening, he said, trust in the thrust.
Yeah, he did.
My God, what a good commentary can be.
I was going to say, crowd went into this at the start, I guess because Baron and Braun are so over, like, these guys aren't winning. But then, Tozawa noticed, really put an effort into it. And then, Baron countering the Doomsday with the WrestleMania 9. Is it WrestleMania 9? Yeah.
That's my move of the week, by the way, Joel.
Absolutely.
Should have sold that a bit more, shouldn't I? Joel! That's my move of the week.
Oh my. Oh, baby.
That sounded drunk, that, didn't it?
All the while that you've been building up. Just,
Joe,
no.
I love you, Joe.
The double...
Don't leave.
I love you despite your offensive comments. I could change you. And a double powerbomb off the apron through the table worked very well on Otis.
Yeah.
And then Akira got powerbombed and then speared.
I love that little thing Corbin did after the powerbomb. Like alley-ooped him.
Yep.
Up
You get.
Yes. It was a great assist.
Yes, it was. And then AEW Dynamite followed that.
He's like no, he's not like Peter Beardsley.
No, we used to be able to say that, didn't we?
Yeah. He's just a dirty racist there.
He's like Dennis Bergkamp. Who else assisted a lot? Fabregas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
He's not problematic.
No. Your lad with the nice arse.
Huh?
Kenny Dalglish.
Kenny Dalglish.
Your lad with the nice
He
arse.
won best arse.
But it's Kenny Dalglish. That's
why he's most famous for.
Kenny Dalglish.
Didn't you was it you try to play down Kenny Dalglish's achievements or ability in front of a Liverpool fan? And I think it was Atkins. And he went
really?
like,
Yeah, because he ruined Newcastle.
oh, that was
That's it.
it. Yeah.
I'm about to say, like, anywhere else in the country, he's like, oh,
I've
it's
never
amazing,
seen-
but Newcastle fans,
I've never seen Jack Atkins so offended. Oh,
I mean, what he did, he replaced one of the best teams in the land with old people like John Barnes and Ian Rush. Oh, Stuart Pearce. Pearce was all right for Newcastle. Fraud, Kenny Dalglish. You hear that, Joel? He's a fraud. Dynamite.
The show opens with Ospreay versus Shibata. Ospreay wins, and they show respect to each other after the match.
oh yeah, hitting
like-
each other hard.
I like that they aired footage of their previous New Japan encounter when Will was a light heavyweight, and they said, oh, here's how Shibata won with the PK, so he's obviously going to avoid that. And
he
then he went,
did.
whoa, here's the PK, I better avoid that. We've been asking AEW to do stuff like this for years, and now they're doing it. Fantastic.
They've done it before.
Yeah.
but not on the reg.
Maybe not on the reg recently. Yeah. Now it's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was. Did you enjoy this more than? Because I know you're not particularly a fan of the Ospreay match, but this wasn't as much of an Ospreay match.
You took the words out of my mouth,
Right.
Jack. Give them back, you thieving get. Yeah, Shibata kept Will in knee and ankle holds because, like, well, he's a flippy dude, so won't be able to do them, right? And he didn't really. Ospreay beckoned Shibata to come to the floor so he can sit on the mat and exchange shots like with Brian. Shibata went, no, and Johnny Wilco'd him in the chest instead. I like that. And yeah, he tried to do the bouncing kick thing, and then Shibata grabbed him and put him in an STF. Crowd didn't really react for that for some reason. They're a bit weird, this Quebec crowd
A bit
tonight.
weird. It's bizarre.
Sometimes they care, sometimes they don't. But en français. But yeah, Ospreay is really good at selling and getting pounded and stretched. And then he always ruins it by ignoring all of it at the end. But he didn't really do much of that. So it wasn't a bad showing, Ospreay.
Yes, it was a good match.
If he keeps it like this, fine. But you can't have like the Takeshita match every week. Or,
No.
He can and he will.
He would have done a few years ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good opener, wasn't it? And I liked that it was. Oh, he did the Tiger Driver on him. I know he got his head tucked in time, but I was not expecting that, considering Shibata's had his brain.
I was going to him properly. It would have just felt falling out.
I know, yeah. I'm glad
Could
this
spit and wipe and then put it back in.
Yeah, I'm glad they screwed the top of his head back on properly. I just thought that was the best thing about it, was the mix of styles. Like it started off with like the world of sports stuff rolling around the mat, then it went up the ramp, brawling, suplexes on the ramp and whatnot. Then just got back in the ring and they battered each other. Shabattered each other. Yeah. But it was also disgusting to hear that 2017 was 7 years ago.
Can't be right there. It's a mistake from Excalibur. Silly Billy. Renee asked the Young Bucks how they feel about facing Private Party in the tag tournament, pointing out that they've lost to them before. Nicholas gets angry and tells Renee she's not as good looking as Marvez.
Yes.
Where is Alex Marvez? He says.
He does.
I don't know why I said that.
Thank you. Maffew takes credit for retiring Sting. Oh, thank you. And says they'll beat Private Party because lightning never strikes twice. When in fact it does, because that's how lightning works. It goes to the tallest object. So often strikes twice.
I thought it moved though. Because you know when you used to get the rumble of the thunder, and you'd count and wait for the flash. Then it meant if the gap between the rumble and the flash was shorter, it was getting closer.
But that tall thing's still going to be the tall thing, so it can strike
If it's
twice
still
again.
nearby.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Not seen Adam in a while.
What?
He's a tall thing. Might be hit by lightning.
Isn't there a Simpsons joke where Homer's caught in a storm, so he's narrating. He says like, I sheltered myself with a bit of sheet metal and ran for the tallest tree I could find. I saw Simpsons.
I was annoyed because I thought that's what you're supposed to do, and my dad was like, no, don't do that.
I saw a Simpsons joke the other day that was just so simple and so stupid, but it was just funny.
Go on.
It's when Homer's feeling sick because he's eating too much chili, and he's in the fridge going, "Oh, I'll never eat chili again." Chili! And I just thought, genius.
We've all been there.
And Ralph saying, "Hi, Super Nintendo Chalmers." I like that as well. Ralph's a sweetie, isn't he? He's a lovely lad.
What's the other one they did from a more recent one? Oh, Joe like that.
He is.
I'm learning.
I'm learning, yeah.
He's learning not to say those things
Sam's
anymore.
got a Ralph tattoo of him eating a jar of paste.
Oh, good lad. Sam and Ralph, obviously. If you're watching, Ralph Wiggum.
Sam would hate Ralph in real life. If you met him.
Can't stand me. Despite Matthew Jackson taking a belt shot, the Bucks beat Private Party to advance in the tournament. Okada looks satisfied backstage. We had two different shots in this show of Okada and Samoa Joe both watching TV, but it was just them with the TV there, so it could have been anything.
Yeah.
They're watching the NBA replay from when Collision was supposed to be on.
We're definitely watching the wrestling, Maffew, and it added to the story of both matches they were watching.
Yeah, right. What do you think the match was?
First and foremost, I really like the camera work of Private Party's entrance at the start, how it started on one side of the stage and went over. Then a man called Cheesecake stopped us getting into club. He was like, whoa, stop.
That's him, isn't it? That's the guy, yeah.
I think it's called Cheesecake.
Something like that,
Mr.
yeah.
Cheesecake, do you?
Oh, who am I thinking of? Cheeseburger, the wrestler.
That's a different
From
man.
the Cheese family.
He's a much smaller man. Yeah. Wrestling has more than one.
It was just a hell of a story, like the hell of a match with moves, but also with a bit of story towards the end because we had the stuff at the start, like the Falcon Arrow off the barricade to the floor from Nicholas to Mark Quinn. Zay with a beautiful Acai moonsault while taking on both the Bucks at one point. The powerbomb sliced bread thing from the Bucks onto Zay was I don't know what they call that. I missed what they called it on the show, but it was good. And then the callback to the first match they had, the kick out from Matt, where Nick was on the top rope going for the Melter driver, grabbing the
Corn
ankle.
Crusher or whatever it's called now.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is it the Corn Crusher?
Can't remember. It might have been that. The Tony. Yeah.
The Tony Nese.
Yes. I felt bad for
Didn't make any sense. Did
when
it?
the Bucks went to deliver their trademark Tony Nese at the end. I felt bad for
the
Nick.
EVP trigger. You're
Yeah.
right. That's
Felt
what
bad
we're talking
for Nicholas because he probably slipped.
He slipped.
And he did a whoopsie.
And so they repeated the spot. No, they didn't. Pinned him after one.
No, he needed
It still
him.
works.
Matt nicked him, and then Matt kneed him.
Oh, that's it.
And then Nick
Matted
did
him.
like a later knee as well. Yeah, it was like a 1-2 punch.
Nick nicked him,
Yeah,
but Matt got a full shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nicholas and Maffew. Sorry, of course.
Quen missing his 630 as well was gnarly.
Landed on his
Such a
back.
thud. It was a good competitive match, but it already feels like we're going towards FTR versus the Bucks again.
Oh,
in this,
yeah.
in this tournament.
Not if the infantry have anything to say about it.
Exactly.
Bad news and tattoos.
Hopefully he'll pull it out on Saturday.
Yes.
Hopefully he'll pull it out.
He being the infantry, the new up-and-coming wrestler, paid up.
Carly Bravo.
Right. I have no idea how the hell he hit the Falcon Arrow off the guardrail because it looked yay big. That was like Eric Skipper.
Very small feet.
Explains a lot.
I wasn't sure. Matthew Jackson continues to be Hulk Hogan, just surviving everything. Because didn't he get hit with a belt?
Yeah, I like the
that
action
was
they were
the
doing.
finish, because then Rick Knox goes and bends over and puts it down, and then he misses everything again.
Oh.
Rick, what's he like?
God.
Yeah, I think it was a tad overbooked, but I guess it fits their characters and everything else like that. But the second match on an episode of Dynamite, you're like, all right, mate, just burn us out, why don't you? But I did like the Bucks.
Disagree.
Yeah.
Oh, give me all the food all the time.
Okay.
Don't slow down
Like Ilya Dragunov, Tony
until I
D.
perish. Yeah, exactly.
After half a Cinnabon. All right, I give up.
Homer and the chili analogy.
Yes.
Yes. I like Bucks heading to the ring and Matt talking to the camera and telling Salbert, now plug Double or Nothing.
Yeah, May
And
the,
I went, okay, I will.
May the 26th, was it?
Yeah. Double header in Vegas because they're doing Double Nothing and as a Collision. It will be. Yeah.
Dun-dun.
the Netflix thing.
Dun dun dun.
Right.
Sorry.
In a video package, Don Callis hypes the main event between Takeshita and Swerve. He's sick of hearing about Swerve's house and says Takeshita will burn it all down.
Swerve's house is on Callis' street.
Yeah. In the universe of
What could this
on
mean?
the mountain of omnipotence.
That was a good I like the delivery of the promos because they had another one for the other way around, didn't they? And it was good.
Yes.
Swerve, yeah.
There wasn't anything in the ring in terms of talking this episode. I don't know if it's because they were in
Oh,
Quebec,
yeah.
because it was a Francois.
I think they all speak English as well, though.
I think they were hedging the bet here because, like I said, there was no segments in ring. It was all
They should have got 2.0 out there, aren't they? Quebecois.
and maybe they're going to be on the Collision or whatever the
Or is it
Rampage.
on,
Cool Hand's dead though, isn't he? After getting thwacked by Mr. Bevis.
Yeah.
Forgotten his name.
It's his real name.
Mr. Bevis.
Zach Knight.
Stephen Bevis.
Bevis?
That's his real name,
Zach
isn't it?
Knight.
Oh, Mr. Beversov, the infantry. Also, Matt Hardy got a mention in the tag team match.
Right.
I just saw, which is like, oh, okay, because when I have a look at the news that I've missed in the week, like, I swear every 2 days there's a story about Matt Hardy and where he's going.
Yeah.
If it's AEW, WWE, Cinnabon.
Maybe they're doing a swap with Becky Lynch because her contract's running out.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné arrives in the car. Everyone goes, yay, it's Mercedes Moné.
Yes.
I would mention these
I like
bits.
those shots, mate. It makes them feel big time.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean,
they've
they are doing that right.
They've got different. Am I this sad that I knew it was her from the car that pulled up? Like when
How?
Okada whapped up in his Ferrari, his red Ferrari. Oh, that's Okada's car.
Right.
And then Mercedes got the big black, like,
SUV.
4x4. Yeah, that's her car. And then
Hmm.
she stepped out like, oh yeah.
By the way, you said Ferrari there. And it's good that you're saying I'm paying attention, but because my mate's doing a stag do in Amsterdam on WrestleMania weekend, so that's nice.
Oh, he's missing Mania.
I know, right? Well, it's a stag. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
This marriage better last.
Are you going to manage to avoid spoilers?
Yeah, I won't be able to remember. If I do hear them, I'm going to be Amsterdam. But
Oh my God, you're going to be blazed off your box, aren't you? Going back to Amsterdam.
I'm going to have lots of pancakes. But my mates are like, we're going to be doing those big bike things where it's not really a bike and control, but there's like a bunch of lads on one bike that's
Okay.
lots of pedals. We're doing that all dressed up as wrestlers. And I had a look briefly. I don't know where this came from. Like, I'm going to go as John Cena, look for a Ferrari outfit.
Ayrton Senna.
Right, yeah, but with a Cena cap. That's how much the F1 outfits are.
Oh, I don't even want to hazard a guess.
Yeah, pretty expensive. So like, that's joke's not going to work.
Okay. Who are you going to be?
Probably Danhausen, because I don't look at... All my mates are like, oh, you got mustache, you'd be Harvey Whippleman. I'm like, F this. My mates are all big beardy bastards. So it's like Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, whatever, and then Harvey Whippleman. I'm like, nah, I'm not having this.
Who could you be? Danhausen, you've been in before, haven't you?
Yeah.
But who in
The
like
skinny
terms of,
creep from
who in-
AEW. There we go.
Who in terms of like old school, when you see a group of lads on a stag do and they're all like
it.
Hogan machos.
None
you
of them
know.
look like me, so...
Jack Evans.
All these wrestlers are retiring after they hear this, by the way.
I don't know.
Sucks, doesn't it?
You could just be Ray.
You could be whoever you want to be, Maffew.
Ray.
I know you're
Like
taller.
Bikini.
I know you're taller than Ray, but you could put a mask on.
Dress up as the Big Show. You can be whoever you want to be, Maffew.
Yeah. It's the botch. Oh,
Botch. The Jeremy Beadle of wrestling is here tonight.
Goes Jeremy Beadle. They'll never see that one coming.
We'll record it. My giant 90s camcorder I'll bring. Anyway, enough of this. Darby Allin is hanging out with Tony Hawk, who promotes his skate park foundation. Darby says he might not be able to raise money by climbing Everest, but he's got another plan.
I didn't
rob a bank.
I didn't realize it was for charity. He didn't mention
Yeah,
that. In that promo, where he's like, "This might be my last wrestling match, the one against Jay White, because I might not come back from Everest." If he was like, "Well, I'm walking up there for charity," I wouldn't have thought he might have perished.
I am.
That makes no sense, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Then you can't. Then the charity can't get the money because he didn't do it.
He said that. Yeah, he said that because he wanted them to give money. I might die. Ooh, I'll give you money then.
Yeah, but he didn't mention the charity, did he?
No, and it sounded like a nice cause as well, giving kids something to do. And Darby even said, I would have benefited. I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for skateboarding. I thought it was nice. I like Tony Hawk. I think he's got a nice, pleasant way about him. He's such a nerd for like the most famous skateboarder of all time.
Yeah,
Awesome.
big old nerd.
I watched an episode of that podcast he does with Sean,
White?
skateboard man. Forgotten his name.
Sean.
Australian Sean.
Sean.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Australian Sean who used to have the OnlyFans.
What?
Yeah. Him.
Anyway, yeah,
Never
Tony
seen-
on there
Oh,
is
sorry.
more awkward than us talking to strangers. Like, hello, how are you?
That's him. Yeah, he's not like Captain Charisma. He's just like, oh, it's me, Tony Hawk. How you doing?
He's like the Steve Davis of skateboarding.
Tony, interesting Hawk.
Wins all the things, but not the. He's not Alex Higgins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Renee interviews Jericho and Hook backstage. I simply went boo when I saw him. Jericho says he's never been in the ring with anyone like Hook, and he wants to offer him any advice he needs to sharpen his skills and become world champ one day. Hook says he appreciates that and he's happy to accept any advice, but he seems a bit suspicious of Jericho.
I know who
they
you are.
share a fist bump.
That's good then, because Jericho can give the advice to Hook off the air. They can call each other like throughout the week, not on
Yeah,
Wednesdays. They can they can Skype and they can Facebook message each other. Don't need to see him again on air, Chris Jericho.
I like that, yeah.
Why
Hook,
did
Hook
he,
leaving on red.
Why did he make us wait a week? I've got a proposition for you. And then a week later, do you want any advice?
Yeah, okay.
I don't trust that Chrissy J.
Hey, you should follow my advice, And then Hook should say, didn't Sammy Guevara do that? Yeah. Jericho would be like, who's that?
Oh, no.
No.
You know, I don't mind seeing Jericho on the air when it's something like you can sink your teeth into, so to speak. But this is just crap. It's just, I'm Chris Jericho. I need to be on the show somehow.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like, doesn't it? Yeah. He's never
um,
really felt like this much of a hanger-on. At this point, if he was in WWE, he'd have left.
Yeah.
But
But he's just staying with AEW.
they get back to he's probably getting paid so much. They get back to the announce team, and Excalibur goes, Lion Hook, they're running. I was like, no.
Try and make Lion Hook a thing. Mercedes Moné joins the announce team for a 4-way match between Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Anna Jay, and Sky Blue. Willow pins Anna to become #1 contender to the TBS title, and after the match, Julia Hart attacks Willow with the belt. Statlander checks on Willow while Mercedes looks amused at ringside.
Very interesting having Statlander and Willow in the same match against each other. But they avoided each other all the way through,
Is
which
that
I thought was
nice?
very interesting. The match was going along fine.
All right, O2 Gold Dust.
Willow was the lady of the match for me. Her highlights were the drop kick off the middle rope, which nearly sent, was it Sky Blue in the next week? Unbelievable move. There was a DVD on the apron. The pounce on Sky Blue on the outside the ring.
In front of Mercedes.
All about her. Willow was also the right winner just because of the story they're telling with Mercedes Moné as well in the background there. I thought Mercedes sounded a bit bored on the call. I wanted a bit more. Like when Anna Jay was up the top there trying to do a superplex, I think at the time she goes, "Oh, Anna Jay is on the top rope and that's dangerous." But she said it like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a great performance on the commentary, but
Sasha's not she's not a natural commentator, I suppose.
Yeah. Just
I
a
mean,
bit-
Sasha, Mercedes, sorry.
It happens. But it was a good match. But yeah, Willow, the right winner, and she was getting all of the highlights for me.
yeah, I think it did exactly what it needed to do.
Willow's the best, but I hope they don't turn her heel, ever.
No, don't need to.
They keep teasing it. She's been misted, but then as Ross
no.
calculated, she's immune. To
She's
Yes.
immune to the mist, yeah.
She's just Bella.
Too pure.
What else we got? Dustin Rhodes is interviewed backstage and talks about his good record in 2024 so far. What? The Butcher interrupts and says his mustache has its own musk.
Because Dustin's like, ugh, smelly.
Yeah.
Oh, it advised the Butcher to get some nice oils or some nice shampoo for the shower.
Right.
I'd be fuming because clearly the Butcher does take good care of his mustache. And Dustin's just improved and it's a lie.
Dustin was on something here. Not on. No, that's
Yeah.
a wrong thing to say.
No, he
for him.
was. He was.
Because
You
he's just
can't
like,
confirm.
all of these matches I've had have been very good. Every single match I've
Strike
had,
one.
banger after banger. And he ends the promo. I am a natural born legend and everyone loves me.
Everybody loves me.
What's this character's change for Dustin?
Be hanging around with the Acclaim. I'm going to show you why I'm a natural born legend because everyone loves me.
Where did that come from?
Unbelievable.
I'm like, it's nice to see the Butcher get a little push though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the Butcher.
It sounded like you remember that Kurt Angle promo from like 0102 where he goes, I love this state. There's people love me, women love me, gay people love me, everyone loves me. I'm a legend.
But he's a face. Everyone loves me.
Like, I can understand a bit. It was like, all my matches have been bangers because when he does get in the ring, we always say, he's defying the laws of physics here, doing stuff at that age, 55 years old. But that bit at the end, I am a natural born legend and everyone loves me.
Yeah, you do you, Dustin.
I'm intrigued to see where it goes though.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if has stuff been happening on the Rampage?
Good. Everyone's asking that.
Yeah.
How dare you say he's on drugs? Don't you know he's the natural? Tony Storm visits Turner Classic Movies and bickers with the host, Ben Thingy. He's related to the guy who helped Orson Welles write Citizen Kane. He has the same last name.
Is he like a descendant
Help
of
me, Maffew. He's a descendant. I have no idea who he is, mate. But thank you very much for thinking that. I would know.
Mankiewicz or something?
I get what you're saying.
Bet Joel knows.
Yeah, he used to work for like Collider.
He used to work for Collider, Joel
He's on
says.
a YouTube film channel.
He's on a YouTube film channel, Joel adds.
So is he? What is it? Is he related to that? The author of Citizen Kane?
I have no idea.
Fair enough.
Shame on him for not watching AEW though. He didn't know. Watch out for the shoe. He didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
Shame on him.
Shame.
Shame on him.
I thought he was quite funny.
Citizen shame.
Yes.
Got him. Got his
Come
ass.
on.
Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy beat the Kingdom with a little help from Chuck Taylor. They advance in the tag team tournament and try to celebrate with a hug, but the Bucks interrupt via the Cody Vader before they can do so.
And then just go back down again?
Big fan of that.
Yeah.
Just the shot of them just disappearing below the stage. Very good. It was another competitive ding-dong match, which I think was the common theme on this week's Dynamite. Just all the matches were very, very competitive. I like the hot start with Orange Cassidy just walking across the ring to twat Matt Taven across the face. And then going up to the top rope on the other corner for his pans in pockets dive for the floor. There was a gnarly pile driver from onto Trent from Mike Bennett on the apron. And then classic Rick Knox once again, just missing trick, tripping up Matt Taven on the top turnbuckle, which then he was putting down the international title in the corner this time. Did he do the same thing twice in the show?
Oh, no.
Have I written that down wrong?
No, it might be. It might be.
Which title it was?
It was the tag team match earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got
Have I got them
distracted.
mixed up?
No, maybe. I feel like he might have got distracted in both.
I think he just put the title down. I might have just made a mess here with my notes.
Rick did mess
No,
up.
he got the ring bell in the Bucks match.
The ring general.
What was he doing?
But it was just a very good competitive back and forth match.
Yes. Although I did realise in my notes there, I did do a bit of a wrestling babyface commentator thing where I put, with a little help. Whereas if a heel does it, I'm like, due to interference from,
Yeah, so that's a good push to the United Kingdom. Yeah. Losing
It feels
another
like
tag
they're
match.
done.
The Ring of Honor tag team titles, champions even.
Roddy's still champ.
Yeah,
who
Roddy
who would win? The United Kingdom against the
They're not called the
Final
United
Judgment.
Kingdom.
The Final Testament.
Final Testament. Whatever they're called. That's a rubbish name.
Probably the Final Testament because all their members are fit.
yeah.
You know,
Active. Adam
Oh,
Cole's.
oh, I
Adam
see.
Cole's on the injured list.
Ah, right.
nah,
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they're good anyway, does it?
No.
no.
Because they've only got Cole cutting the story time with Adam Cole Babe promos, which is leading to a match with Wardlow, surely, whenever he's fit. Or active again, I should say.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah.
But you'd imagine Wardlow would... No, Cole will win that somehow.
Surely
Somehow.
Wardlow's got to batter him.
Yeah, but Cole's like a main event. Like Tony loves pushing Cole.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a shame, like, the injury for Cole's got in the way of all of that.
Yeah.
From the devil reveal forwards.
Yeah, and then we've got MJF coming back at some point, presumably, as well.
Who?
MJF. Well.
That's Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Oh, okay, cool. Kyle O'Reilly's interviewed backstage.
Have you
and
spoken
says-
to him recently?
No.
What?
After that coming out, he'd probably block me. Kyle O'Reilly's interviewed backstage and says it feels good to have finally wrestled again. Renee asks about the Kingdom coming out to celebrate with him, but he says he's going to continue doing it on his own.
Good for him.
I don't know if I believe him.
He wants to prove he belongs, Jack.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, in a good stable. You bunch of losers.
They're his friends, though.
They wear black t-shirt.
Friends are losers. We get an Adam Copeland video package about beating Christian Cage for the TNT title. He says his rivalry with Christian is over. It's time to move on. He announces the return of the Cope Open.
Yeah, there's a Cope Open on Collision. So which young and up-and-comer will fight Adam Copeland, come close to winning, but crucially lose?
I'll go with
Taylor.
Brian Keith.
The
Frank
Bounty
is-
Hunter's a good show.
Shane Taylor.
Especially now that he's a bad boy.
What?
The Bounty Hunter, last week he was a bit more heely, wasn't he?
Oh, right. I
No,
thought you
you're
meant
thinking
that.
about Boba Fett. Sorry.
No, I'm not. I've not seen that one.
yeah, quite clean.
He
No,
wasn't
I
in
haven't seen
episode
it.
1.
Sorry.
His dad... No, episode 2. His dad
That's
comes along.
right.
Ah, right, okay.
Swerve Strickland beats Takeshita to earn a rematch against Samoa Joe for the title. Joe was interviewed backstage and says he doesn't understand why Swerve is celebrating because next week when they sign the contract, he realized what he's got himself into.
Joe's really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's my final boss.
Yeah.
right.
It was a good match. Like, you know, when you hear like Strickland versus Takeshita, you think this is going to be, but it was still a TV match. And I think it was fine for what it was, though. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a nice mix as well because they had the mat wrestling stuff at the start, and then they just start doing they're chucking all the bombs. So they were Takeshita. I could watch Takeshita running those ropes all day. Very Riddick Moss.
Well, yeah.
I couldn't even say it with a straight face. Very Bron Breaker. That's a bit better. There we go. But yeah.
Bron Breakker looks a bit like Riddick Moss.
Oh yeah, I thought you were going to say Takeshita then.
No.
Hey, I've never seen Bron Breakker and Takeshita in the same room together.
But the brainbuster from Takeshita when he Swerve was battering him was unbelievable. There was Swerve's. He does this over the top rope handspring off the apron into a Hurricane Rana.
Yeah,
How?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
I need that program from when we were kids. How
now.
to?
Oh. That's fucking...
Shazam.
What do they do? Oh, let's go like that.
Do that, yeah.
And I had that lad with the glasses on. That lad. That,
That
old man.
lad.
That old man with the glasses
He was
on.
the best one, wasn't
I
he?
forgot what his name was.
Kevin or Keith or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Nigel.
Something Englandy.
But then you got Takeshita bashing Swerve in the face. No, he's the best pure striker in wrestling these days, I'd say.
Takeshita.
Old Takeshita, yeah.
He's up there.
And then the stomp on the apron off the top from Swerve looked gnarly, but then Takeshita straight back up into a powerbomb of Swerve went off the top again.
Yeah.
He's such a strong boy.
It certainly is. Like Fred Dinage, the presenter of How.
Is that Fred Dinage?
That's right.
Did he used to climb up stuff as well?
No, that's... Oh, you throw me off now.
Darby Allin.
Dibner.
Fred Dibner. It means nothing, any of that. But there was a nice finish with Takeshita kicking out of the Swerve stomp, but then Swerve getting straight back up to nail the thingy, the package. I don't know what they call it. The
Big
Female
pressure.
driver?
Is that what it's called? Big
They've
pressure.
changed it to Big Pressure now, yeah.
Big pimping,
Oh.
baby.
Because in his theme song, Big Pressure, I apply.
Oh, that makes sense.
So they've changed it from the JML driver to Big Pressure.
I'm not changing it.
But this was like if Homer's Chili was in-ring wrestling action. This Dynamite was Homer.
Right.
Good comparison.
Because there was lots
No,
of
have confidence, have confidence.
there was
Yes,
lots-
every time you say something good.
lots of action, felt like too much, but then no, I've got room for more.
Exactly.
Okay.
I love this. I like the bit where early on, Swerve's punching, and then he's like, punch too hard, and he's wide open.
Maybe
Takeshi's
I've
like,
undersold this match, because now these are listing what actually happened. I'm like, yeah,
Oh, it was
all
a big,
good.
beefy bout.
Yeah.
I put Takeshita waffled him like Captain Birdseye.
Waffles, right. Yes. Bars.
Taz going mad on Tony for saying Swerve's pin was unconventional. And goes, oh, what, Tony? Because he's not hooking the leg and all that? That's not a real pin? Remind me, how many matches have you had? This was nice. And also shows how good Swerve's whole act is when not being his hype guy and the Quebec crowd actually chanting his name when they're just chanting French stuff all night. And they
How-
what they really wanted.
How many matches has Schiavone actually had? Because he was in Russo era WCW, so he could well have been put in matches.
I don't think he did. I know me and Gene had one and Mark Madden had one.
Me and Gene had one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think Tony Schiavone had one.
Okay.
I don't know
Him
who
and
would
Bobby the
wrestle.
Brain Heenan probably did backstage.
Yeah.
They bloody hated each other, didn't they?
Wait, what did
No, I
they?
think-
Bobby hated Tony.
Ah,
I think towards the end he got like that, but it wasn't like always. But Heenan towards the end though, like obviously we all love Heenan, but he was tapped out.
I love that clip of when Big Show's fallen off the roof. And he goes, which side did he land on? The car park? And then he goes,
Water. Yeah.
and then whoever else outside the Bischoff or Tony goes like, why does it matter? And you just see Heenan go,
Yeah.
he's just, I'm done. I'm done with this now.
Aye. Yeah, no, it's great. I think maybe people go, too many kickouts. I'm like, it's AEW. It's a main event. It's what I expect.
God, always backhanded, isn't it? The compliments.
There's, yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, but in fairness, we get that from a lot of wrestling now.
Yeah, we do.
It is the style of the time. So I'm okay with that. Swerve looks great. People did point out, how's Takeshita get the number one title shot after losing?
Because he's got similar win-loss records. We worked this out last week.
Okay. But at the same time, it's what I wanted. I wanted Swerve to look good. He looked good. I wanted him to take on Joe. We're getting that. I wanted Joe to say something sarcastic and beautiful at the end. And he did it. Yeah.
What a week of wrestling.
It has been a very good week.
Apart from NXT, which is sort of...
NXT was the weak point this week, yeah?
I'm shocked you admitted that.
We could-
Bloody hell.
I only tell the truth on this podcast.
Wow.
You can barely see Joel's gun pointing at Ross. And that was the week of wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Let's look at the mailbag. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well and just want to say a massive thank you for all your hard work and dedication to the channel and your fans.
Thank you.
It's not lost on the lengths you go to entertain us, taking us through the good days and the bad. However, as a certain Ross Twiddell that he often says, let's get cracking with the knacking. That's not your line.
Just like Ant and Deck off
Exactly.
Bo Selector.
What's your Mount Rushmore of gooners? Oh, for thanks once again from former Blackburn Rovers and Paraguay legend Rogue Santa Cruz.
Roque Santa
Oh,
Cruz.
Roque. A.K. Ryan from Aberdeen.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan from Aberdeen.
We don't have to answer that question.
No.
I just put it in there for the lols.
I'm going to say Arsene Wenger, Thierry Henry,
Yes.
um,
Goonosaurus.
I'll go on this way with the
Dennis
gooners.
Bergkamp, and Tony Adams. There you go.
Right.
Ron Jeremy.
No.
I was just, the one that Simon always gets compared to.
Johnny Sins.
Johnny Sins.
Can't think of any more.
Think of any more.
Oh, Cindy Lauper, your lad from Everything Everywhere at Once, and the fat kid who does the little dance.
What's going on?
The Mount Rushmore of Goonies.
Ah.
Cool, let's move on. Hello, my fellow diddlers in
Hello.
the Cultaholic Podcast sense. We're just taking all the words. And gooners in the president meme sense of the word. And nonces in the Ross's grandmother sense of the word. What have we done in the English language here? How dare we insult kids in their vernacular and we say, hello, diddlers, nonces, and gooners.
Diddlers and nonces and gooners.
Oh, my.
Diddlers.
The current bloodline story has often been referred to as cinema.
Diddlers and diddlers and diddlers and diddlers and diddlers and nonsense and goons.
Oh, my. The cinema has included some great camera shots, like The Rock emerging from the darkness on the
Oh,
Trap
that
on
was
Raw,
sick, yeah.
and the close-up on Roman's face after, I don't give a damn what the Tribal Chief says.
Another good one.
My question is, what are some of your favorite camera shots in wrestling history? One of mine is the rising close-up on the recently unmasked Kane when he chokes Sam Bischoff off the stage. Ooh, okay. Thanks for all you do. Sincerely, 2010 World Cup Golden Ball winner, Diego Forlan. A.K. Eric Lowell from Arizona. I've seen your name
Eric.
before. Thank you, Eric, from
He
Arizona.
mastered the Jablani ball in that World Cup.
God, hi.
Keepers didn't know what was going on. It's a good question. I've answered a really similar. I go into a really similar. There's a weirdest episode's coming out soon, and I talk about it, but like sarcastically. So I'll give a real answer now, I suppose. I need to think of one.
Okay.
Kane, when he stood in the ring, WrestleMania 14, Undertaker's walking down and the lightning affects, the lights are flashing. And Kane's just got his wet hair. Brrr. I was terrified of Kane back then.
Yeah. That's
The other answer is Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah.
When he rises up and his bloody face.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go for the Kane one. I guess, no, we'll call that the Christian camera shot now because Christian did the same thing fairly recently, didn't he? When he rose up
Been
like,
homage to budget.
like
Ken
an-
Anderson did it in TNA.
like an evil bastard.
Evil bastard, Ken Anderson.
I need to think. I really can't. It's not. Nothing's jumping out straight away.
Try to think like
Oh, I the one that gets me all the time. AJ Styles in the graveyard match of Undertaker.
which bit? Oh, the tractor.
No, it's going.
Oh, Taker's behind him. Yeah.
That was supposed to be Undertaker. By
I
the way.
like the one. Maybe it's more of a GIF than a static image. But the CM Punk's last Ring of Honor match when he gets in the ring, you can't see him. There's so many streamers and it all covers him. I think that's a good one. Obviously, I've chose a Punk one. Punk blowing a kiss to Vince over the guardrail.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Probably Punk when he made his entrance at Money in the Bank 2011.
Trying to think one where an actual like wrestling move happened, like or something.
I mean, there's one of
The Bray Wyatt Roman tag team.
Oh yeah, the gunshot.
there's one of Undertaker looking down at Foley after he's thrown him off the thing. It's pretty good.
It's a good photo. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Undertaker contemplating doing a 450.
With a broken freaking ankle, by the way.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yeah. It's hobbling around. How did he make it through that match? He was so brave.
Oh, there's the one that people share now. It's Backlash 02, so it's Triple H Hogan. Triple H getting in and doing the pose, going to hard cam. Hogan's in the ring in the darkness, staring, but because the lights are off, because he's doing the game, you can just see the outline of his tash and like his bandana. It's like, oh no, an evil mustache gonna hit you.
I'll go, when Angelico does that big leap and they cut to the wide shot.
Oh, yes.
Do you see
To save Ivelisse.
like a lucha cow over the moon?
Yeah. That's when I thought Angelico. I got a really. My impression of what kind of wrestler Angelico was so wrong because of that.
Yeah.
He's like a submission-y guy.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's Darby Allin, basically, but no.
Right. Hello, lads. Recently lost my dad unexpectedly.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't worry, I've been looking over my shoulder for Christian. Bloody hell, mate. So it says.
We all do with our dead fathers.
We'd recently gone to one of the WWE house shows, and his favorite match was Omos versus Akira Tozawa, which was a fantastic time. I was wondering if you all had any fun family/friend moments involving wrestling, especially when someone you might not have expected. All the best, current New England Revolution winger,
Don't ask me, I don't know this one at all.
Esme, aka Ben from Maine.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you very much. Where am I looking? Oh, no. Esmir Bajraktarovich.
Well done.
I've tried.
Good as I was going to get. Thank you very much for that question, Ben. I'm very sorry to hear about your loss.
Yes.
I'm glad that you be able to see the positive side of it and the good memories
Yeah.
associated with it. I think I've said this before. My dad's not a fan of wrestling, but he started watching it more because of obviously me being in it.
Oh, right, okay.
Not me being in it. That sounds like such a fanny. Sorry, doing stuff about
All
it.
your
The great
five-star.
Maffew.
Oh, you know, the great Greg family. Yeah,
Your
wrestling.
fans that said you chocolate that you spit out and disgusted.
Pathetic. Sorry.
Just had a sick double shot with Kenta the other day,
Yeah,
Dad.
yeah.
Do you want to watch it?
Oh, I sat by the computer, so me and, Ken Kennedy, pretty much the same, Anyway, so he started watching more, and for some reason he watched Wrestling with Shadows, and it must have just been on TV one time, and he had me flicking through the channels going, ooh, okay. So for years, the only 3 wrestlers my dad would know or recognize would be Bret Hart, which makes sense. The story's about him. Shawn Michaels, again, makes sense. He's the guy who screws him. And Road Dogg. And I've watched Wrestling with Shadows. Road Dogg is in it for maybe 10 seconds.
What does he do that's stuck
He's
in
just
your
talking backstage. I think it's just the first time my dad had seen like a white guy with dreads. And he's stuck with him, like, what the hell?
dad? Fair enough.
Road Dogg with 2 G's? That's mental, that.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Ross, you got any?
No, well, I was on a BBC documentary remember Footballers' Diaries, Joel, maybe? I don't know. I was on BBC 2 on a Sunday night, and they were following Titus Bramble, Kieran Dyer, and Jermaine Genius to the wrestling.
Yep.
And they're walking down the corridor, me and my family, and I think I went with a friend from down the road, the one I called Joaquin Phoenix back in the day. That guy.
Yeah.
When I got mistaken there.
Yeah.
Jonah Phoenix, I think his wrestling name is.
Oh.
Walking down the corridor, and they're walking past me, and then that's it. We're on the telly. That's as good as it gets. My gran went to the wrestling in St James's Park in the 60s and 70s.
Oh.
I learned that before she passed away. That's
to
all
watch
I've
the
got.
wrestling?
Yeah, they probably had wrestling on a Saturday night. She'd go in a boozer across the road from St James's. That wasn't the Strawberry.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what it was called. It was
Shark
definitely-
bar. The 60s, yeah.
She got all
yeah.
her wings and boobs. And then walked across
There's no
them.
boobs in the shark bar. Please.
That's all they do, apparently. I've never been. I wouldn't know.
I've never been.
But yeah, in the 60s and 70s, you'd go and watch on the Saturday night a ring in the middle of St James's Park's pitch.
Wow.
Probably with a handbag and try and thwack the bad lads with it.
Good for her.
I think the last time I was even in the shark bar maybe was when, I won't name any names, but I'd never seen this person like this. We went with What Culture back in the day, and one of our What Culture colleagues, there was a Newcastle match on against Forest. I'll never forget it because the ref was awful. Forest kept getting dubious penalties and stuff. And this lad who was normally quite calm, I've never seen him so fuming. He had a drink as well. And that's my last memory of the shark bar. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Aye.
proper little man drunk syndrome.
Look,
Scrappy Doo.
Leave me alone. Referee was awful that night, all right? Shut up. My memory of the shark bar last time I went was with somebody who will also remain nameless, who was just talking about something else, and he got really quiet. I went, what's up with you? And he goes, that waitress who's serving us goes, yeah, I hooked up with her. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, really? He said, yeah, I recognize that tattoo. And it was just like, oh, all right. And I went, nah, probably not. You look into it. But obviously, then I'll make a focus when she comes around and does make eye contact, gives the stuff, walks off, and goes, oh, no. Clearly.
He
was.
recognised someone he'd previously slept with from their tattoo.
I tell you what,
Well, I guess
that's
it's like, maybe they're similar. Maybe, wait, they've got one
Would
distinct.
you not-
Aha!
Would you not recognise their face or their personality? That's how I remember.
them, he said.
Carry on.
Nice, well done, Jack. Well done. Good day, diddlers. Big fan of the podcast. I could
My
only-
memory of a family member enjoying wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, God, sorry, mate.
It's all right. My mum and dad they're not wrestling fans at all. They watched World of Sport when it got relaunched to see what it was like. And they really loved Grado. It just goes to show that Grado just transcends wrestling. They immediately knew, they were like, he's like the big daddy here. He's like the big favourite good guy. And I was like, yeah, how did you know that? And they were like, look at him. And he was just dancing and had a funny face.
He was on my reels this week, Grado, on a podcast. I think it was a Scottish podcast because everyone sounded Scottish. And he
That
was
makes
saying
sense.
that his dad, Grado's mum passed away in 2017, but for some reason, Grado's dad is on Facebook through her account.
I've seen this.
So he's like, that's how my dad stays on Facebook. And then he rings his dad on the podcast. He's like, hey, Dad, I'm on a podcast. And then he's just like, the dad's like, you better not be recording me. I'm butchering this story. But he's just like, you got any words for the podcast? And his dad just goes, it's SHITE. Just says that. It's very fun. You have to see it. I don't
I've
know why I
seen-
even said that.
I've seen Grado do a speech. There was a
Bless
video.
you, mate. So just go back to that. So he just communicates for the dead mum.
His dead wife's Facebook.
A
Yeah.
dead wife.
He's obviously not got his own Facebook account, so he just uses his wife's. But I've seen a video.
That's such a dad thing.
I've seen a video because I think it went on people who didn't even know he was a wrestler. It was on like Lad Bible and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Of like Grado giving a speech at his own wedding, saying like obviously
Oh, I remember that going viral.
sad that
yeah.
my mum couldn't be here, but because it's Grado, he tells a funny story which is about that, and he says like I do have a lot of people messaging me asking why my mum, who's sadly passed, is trying to haggle for a sofa on like. It's good.
Thank you for that. Good day, diddlers. Big fan of the podcast. I can normally get through the episodes during my train commute to work on Mondays. Thank you for making Mondays that little bit more tolerable.
4 hours commute on,
Maybe for some,
a Monday.
For some, right?
Wow.
My goodness.
They said good day at the start. It might be Australian. Big place.
Let's find out. I was listening to the last episode where Ross had the experience of watching Tattoo on Top of the Pops in front of the, it says, older generation. It reminded me of a similar experience. A couple of years ago, on my birthday of all days, my wife's mum, a 90-year-old grandmother, popped round to ours. My wife put her grandmother with me in our lounge while she chatted to her mum in the next room. To keep her grandmother entertained, my wife decided to put on RuPaul's Drag Race. Because 90-year-olds are obviously well known for their liberal, tolerant views. The contestants are all dancing around a maypole in a British culture-themed episode, all kindly and civilized. Imagine her face and mine a few moments later when the music changed for contestants to get down and dirty. What can only be described as a croquet knob and bollocks started flapping around from under the dress of one of the contestants. Surprisingly, though, the TV was swiftly turned off. My wrestling question to you is this. Has there ever been a moment whilst watching wrestling when you thought it was a bit too much and had to turn it off? If so, what was it and why? Keep up the good work from the Leicester City and 28 other club striker, Trevor Benjamin, a.k.a. Joe from Huddersfield. Big up the West Yorkshire. There you go, Joe.
Thank you, Joe from Huddersfield.
Former what with town manager there, Trevor Benjamin.
So we've had to turn it off because it's too much.
I don't think I've ever switched off.
I don't think I have either.
The one time I remember switching off Raw, but whilst doing the podcast, stuff like that, maybe switch off Raw, was the one after, do you remember, Bobby Lashley beat Roman Reigns, I want to say 2018, 2017 at the PLE. And then that night after on Raw, they went, well, everyone's going to be a number one contendership match and Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley were in the same one. I went, well, what was the bloody point of that then? And I switched it off. And I said on the podcast, like, I couldn't be arsed with wrestling. And that was the opening segment.
I can't think of one.
I hid a VHS tape once from my little brother because I thought it was too much for him. And I was only probably like, he's 3 years younger than me. So I was probably like, say like I was like 9 and he was 6, right? And my parents, without realizing, because they probably just thought wrestling's for kids, but this was like the Raw tape with like, God, it had like Vince pissing himself when Austin's got the gun.
Which is like the best of Raw.
It was one of them. It had like Undertaker doing mad stuff to people. It had Val Venus choppy.
I had that one.
And it wasn't for a child. And I don't think they ever knew. They didn't see me watch it, so they were probably just like, it's just wrestling. But I was like, Tom can't watch this. So I used to hide it from my brother. And then obviously I know I'd get back from school or whatever, and Tom would have, I'd have like pushed it under the sofa as far as I could. And then I'd find the empty case and I'd be like, Mom, Tom's got the Raw tape. He never got offended by it. He was harder than me.
Oh, good for you for looking out your brother.
Oh, God, I was a soft kid. Yeah.
I've not got anything. I remember having VHSs taken off me. Like my mum got me an original ECW.
What was she thinking?
Compilation. Well, it was wrestling. It was in the local co-op for like £2.
Yeah.
So she got me it, and then it was. I remember when Rhino pile drives. What's her
Laurie
face?
Fullington.
Off the apron through the table, and everything comes out. She's like, no, that's too much. But then every Thursday night, watching Raw on Sky, because that's when it was on. If you didn't want to stay, we'll watch it live. Every bloody time she walk in the room, there'd be a bikini on there, and then I'd just have to sit there and go, not a creep, honestly.
It's the work rate, it's the psychology.
Yes, I like the sporting competition of the men wrestling.
Wait till she does an Indian deathlock, Mum, then you'll understand. Well, that was a nice bit of mailbag. Noncery, diddlery, and goonery there, right there. Fantastic. Thank you very much for sending them in. If you have any thoughts, queries, or just want to call us names, please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Wrist piss. Hi, diddly-o, diddlerinos.
Hi, little hey, little oh. Stuart Little, innit?
Hate them.
What, the littles?
The littles is a concept, yeah.
It's huge.
Families who do that. Oh, no.
What's he called? The dad? He plays house. He's like,
Hugh Laurie.
yes, it's Hugh Laurie, innit?
Yeah. He picks a rat over an actual kid to adopt.
Stuart's a mouse. No, wait. Yeah.
Sorry, a talking mouse.
He's got a personality and everything. He's
Yeah,
real.
you shut up.
And
Hope
he
you
helps
guys
them,
are
win that,
enjoying.
helps them win that boat race, doesn't he? Anyway.
Hope you guys are enjoying your 5th hour of being locked in a box in a sunny Newcastle upon Tyne, Thyme. But I'm about to make your day much better. Oh, is it?
Like rosemary and thyme. Yeah.
Oh, bastard! It is. Oh.
It's the herb, as Americans would say.
Herb. Newcastle upon Herb. But I'm about to make your day even better. The 3 of you, whoever it may be, have been selected as casting directors. Chase U is over, like Rover. And Endeavour Limited have decided to create a Come Fly With Me style mockumentary about the day-to-day life on the Chase U campus. And we need you to help us cast the rest of the show. You. We've gone ahead and already locked down Andre Chase as the Dean, or as I believe you Brits call it, a headmaster, and Thea, Duke, and Riley as the star students of the show. You can select any wrestler you want. We aren't against a bit of contract tampering here in Endeavour.
Okay.
Whoa, we only ask that they're alive. At the very least, if they are under contract, you can give them a nice new NXT name. Happy casting, boys. Oh, there's about 1 million here.
Fastest fall first.
I like the role play element of that letter as well. It was good.
Yes, thank you.
Not from you, from the.
I know, I'm tired. I'm just saying anything. I apologise. Staff, the all-round tutor.
Also, just good teacher. all
Baron
round.
Corbin, because he's a good hand.
William Regal.
Billy Gunn,
Okay.
NXT trainer.
The striking specialist,
Shibata.
Takeshita.
Zelina Vega,
I need to think of an NXT name for Shibata because he's not under contract.
because she nearly went on strike.
I'll think. What would Tom Campbell say? Because he's good at coming up with these. Johnny kicks a
Anyone
lot.
got any dealers' numbers?
Johnny kicks.
It's not good stuff that from Tom. Just these silly names he comes up with for NXT people. Not good stuff. I disagree with it every time he
Berry
says
onions. Let's get berry onions
Yeah,
trending.
stupid nonsense. It's NXT. It's not.
Dare we make fun of NXT?
He seems to think it's a joke.
Let's take it
He
seriously.
seems to think he's a joke. It's disgusting.
The aerodynamics expert.
Nathan Fraser.
Axiom.
Aerodynamics. I'm going to sound really stupid here. I don't care. Is that like being in the air and stuff?
Wee flying through the
Right,
air.
okay.
Streamlined.
Right. Got nothing.
Bron Breakker runs fast. He's
Yeah.
good.
Runs fast and jumps. That counts as aerodynamics. The science of wrestling teacher.
Charlie Dempsey.
Johnny Saint.
Crap, this.
Serena Deeb.
Serena Deeb. Yeah, she's professor. The showmanship advisor. Oh, okay.
Chris Jericho.
Duke Hudson.
Dustin Rhodes. The professor of pyrotechnics.
Kane.
Oh, you bastard. Undertaker.
Bastard. Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer.
The head of the music department.
Jim Johnson.
Oh.
Jimmy J.
Fandango. Oh, no.
Rick Boogs.
Fandango, what have I done?
The grappling expert.
Oh, how is that different to the one before?
Science of wrestling. Grappling expert.
Timothy Thatcher.
Drew Gulak, who knows me in real life.
Ooh, I'm Maffew.
Zack Sabre Jr., who probably doesn't remember me in real life.
I have never met whoever I said for this answer because I've legitimately forgotten what I said. It was 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I can't remember either.
This part of the podcast is just like, all right.
Timothy Thatcher. Never met him.
It's bank holiday soon.
Have you
like,
met him?
Never met him.
Okay.
I've never met him either. Oh, he's my friend as well.
The video. I don't know why I said this. This last bit of the podcast is honestly, just don't listen to anything I say.
New rule, Matthew's only got to choose people who love him. Everyone loves him.
Oh, that could be anybody.
I've made over 400 Botchamania videos. Every one of them was a banger. I'm a natural legend and everyone loves me.
Also, the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account only follows like 60 people, and I'm one of them.
Oh.
I don't know why that is. The video package specialist.
Oh, God.
I'm not supposed to talk this long.
Video
Video package specialist. There we go.
What's his name? The one that made Vince McMahon cry. That guy.
Oh, the SNL dude.
I forgot what his name is. But that video, it's got Gorilla Monsoon and
Oh.
Big Cat Early Lad in.
Oh, you're talking about that? Oh, right.
The guy who made that, I forgot his
okay.
name.
I don't know his name either.
He was on Conrad's podcast
I'm
fairly
putting
recently.
Owen Wilson.
I'll go. Who was in Paparazzi Productions in TNA? Alex Shelley.
Shelley, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Kevin Nash.
The geography teacher.
The Rock. Hasn't he? Didn't he cut a promo where he was going to do some geography all over Rikishi's ass? He's talking about school, and he went to school in Nashville. The Rock's going to a little history. Yeah.
Geography. Michael Cole. Everything would be 3 miles away from London.
I can't beat that. The history teacher. Who's old?
James E. Cornette.
Oh, no.
I'm going Cody Rhodes because whenever he was on guest commentary and stuff, he'd always throw in references to like older wrestlers and stuff.
William Regal. Takes a while to get there, but the math department head.
Maths.
Scotty Steiner. Yeah.
I've already chosen Axiom. Oh yeah, of course it is. It's not going to get better than that.
Yeah. The ring crew specialist.
Howard Drake. HT Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Charles Robinson.
Oh yes. He's the head of the ring.
All the
crew.
refs build it, don't they? Before.
He hoovers the canvas.
Wait, the refs that do it?
Yeah.
Well, I thought
They help out.
Charles is
Oh,
like
okay.
the head of the ring crew, I think.
Oh, okay.
There's a video on the YouTube channel from about 2015, I reckon, where they show it all getting built and all the referees are digging in.
Oh, in that case then, Big Nick Patrick. The professor of meat. What?
Yeah.
Hang on, some of these were real. Professor of meat.
Wade Barrett
Of meat. Because he knows the definition.
is the innovator of Meat Planet.
I'll go for Otis because is he the one who always barbecues stuff on his Instagram? Otis.
Hobbs. The lunch lady.
Chelsea Green, I can imagine her being a dinner
She
lady.
would poison the food. I'm going to choose a babyface. Molly Holly. I trust her.
Yeah. Natalia. She plays with the food and that on her stuff. The secretary.
Oh dear. Stacey Keebler. Wasn't she Miss Hancock?
Yeah. She
Yeah,
was.
the one that used to be with Kiana James, the Brazilian lady who got released. I can't remember what she's called now.
Who was in JBL's cabinet?
Oh man.
Orlando
I
Jordan.
should have chosen her.
That's right, Doug Basham. Thank you, Ross.
I should have chosen her.
Gillian Hall.
Oh, that's it.
I should have chosen a man so I looked dead progressive. Damn it.
The dorm security.
China. I've chosen a woman for a typically masculine job. There we go. I'm a progressive boy.
I'm picking Asia because she was bigger.
I'll go the APA because they're
Yeah.
protection. men.
Always pounding ass.
Yeah.
Students. The teacher's pet.
Roman Reigns.
John Cena.
For the tribal chief.
Oh yes.
Jimmy Uso.
Oh.
The mean girl.
Jimmy Uso.
JC Jane.
Oh yeah, she's
kisses
already.
Roman Reigns' ass.
Yeah, JC's already. I'll go Lay Cool if I can have both of them in there.
Oh, that's a good one. Who's mean? That person who coughed out there. Luca on NXT.
Crucifino.
The
Yeah.
mean girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shy, quiet girl.
Luca Crucifino. The shy quiet girl. She's already in there. Maddie Ren Sinclair.
Ren Sinclair, yeah. The quiet girl will be Maxine Dupree.
Okay.
In her current role on the main roster, not NXT, where she's all full of spunk and cavorka.
Stop it. Joel. The horse girl.
Fallon Henley.
That's the answer.
Yeah, come on.
no one
now.
else.
There's no bigger thrill.
Get on that.
The
horse.
jock.
He used to wrestle in Chikara, and his thing was he was an American football player. But missed a touchdown or something.
Yes.
I'll choose him.
I'll go Braun Breaker because I've not used him yet.
Aye.
Ron Simmons.
Okay.
All right.
Start him, 55-year-old Ron Simmons hanging out with it. There you go. The star athlete.
Bianca Belair.
Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, damn it. He was great at everything. Swerve. The bully.
Bully Ray.
Baron Corbin.
Real good bullies. Ryback. The nerd.
Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee. after the Judgment Day bullied him.
Nathan Fraser.
The Santos bullied him. Nathan Fraser.
Yeah. I'd love to see him bullied.
Almost is a nerd, isn't he? Watches anime and that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see.
Is a you got an Instagram account which is drawn.
I'd love to see them try and bully up.
The punk kid.
Shannon Moore.
Oh, you've taken
Oh, you
that
little
one.
mother.
I'm 2 steps ahead.
Damn it.
Well, CM Punk.
Is there anybody else? His tag team partner, Jesse Neal from Inc.
Ah, yes.
The goth kid.
Vampiro. Why did I put so much stank on that? Vampiro.
What's his face from Misfits who got involved in WCW?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jerry Only.
That's the one.
And the one, I can't believe you got this in the Ruthless Aggression music quiz, bloody Mordecai. And you're like, yeah, he made loads of appearances. No, he didn't. I can't believe you got his theme.
I've
so
seen at
quickly as
least
well.
5, I reckon, watching SmackDown
All of them,
back
that's
in the
it.
day. And was it
It's the
Judgment?
same match twice.
Was it Judgment Day when he had his pay-per-view debut?
Yeah,
Aye.
that was it.
Yeah.
The emo kid.
Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Nero Hardy.
Yeah.
Any other emos?
Is he? No, he's not Nemo.
Nemo.
Nemo, he's
He's not
a
a
fish. Oh, Danhausen. And the Gooner.
No.
The Goon.
Oh, yes. Great answer.
95.
Oh, yo.
Who seems like a bit of a gooner?
Are you going like in the actual definition of Gooner?
As in, not an Arsenal player. We're talking about
Someone who likes to get themselves to
Goon.
the point of.
who does that? Who would like to? Oh, I reckon Sammy Guevara. I don't know. You know.
That's a really good pick, actually.
Oh no, he's literally like married with a kid and that now. He's a proper adult and everything.
It's a miracle.
He's not one of those incel boys. It's not a miracle. He's very pretty.
Mike, I can imagine Michael Cole. Some of the outbursts he's had on commentary. Oh yeah.
I'm saying Dijak. Twice miserable all the time. Thank you for taking the time to help Endeavour. As we don't watch soccer over here in the land of the free and the home of the brave, we cannot give you a fake name. Thanks. Michael Shawn Michaels Higginbottom.
Thank you, Shawn
Thank
Michaels.
you very much, Shawn Michaels. P.S. Thank you for all you guys do. Hope you appreciate the small amount of effort that went into this. I was at All In and saw Jack being hounded by fans and thought I'd leave the poor lad be.
Oh no, you could have said hello.
I thought I'd let you know that you look shorter than I imagined. what a thing to say. I also think I saw Sam off the show, but I was exhausted. I had to hurry into thousands playing red light, green light to get to the tube. I was amongst them.
I'm devastated.
Oh, it's horrible, this. Maybe I'll actually say hi if I see any of you this year at All In, but not Maffew. You know what you did.
Why is this guy rinsing?
Why?
What's going on?
You know what you did. Long time watcher, third time emailer, Drew from Harrogate.
All right, Drew.
You know what you did.
What did you do?
I know, Barney.
I've been done. I don't know what to
I
say.
think give him a reach around. Anyway, thank you very much for sending in those questions to the mailbag. If you have any, no, it wasn't Reese's Pieces, whatever, mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
Big question.
What a lovely podcaster. And just a little shout out to our amazing producers, Reno2200,
It's time.
Noah Anderson,
It's raining so much.
Tear of Grace.
Met him. Good lad.
Lice. That's where we were driving when I mentioned the road trip to Grimsby
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
To where?
To see him.
To see him.
To see Tear of Grace.
See-
We met him.
Grace,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, go
Right,
ahead.
right at the start of the company. Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Went go-karting with him.
We did go
In the-
go-karting with him. Yeah.
The big question this week is, has The Rock overshadowed the tag match?
Oh no, has he overshadowed Roman Reigns?
Just
even?
Roman
That's what I
Reigns,
meant to say. I do
Okay, right.
apologise. Overshadowed the Roman Reigns versus Cody match at WrestleMania.
Are you now wanting to see Rock versus Cody more than Roman versus Cody? I said like Michael McIntyre there.
You said it in your voice that you did when you were, because it became a short on our channel of you going, "Oh, I love Kenny Omega's matches." Your
Yes,
smart
yes.
voice.
My New Japan fan voice. I know more about wrestling than you because I watch New Japan.
It is good.
You're actually more indie than that because you know more about All Japan.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Up the King's Road.
Oh, I like old Japan.
Bushi.
Aye, the Rock,
right.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, so
I can see-
are you wanting Akira Taue to be in this slot
Oh,
instead of The
yeah.
Rock, or
I think the story of Cody finishing his story is still the biggest story that I want to see finished over Rock over
go on?
Yeah.
over Cody razzling The Rock after what The Rock did this week on Raw.
Nailed it.
That's what I believe to be truth.
I think Triple H would be fantastic at a game like Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Because,
Why?
right?
Why is that?
Because he's planted so many seeds. man.
Oh, Joe like that.
And just because I would say that you could argue that yes, The Rock has overshadowed the original story that we're going to tell before he got involved, but I think it's all right because if they're clever about it, we can have the Cody thing, and then we've planted further seeds for stories down the line. I need a burp.
And I think they've deliberately made Rock more big and powerful than Roman in the build, just to make Roman very insecure, because there was a couple of SmackDowns ago where Rock and Roman are in the ring at the same time. Roman's like, acknowledge me. Nobody really does. And then The Rock comes down, and Roman's face was like a slapped arse. So I think it's being done on purpose as well.
The story doesn't work if Rock comes out and he's just a guy below Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But he is technically, because he acknowledged Roman as the tribal chief.
And he's not the champ.
Aye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But as Jack says there about the games and whatnot, he has been sowing all the seeds as the Triple H.
Yep.
That one as well, yeah. You'll walk out what you are, which is a loser. But yeah, I think it's been done well. It's been done very well indeed. Very, very well.
Yes.
I couldn't think of anything better to do in the similar situation. My mouth has stopped moving. Aye.
And it looked like just after the Rumble when The Rock came out and looked like he was going to ruin everything. Can't believe in such a short space of time they've totally redeemed themselves, in the words of Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. Oh no, for the other one, Harry says it.
Yes.
And
We know what you meant.
Miro from the wrestling, he always says it, doesn't he?
And totally. Do you remember on like Being the Elite? Cody would always get caught on the end of a joke, and he'd go, "So I said that's a nice ski mask," and they'd all laugh. That's lifted entirely from Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
Yeah. Dumb and Dumber. And WrestleMania 40, looking in good shape.
Some might call Roman and Rock Dumb and Dumber by the time the weekend's over.
No, imagine if. Don't know why. Imagine, right, lads. Imagine if they just lose again, Cody and like Seth and that. I think they'll lose the first night, but imagine if Cody loses night 2.
I think people might switch off if Cody doesn't win.
The story never ends.
But it does, though, Triple H.
Yeah, you can start a new one. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple stories can happen.
Yeah.
I think with Rock coming back and dominating, the idea has been, hey, we've seen all the stuff with Vince. We needed a big distraction, apparently. Rock, obviously, being a shareholder in Endeavor. No, that's not right. TKO.
Tico.
Thank you. The Mark Miller Resort finisher. That he's come back to basically get everyone talking about this instead. And that's worked perfectly. Very few people are talking about bloody Vince and all the other stuff and allegations.
That is true.
They're all going, The Rock's back, bleeding, swearing on TV. Ooh, goon. So, yeah, it succeeded there. So, as a short-term solution, fantastic. Because then if it gets Cody's the champ and all this and builds up, Rock Roman or Rock Cody, everything else like that, yeah.
Yeah, make them say,
Hiya. That's a different variation on the
That's the charisma of a champion right there.
His first promo after he wins.
just leaves.
It's a bold new direction for the American Nightmare. I'll be interested, assuming he wins, which is never wise to do, but assuming he does, I'll be interested to see what they do then. Because they always say, like with Hangman Page and Daniel Bryan and all that, like the chase of the babyface is great, and once you've won it, then what? And Kofi and just so many. So it'll be interesting to see. Can Triple H resist putting the belt immediately on another heel for more than 2 months or something?
Right.
Yeah.
Lot to think about. But
I'd say yes, he could, Jack, to your point there.
Yeah, thank you.
Seth Rollins being the one, yeah. He's not
Betraying.
he's not a heel. Not just about the champion being, not a heel.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Aye. I'm in the twilight zone here. I don't know about you two.
Yep. Can't wait to get some food.
what will you be doing until next week, Jack?
Me and Ross did a video the other day, which will be going out, I don't know when actually, just after Mania.
I think Joel's nearly done one of them, are you, Joel?
Oh, we did 2. We've done 2.
Is that
yeah.
going out on Saturday, potentially?
Couldn't say.
He couldn't say, could Joel?
We've done well, they'll be coming out in the near future. We've done a theme tunes quiz, and we've done a
Tier list on the Rock's WrestleMania matches.
Yes.
Which will be out before WrestleMania.
That makes sense.
Maybe.
I've realised they were kind of Ross-led things, and I've plugged them instead of waiting for Ross's bit. I've done a weirdest episode, which will be out in the near future as well. It's a WrestleMania special, and it's the longest one yet. And I'll probably at some point, hopefully, get my matches of the month for March out on the audio feed as well.
Yep, that's what he said.
I know I've...
Twitch on a Friday at 1 p.m. That's the other thing I'll do. I've just been doing voiceovers, me, recently.
Lovely.
Voice-Os for big things in the futures. Ooh.
You've got a good voice for it, mate.
I don't know. I can barely talk English. And I have to enunciate more because you can't see my mouth. That's what I find while doing voiceovers. I feel
You talk about New Japan then.
Well, no, no, just in general, because I mumble, don't I? And I've got a Geordie accent. So if that's like on a voiceover without your voice, if mouth there to be seen, it makes it harder to register.
It's a bitch for me because then I have to edit my own. Because I'll be doing some voiceover stuff now, and it's horrible. Because you're like, Whose voice is that?
I went and Pierce.
mine?
Pierce out there will have a room in his flat dedicated to me, where it's just like voodoo dolls everywhere, stabbing me everywhere, and all that sort of stuff.
I just slip.
And he liked you.
I just slip into my posh boy voice and go with that.
Yeah, I need to put the phone voice on. Hello there, I am Ross from Cultaholic.
And it gets annoying because I go, oh, I don't want to sound like a YouTuber. And you go, oh, that's why they talk like that.
Yo, what's going on, chat?
Yeah. This thing happened the other day in this place.
Oh, that kind of wrestling
But
news
you're like,
now.
wait, it's actually really easy to do that. Oh.
Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley did a stink face.
Patreon.com/cultaholic.
Mailbag.com
No.
/Cultaholic.
Try again.
I know, yeah.
This has been Jack. This has been
What's
Ross.
the mailbag, Maffew?
Mailbag at cultaholic.com. This has been the lovely Joel.
Thank you.
Hasn't sworn once.
Joel said,
Fantastic.
"Thank you."
New record. You've been lovely. We've been better.
What?
We're gonna look at the screen now.
You're so
and say-
arrogant.
It's kind of promo.
Oh, I know, wrestler.
No. Oh, sorry. We really have to be soft. Oh, we've been rubbish. We've been wank and goon.
Oh, hey. And next week we'll be talking about the build to Mania.
Yeah.
Oh, will you be here when you go to your stag do?
Yeah, it's Friday. So
Okay, you'll be here.
Yeah, fantastic.
In 2 weeks' time, 5-hour podcast, baby.
Oh my god.
I want to do it once. I just want to say I've done it. That's all I want to do.
But you say that about things like,
Climbing Everest.
climbing Everest.
Same
Yes.
thing. 5-hour wrestling
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go.
One of those giant palmos you see in the
We
shop
should,
window.
we should start a bit earlier and then allocate a nice half-hour gap where you can go outside and have a pint and then come back.
Let's just
Have a punch up and
do
come
it.
back.
We just need to do it in a pub. We need to hire a pub and do it in the pub.
D the pub.
Aye.
Paid for bar. £1,500 behind the bar.
Oh, should we bring some cans to the Mania one?
I like that idea.
Yeah. Joel, I wasn't
Every
asking
hour
you.
we do it,
You're
we
on
open
the
another one.
technology.
Joe, we know you're like sober. We can't have you like effing and blind and what a few. God. Anyway, so we're gonna say yay after 3. Yay, because of how positive we are about next week's 5-hour edition.
It's
2
in
weeks
2
time.
weeks'
2 weeks
time.
time.
Oh, shut up. 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, be happy, you bastards.